The Thunder just keep thundering. Um, they're not going to lose anytime soon, and they didn't lose this first round series. In fact, they swept the Phoenix Suns, much to our expectations, but it was done, and we got to acknowledge that the number one seeded Thunder, SGA, and the whole gang over there, Chet Holmgren, without J-Dub, they executed 4 games up, 4 games down. The Suns are going to Cancun. They are the first team to go home. And the Oklahoma City Thunder are the first team to advance to the second round. We will talk about this and what their potential next matchup may look like. Also, as you may know, there's some other things going on in the NBA. There is a number one seed in the East that's on the brink of getting sent to where the Phoenix Suns are headed to right now. We'll talk about what's going on with the Detroit Pistons and if they have any hope to come back from 3-1 against the Magic. We will talk about some other games, and also a certain guy in Dallas got Rookie of the Year. Yeah, we must talk about that. And, it was a pretty close race, and there's some people that think that he didn't deserve to win it. We'll talk about what that looks like. Oh, and also, too, it's been a while since we, did a segment called Smoking Hot Takes. Well, we're bringing that today, but we're throwing a little twist on it. We made a post on YouTube, and we asked to hear you guys' craziest takes or hottest takes of the playoffs. We'll highlight some of those takes. I can't wait to get to that segment. But as of right now, fellas, let's go ahead and talk about Oklahoma City Thunder packing up the Phoenix Suns last night. 131 to 122, 4-0. It is over for the Suns.
They handled it like champs. That's exactly what they did, Ron. They handled it. We gonna get to it, Ox. I know what you want to talk about, Ox, but we definitely gonna get to it. Anyway,
I want to know why you guys are acting like this is not like this ain't major news.
I want to be clear, Chill. I don't want to talk about anything in particular. I just need to come to work for Ron to waste my goddamn time talking about the Thunder and the Phoenix.
Well, so why will we not talk about the best team in basketball, the defending champions, the MVP? What you guys? Who do you guys want to talk about?
No, I was actually going to get to that.
The Cavs?
Ron,
no. This is the best team in basketball.
I'm going to answer your question, Ron.
No, because chill. I'm going to answer your question, nigga. Because if it was Jokic, the best player in the world, whether he plays bad or whether he plays good, we talk about him, right? If it's Wemby, whether he plays bad or whether he plays good, we talk about him, right?
Yes, he does.
If it's SGA, when he does his individual things, we talk about it, right? My thing about it is, have we got bored with the Thunder? Are we bored that they're sweeping people now? Are we bored that they're taking care of playoff teams?
It's not the fact.
So what is it? Why is Morris looking like that? Why did Chill type in the chat? We'll change the title. We need to talk about another number one seed, which this is a number one seed that's taking care of business. Ox, why are you coming in here talking about why are you wasting my time?
I'm trying to tell you.
This is the best team in basketball.
This is a wasted. This is one of those series that a lot of I watched 45 seconds of this series. It was pointless to watch any of this series. We know what's going to happen. We knew what was going to happen. The Suns suck. The Thunder are great. It's a lopsided series. It's boring. I'm sorry, Ron. I like to watch interesting basketball. I like to watch exciting basketball. SGA is clearly the second best player in the NBA, and he's a great basketball player. Only behind Giannis. Y'all relax. He is clearly a great basketball player. To me, he's not super exciting, but he's still a super, super dope basketball player. So for me, it wasn't no point in watching this series. Now, I don't mind us talking about it. I don't want to derail. I got a little ahead of myself, Ron.
Come in here with your face all scrunched up and all of that.
And on top of that,
go get the hat. No. Light his ass up today. Go get the hat. As a matter of fact,
why would Penn light me up for?
Go somewhere. Hey, Penn, me and you, let's talk about this series. I know you like to talk about SGA and the Thunder. Come on, Penn, let's talk about it.
Well, he hasn't missed a shot in the fourth quarter except for one shot in 16 games. 16 games. This is mastery. This is a number one seed that came in and took care of business like a champion would, like a champion should. This is a team that respected its opponent. What did Greg Popovich say? Appropriate fear. When asked about the Lakers, the Houston series, they didn't say, oh, it's a walk, it's a cakewalk. We getting through that. We're not focused on them. They said, no, you know what? That's going to be a defensive series. That's going to be an offensive series. Either series, we got to come prepared. This is a team that is boring because they are so good. It's cool. It's cool. Be bored. They're going to win a championship anyway. That's where I'm at.
It's not boring because they're so good. It's boring because Phoenix is so bad.
Phoenix is not so bad.
Okay, I think they're bad. I'm going to say they're bad. Phoenix is bad about them? Okay,
what's bad about them? The coaching is good.
The way they play basketball. So, anyways, if they were playing the Spurs, I would have watched the series. If they were, you know what I'm saying? If they were playing Minnesota, well, not an answer. I would have watched the series. Next series, when they're playing the Lakers, and Luka comes back, I'm going to watch. I did not watch this series because of OKC. I didn't watch this game because of Phoenix. No big deal. I don't want. Look. We don't got. This isn't about me. Go ahead, talk about the series. This isn't about me.
You know what? First of all, successful year for the Phoenix Suns. Jordan Knott is a hell of a coach. I don't think Devin Booker had that great a season, to be honest, but Oso Iguodala is awesome. You know, Dylan Brooks showed some fight, showed some grit. This team showed some culture. They played together. Jalen Green was really good in the playoffs. I mean, for the most part.
Hold on, wait a second. Now y'all attacking me saying I'm not a ball watcher? Look, I got a limited amount of time I can watch basketball throughout the week. I'm not gonna waste it. Okay? I have a limited window of basketball I can watch, and I'm not gonna waste it on this.
That's not true. That's not true.
Okay,
I know what your schedule like, and I know where you spend your hours. I know where you have hours allocated that you spend doing other things other than watching ball. Okay.
Right. I just want to say, watching this.
I know what else you be watching.
Watching this OKC Thunder team for the last
I'm in the gym. I'm in the gym Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday and Sunday, Ron. I got spare. You know, my time is. You know, I watch as much of basketball as I can. And
so stand up. Let's see your midsection. Where your six pack at? Do this.
I'm in. Who all, raise your hand? Everybody that got a six pack. You know, there's more millionaires than people with six packs. I haven't had a six pack since I was playing ball. I don't got a six pack.
I ain't know I had $1 million midsection.
And I'm not in the gym. I'm not in the gym. Me working out all the time. I'm in the gym coaching basketball. You wouldn't know nothing about that, bro. You sorry at that.
Okay.
Go ahead, Pin.
Someone who's not sorry at coaching basketball is Mark Daigneault. That defense is awesome. I've been watching that defense for the last 3 years. Watching how they rotate has been truly incredible. And watching other teams try to adopt this has been pitiful, to be honest. But like it's amazing. They are. I am out of words for how good I think the OKC Thunder team is. I've watched 45 games of them over the last 2 years. That's not enough, but 45 games and almost every single game, with the exception of 2, I have walked away thinking this is one of the most disciplined teams in basketball. They deserve everything they're getting right now.
I just don't get it, Penn. This is historically one of the best teams we've ever seen. When this was the Golden State Warriors, people were jumping out their drawers to talk about them. When it was the Heatles, people were doing backflips. When it was the Chicago Bulls, people were going crazy.
You just named 3 teams that this team doesn't compare to, Rob. Please.
I said this is one of the best teams ever. I didn't say it was the best team ever.
Anyone was spending an hour talking about the Warriors beating the Jazz in 2017.
Have we spent the hour talking about it? We ain't even been live for 9 minutes.
You're trying to.
We spent 5 minutes talking about why it's not valid to talk about it. Jesus Christ.
Well, I haven't said a word. I've just been.
You doing your no shot gimmick right now.
Ox is taking all the shots. What do you want me to do?
Take control of your team, man.
Let me know if you want me to pass the ball, Mars, because I will.
Hell no, I'm
if
cool.
not,
I don't want to let shit fly.
And I'm not even shooting. I'm just trying to play defense right now. Like, yo, can we move on? No. My bad. I forgot. I just said it a second ago. I don't want to move on, Pin. I want you to keep cooking. Keep cooking.
No, I mean,
Ron, you keep telling us how this OKC team is just as good as the Warriors, the Heatles, and the '90s.
It's not about that. We're in the 2026 playoffs. There's 16 teams. One team just advanced, and that's what every other team's trying to do. One team got sent home. I want to merely talk about the fact that the Thunder are the first team and the only team in this playoffs to get a sweep. The fact that they are as good as they are.
And I wanted to show the Suns some love too. They made it this far, but unfortunately, you got to go home.
Can I ask a question? How many teams would OKC have swept in the first round? I'm talking East, West, all of it. How many teams? Go down the list. Would they have swept
Probably
Miami?
like one.
Houston.
What? You think they only would have?
Yeah, they probably would have swept Phoenix.
You don't think they would have
Phoenix,
swept
I'll
Orlando?
go Phoenix, Houston.
I'm
No.
going intercontinental. I'm going across like go 1 through 16.
Maybe not Orlando. Maybe Detroit.
I'm gonna be straight.
What?
with
So
you guys.
what? Why would they?
teams.
Why would they sweep Orlando and not Detroit? And Orlando's up 3-1 on Detroit.
I mean,
Folks don't even subscribe to that line of thinking. He just
I
trying
don't,
to
but I'm
talk
just
today.
curious. I'm just curious to know. I gotta hear this.
Today, man.
No,
I mean-
I'm saying, Morris, that's a valid question, regardless of how. I
You
feel
and
about it,
Mister,
that's a
just because
valid
A
question.
would beat B and B would beat C, that does not mean A would beat C.
I am.
But here you
Absolutely I
are
am.
using that logic to ask the question. That's what you just trying to
Morris.
talk
Morris,
today.
I
respect it.
absolutely am because
respect it.
it's most people don't think that way. I'm not asking that question necessarily for me. I'm asking that question more for the people. I'm a man of the people. I want to know where is Penn's line of thought for that.
Keep shooting.
Why would they?
I'm
Why would
here
they
for you.
sweep Orlando and not Detroit?
I'm kind of on a one-way beef with Orlando Magic fans for my Jared Kane stray yesterday. I said I don't know why this guy's getting minutes in the playoffs, and then he has this poster dunk, and now everybody's victory lapping on my ass like he's the second coming of Jesus Christ. But whatever they can say, they can pick
Atlanta.
Yep. Keep going.
They sweep everybody. Is that what you said?
Do they sweep the Knicks?
No.
Celtics?
No.
Absolutely not.
Sixers?
Yep.
Absolutely.
A healthy Wolves?
So the Wolves
No.
get health, but the Sixers don't get health.
Yeah,
I never said unhealthy
Because it's
Sixers.
so far fetched for the Sixers that there's no negative.
It's not
I
far
mean-
fetched for Mr. Torn Achilles in Minnesota.
what about the
it's far-fetched
Raptors,
for Philly.
Pin?
Alright.
Yeah, they would sweep the Raptors.
What about the Cavs?
I think
Hell yeah.
I think Donovan Mitchell gets them one.
Nah, they gonna mop them boys.
I mean, they'll beat them. I don't know.
Portland.
Yeah, they sweep in Portland. I'm just saying, like, in case we got a Phoenix Suns fan out here who's like, why are we the only one who got swept? It's like because you the ones that played the ones that drew the matchup. I'm sorry, man. I don't know what to tell you. A lot of teams could have gotten swept. The way Denver playing right now, they probably would have gotten swept too, straight up. So
We would have been in a 2-2 series with San Antonio right now. But stupid Adam Silver want to come up with a tournament, sabotage our season. Disgusting.
Man, hey, it could have been Steph. You know what I'm saying? Better debooked than Steph, right? I mean,
Yeah,
look,
facts. Warriors
it's-
fans get
it's-
to still say Steph's never been swept. Facts.
Exactly. It's better.
Yeah,
It's better
no
for Steph to
propaganda.
go out in the play-in than it is for him to go out in the sweep. Shit,
Lakers
same
would have
for
been
Kawhi.
swept too. Lakers would have been swept too.
Yeah, this Lakers, but give it a week and a half. You'll see.
Yeah, 4-1.
Shit.
Well, that's not a sweep.
Lakers,
I mean,
Lakers in 6, 7.
I don't ever want to hear you hate the Lakers again.
Yeah, bitch.
I don't ever want to hear it, Ox. Nah.
Why?
Nah.
Why? Because I could talk basketball and keep the hate out my heart.
Yes,
I hate-
exactly.
Well, we should all start doing that.
have you ever picked OKC in a non-first round series?
No,
Who, me?
Yeah.
no.
Well, that was just this year and last
Maybe
year.
the Pacers lost. No, even in 24. You picked Dallas, right?
Yep.
I don't remember. I can't remember that.
I'd assume. We don't know. I feel
Yeah,
like
I probably
anytime it's a
probably
non-first
so.
round,
I
I think
picked
you
them-
picked
I picked
against
them-
You
them.
for
I
sure
picked them
picked Dallas.
Against
That-
Indiana.
You
I
know,
think you
I picked them
OKC.
against the Pacers for sure.
Yeah, I was
No,
gonna say,
against Dallas,
Indiana.
that was when them niggas was weak. You don't remember that?
Oh,
No,
yeah, probably did pick them
I'm saying I
against
think the only time and only so basically outside the first round, you picked against every Western Conference opponent.
Yes.
But I mean, that's only one. That's only one other team. We're not
It's-
unless we're not counting
It's
24.
the
let's talk about 24.
Lakers this year. The Lakers this year. You're picking OKC.
Wait, not yet. Let me.
If they were
Yeah, with
healthy.
Luka. Obviously, with Luka, we're saying healthy.
Yes.
We're saying
If
healthy.
Luka-
You're picking the
Luka-
Lakers.
If Luka comes
Last
back,
year, you picked Denver against them.
like everybody should have.
Did
I
you not?
didn't.
Did you pick the Timberwolves against them?
I don't think so. I said that I think that Ant can play with SGA, but I don't think I picked the Wolves.
Oh yeah, Ox did pick the Pelicans.
No, I did
Shout
not
out to
pick the Pelicans.
Valanciunas gonna dominate chat. Yeah, I remember that.
I said
That's
that.
probably
but I did not
why you
pick the
picked Denver
Pelicans,
this year too, because Valanciunas gonna dominate chat.
No, wait. I did not pick the Pelicans. I did say that I think J Val could bully Chet. I said he could bully Chet. I didn't say we outplay Chet. I said we bully him. But I did not pick the Pelicans. I for sure picked OKC. Y'all don't do this to me. Don't do this to me.
Someone find the clips.
No, but so anyway, so I picked them against the Pelicans. I picked them against the Pacers. I picked them against the Wolves. And I picked them.
I'm not
all the
certain
first
you
rounds.
picked them against the Wolves, but we'll let it slide. I'm not certain.
Yeah, so wait. So chat, don't switch up on me now. Don't switch up on me there. Like I definitely picked them. I picked them against the Pacers. I picked them against the Wolves. I picked them against the Pelicans. Well, that was the first round, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I picked them in
So you
all
picked them
their
against
first
the
round
Pacers and
matchups.
Wolves. You picked them in the against the
Yeah.
Pacers and the Wolves.
I picked the Nuggets. Everybody should have picked the Nuggets last year. The Nuggets were the better team.
No, facts.
Yeah, well, to bring things back, it's a couple players that I just want to shout out in this series. Obviously, you got to give the MVP his flowers. 33 points, 8 assists, almost 4 rebounds. Shea, did Shea things. Didn't really shoot the 3-ball that well, but shot 55 from the field, almost 90% from the free throw line, 89.8.
You're not giving him that.
He's been
You're
the
not
best
giving him
player in the
that.
playoffs.
89.8.
Like, let's just call it what it is. He's been the best player in the playoffs.
Yeah, because he's the best player in the league. So
He is the best player in the league.
Remember after a certain game one, though, it was certain guys that were saying, the paperwork might be out on SGA.
It was a bad game one for his standards.
I mean,
Hasn't
it
had
was
a bad
just a
game
bad
since,
game
but-
one period. But
Defensive value and gravity and all
I've
that
had a bad game one, but the rest of the games were fantastic. So
Nah, they were
doesn't
cool.
matter.
They weren't fantastic. They were cool. Game 3 was fantastic.
Yeah, well, shout out SGA. Also on the Phoenix side, it's 2 guys in particular that I want to give a shout out to, but I want to hear how you guys feel about the Suns. Dillon Brooks, I'm giving him a ton of love. Now, he only shot 45 from the field.
Nah, it's OKC's defense. If you put up
Exactly.
points,
Thank you. Thank you.
It is
20
wrong.
for him to average 26, lead them in scoring, second in the series in scoring, 6 rebounds. He was mixing it up on defense. You know Dillon Brooks with the antics, toughness, and all of that stuff. Shout out to him. Dillon Brooks is a hooper. And you guys might not like him. You might not like the antics. You might not like the rah, but you got to respect Dillon Brooks as a hooper. I think that should be universal. Just as a basketball player, as somebody that's going to show up and hoop no matter what. He did it in Memphis, did it with Houston, did it this year with the Suns. We got to give Dillon Brooks his flowers.
He had a really good
most
series.
most people don't respect that, Ron.
Nah, I think he deserves a lot of credit for the series he had. He came out. He was aggressive every game. He made shots, a lot of them. He was like 57 true shooting, which is like good for OKC standards. So yeah, I think you gotta give him his flowers. I still don't like the way it looks. But at the end of the day, he put points on the board for a team that needed someone to put points on the board. So shout out to Dillon Brooks. I think you can say he was probably the Suns' best player in the series. You can make that argument at least anyway. So shout out to Dillon Brooks.
Since the COVID pandemic, Dillon Brooks has never finished below 500 in a series, in a season.
Pin, if 80% of the NBA had the heart Dillon Brooks got, the league would be beautiful.
Better.
The league would be such a better place. If everybody
I
had
agree.
Dillon Brooks' heart, it would be a much better league.
Heart or mind?
Heart.
I mean, it's both.
All right.
It's both for sure.
He kind of nuts up top, but like.
I mean, a little bit of nuts. It's not the worst thing, right? Pause. I mean, like, he just competes. You want guys to compete, right? I understand, like, we don't want guys like fighting in the parking lot and threatening each other's like families and shit, but you do want some element of like a feeling that these guys don't like each other. Like, what Jaden McDaniels is doing right now, with all the antics and stuff. Some people hate it. I personally thought that, some of it is a little OD, but you got to like it because you're paying attention to that series more because of it. Right? Like, he's calling out the Denver Nuggets defense, and then, we got to go watch how it goes, and, Jokic is stripping him, and he's trying to choke Jokic and shit. Like, okay, cool, man. People don't like Draymond, but, like, Draymond brings excitement to the game. I know, Ox, you don't like Draymond, but, yeah.
Was that like
Yeah.
Jaden McDaniels
Praise?
hate?
That wasn't hate. I did call him a bitch,
passive
though.
aggressive.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
definitely did do that. Yeah,
You definitely
was
did that. So
interesting.
you
Yeah, that
you
was
would
interesting.
definitely do that in front of him, right in front of his face for sure.
I mean, that was passive aggressive, but yeah, I would.
That was, but you wouldn't. You wouldn't.
Yeah, I would.
No, you would.
I would.
You would.
All right. Anyways, regardless of who will call who what to they face, yeah, man. How we feeling about the Suns though? Like, if we had to grade their season overall, just based on they made it.
Hey.
Think so?
Just because they weren't healthy the whole year, so take away the plus for lack of health. But I don't know how you don't view the season as anything but a success. If I'm being honest,
Absolutely.
amazing season.
Yeah, I agree. Dealt with injury. Jalen Green was dealing with injury a ton this season. Devin Booker kind of underperformed as a player, and they still, managed to get a playoff spot. I think they overachieved this year, so shout out to them. Gave OKC a few good games and whatnot. Showed some heart, some pride, some backbone. They didn't just get blown out. So, salute to them. They got to do something with this Devin Booker character, though. That's the elephant in the room for Phoenix. He's declining as a player.
It's a lot of money he's
making a lot of money.
I think Devin Booker's good, but the money is ridiculous.
He's not $50 million good.
They got to just keep building it.
No, isn't he about to be making like 75 a year or something like that?
I think. Yeah.
How long is that contract for? Is it 4 years?
Oh, he just signed the extension, so Devin Booker's tied up for the rest of the decade. So
the extension hasn't even kicked in yet.
And that extension, I think, is for after that, I believe. So
they won 45 games this year. You want to guess what their over-under was coming into the season?
Like 27?
30.5. So they overachieved by 14 wins.
Yeah, but that's because people thought they lost that trade, which is crazy. But anyways, they just got to keep building their team. They got to keep building their team around Phoenix. Around D-Book. Get him a point guard. Let their bigs keep developing. I think Devin Booker's still a great basketball player. I just think would
have been nice to see Mark Williams in the playoffs. That's one thing you didn't get.
And that's another guy like Mark Williams. You keep letting those guys get better. You know what I mean? And I think Phoenix is they're onto a good start. So Devin Booker's still a really good basketball player. He's just one of those players. He's not gonna just carry a whole squad by himself. He needs other hoopers with him. And there's nothing wrong with that. Do they have their own picks? Did they get any of their picks back or no? So
they got the pick that turned into Malowach. That was the only pick they got. They owe their picks to Houston and Brooklyn and a bunch of swaps. So they can't blow it up. That was something that was like going around on Twitter yesterday. That like they should just like trade everyone while their value's high and rebuild. I'm on the side of if you don't own your picks, blowing up your team makes no sense. So yeah, I would retool the roster. That doesn't mean I don't know who I'm looking. I don't know if I'm actively trying to trade people, but like I'm listening for calls with Grayson Allen, with Royce O'Neal. I'll listen to a call for a Jalen Green, a Dylan Brooks. Like I'll listen, see what we can do. I just like that they built an identity. I mean, yeah, sure. I'll listen to whatever about Devin Booker, but it has to be something that keeps us competitive. I'm not trading Devin Booker for draft picks. You can unless they're my picks. Like I'm not doing that.
Yeah,
so that means he's either going to Houston or
use him to get some picks back or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Is he like a $45 million player right now, making $65 million? Basically, is that the equation? Because he's not making 75. I don't know where people got that number from.
I mean, that's what happens though, Pin. like when you sign those contracts into the future, and I mean it typically happens with older players too. Like I'm gonna just throw out Nikola. No, I'm gonna throw out Giannis Antetokounmpo, for instance.
Bro,
When
he's
Giannis
30.
signs his next contract, yes. So when he signs, let's say he's a free agent after this next year.
Who?
Giannis. Yeah.
Yeah, I would assume so, yeah.
So after this next year, Giannis is a free agent. I think he turns what, 32, 31, 32? So if Giannis
Devin
signs,
Booker signs a 2-year 145 extension, so 72.5 million is what he got extended for. I'm reading it. So
it's only 2 years.
that's on top of what he's already guaranteed right now. But in
Yeah.
last summer, he signed a 2-year 145 extension.
I'm looking at
Shams.
Spot Track right now, and it says like 63 million in 2028, 2029, and then there's a player option in 2029, 2030 for 68. How does that
God
average to
damn.
72?
I don't know. I'm reading what Shams said. He said Phoenix Suns superstar Devin Booker agreed to a 2-year 145 million maximum contract extension.
Well, the way
then-
the way Shams reports stuff, it probably includes like extra incentives and shit.
Yeah, well, either way, 72, 62, 52, the nigga getting paid. All right. And we can all kind of put it together, whether it's 60, 68, 72. He might not be playing at that level.
Ain't no
So-
Mike. He's not playing at that level. They need to
Oh
they
shit.
need to find a player that's better than him.
I mean, right now he's the 10th
Yeah,
highest paid
yeah.
player in the league, and that money's
But-
only going up. So
But real talk, that doesn't fix the situation though. Unless you're able to, like, the money that they still have to pay him, they still have to pay him. So it's like, let's say that they were to find, for instance, let's say they were to go and get Donovan Mitchell. He's still. I'm just saying, for instance, I'm saying like if they were to trade for him or just pick up Donovan Mitchell, I'm just throwing his name out there. That still doesn't take away from the fact that he's getting paid what he's getting paid.
Oh, for sure. I understand that. He's just he's an overpaid player at this point. It just is what it is. It's very sad to watch like the downfall of Devin Booker. Because he used to be a best shooting guard in the world talks. And
Well,
that
and
kid
he's
was
I
got
definitely
a lot
had him
better,
there.
so,
Definitely
yeah,
over.
and got a lot better. So
yeah.
I'll work around it.
But he's also gotten worse.
Yeah.
I agree. I do think he is regressing. I don't think that's unfathomable though. Like, it's disappointing. Maybe I don't know if that's the right word, but he's been around for so long. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised that he's going the other way. He's still really good, but definitely paying him a lot more than, I guess, market value, if that makes sense.
29 years old. That's it.
He's not the 10th best player in the league, but he's getting paid the 10th most money.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I just think that we're I don't want to say we're not disrespecting, but I think we're kind of being really hard on Devin Booker. I think Devin Booker still is a top talent in the NBA. I don't want to do the whole ranking thing. Is he better? Is who list thing? Devin Booker is still really, really good at basketball, but he's one of those players. Like I said a minute ago, he needs a good roster around him to show what he can do. I don't think Devin Booker needs to be having the basketball in his hands, trying to play, that point guard. I know me and Drench speak on it a lot. The NBA now wants two guards to be point guards. He's not a point guard. He's a two guard. He needs a point guard. I mean, he needs a real point guard. Just shout out to whoever they got over there, but he needs a real point guard. And once he has that point guard, that's when he looks like as good as he is. You know what I mean? And I think it's just that simple. Devin Booker is still that good.
When was
I
his?
don't agree
I
with
actually
it, though.
think it's
There's
the
not
other
many
way
point guards
around.
in the league.
I like
so-
Colin Gillespie. What's wrong with Colin Gillespie?
He's not.
Colin
he's not-
Gillespie's not. He's not a point guard in the typical sense. He's more just a.
Guard.
He's in like the Mario Chalmers point guards.
He's
Maybe.
way better than Mario Chalmers.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Archetypically, in terms of what he gets told
Shout
to do
out
for the
Colin,
team,
but
he's
shout
not
out Mario.
really a point guard. They use him more of as a shooter instead of a point guard. But there's not many point guards in the league who like could maximize a Devin Booker. You're looking at like Tyrese Halliburton. And
I
like
don't
maybe
think
like
he needs
three other people.
Tyrese, but you know what I mean.
It can't
I
be
think he
Tyus
needs to-
Jones.
Well, for context,
So-
he makes as much money as Jaylen Brown over the next 4 years. They have identical contracts, right? Is that so bad?
He needs to be the point guard, Ox. That's what I think his next step is. I think he needs to transition into not being a score first player. Because I don't think he can be a number one scoring option on a team trying to really contend anymore.
What do you think he did last year? He was a point guard last year.
He can
No,
real
it was
talk.
meant
2
to
years
be.
ago.
So
2 years ago.
This
2
the
years
thing
ago.
when we do that, when we say this player can't be a number one scoring option, a lot of times we're not taking into account the team that you would have to put around him in order for him to be the number one scoring option. You know what I'm saying? Like if he had other players that were good basketball players, he can't be the only scorer. You know what I mean? Like he could be a number one in the sense of like Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum absolutely could be the number one scoring option over there in Boston when he got Jaylen Brown, another really good scorer that's the second scoring option. And then you got those other guys that can put the ball in the bucket too. So Devin Booker can be the number one scoring option. He just needs a number 2 and number 3 that can also get busy. For instance, a Malik Monk and another guy. You know what I'm saying?
If Booker's in
Malik
Detroit,
Monk
is he
isn't
not
good
the number
enough,
one
no.
scoring option?
Well, yeah, but Malik will be like that third option. You know what I'm saying? Like if you had Devin Booker the first option, Malik
Wait,
Monk the
what?
third option, and then let's put another guy in
If
between.
Book was in Detroit, is he not the number one scoring option?
He should be, and that would be great.
I don't think he should be.
Absolutely should be. He's a better
I think
scorer
he
than
should
Shea.
be.
I view Devin Booker way different to you, though, if that's the case.
Yeah, Devin Booker's a better scorer than Cade. And Cade, but the thing about that is Cade
Today? In 20
Today,
in-
tomorrow, 2 years from now,
And,
he scores
and
more
for
better
the
than Cade.
rest of their careers, he's going to be a better scorer than Cade, and that's not a knock to Cade. But Cade does other things better than Devin Booker, and that's what he needs.
He
to
can
do.
be a point guard for Devin Booker.
And that's and he's I don't even think you got to be as good as Cade. Cade, that's and we. But we.
I mean,
talked
if you
about
put
this
him, if you
a
put him
while
on
ago.
the Pacers, is Devin Booker not the number one scoring option on the Pacers?
Yes,
Absolutely.
100%.
Are they not a
Have
contending
to be.
team?
Absolutely.
And that's why, like, real talk, I hear what you're saying, but Ox is right. Like, this is not a good team for Devin Booker. So, like, we can't necessarily, like, yes, it by the looks of things, he took a step back, but also it could just be that he just has too much on his plate and he has to do too much. Once again, I say this all the time. The better your team is around you, the better you will look. For instance, we'll get to talking about this whole Rookie of the Year conversation. Konkanipa was able to look as fantastic as he was because he had a good team around him. How would Con have looked in Brooklyn?
He made
And
them
this is
win.
no pin. No, he did not.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did. No, to an extent. To an extent, yes, but also when I don't have LaMelo around me, when I don't have other scoring threats around me, when I don't have offensive rebounders around me, how do I look? I'm not saying that Con sucks, and I'm not saying that Devin Booker sucks. All I'm saying is
in another situation.
being able to maximize
He
the
should
talented
shout
players
out
around
wherever
you
he
is a skill set. You should
He'll be
value
a
it
great
as
shooter,
a skill set.
Yeah,
It's not. It's not.
I'm
this is
not. I'm not. Are you guys not hearing what I'm saying?
No,
I'm not
feel-
saying
I
that he
feel- I
wouldn't.
understand what you're saying.
Okay, all right, for sure.
No, I got you, Ron. I'm just saying, like, because when you said that, it's it's going to be taken out of context, or people are going to hear that and think something opposite of what I think the point you're trying to make. And the facts of it is, yes, him being over there with LaMelo, Brandon Miller, and those guys really let him do what he does, but he also was the important piece to help everybody else elevate their game. Like LaMelo,
yeah, but
he helped LaMelo just as much as LaMelo helped
Ron,
him.
man,
Yeah, but
that
right quick, Pin, just to respond to that goes to the point I'm making. When better players play with each other, they can maximize each other. So, and I'm gonna take it back to the Warriors once again. Not even the KD Warriors. Andre Iguodala, Draymond Green. You can go down the line of all Sean Livingston, Leandro Barbosa. All of these guys came together as a collection and made each other so much more better. If you guys don't remember, 2 years before that, a lot of these guys were like, we weren't even really talking about them like that. And then they all of a sudden get together and boom. Because great players make other players greater.
I'm not
one
disagreeing that
spot.
like Devin Booker's not like still good and whatnot. It's just I don't think is he still a really talented scorer? Yes. But I just don't think he's at the level anymore to where he can be. I think he needs to be a second option. I think he needs to point guard And then when other said stars off the court, then he can take over the scoring responsibility as a number one or something. Like if he was on the Clippers, I think Kawhi should be number one. That's the best player on the team. And then Devin Booker helps facilitate offense for Kawhi Leonard. Then when Kawhi Leonard goes to the bench and they stagger, then D-Book can get into his scoring bag or something like that. But I just don't think that Devin Booker, again, is just a good enough scorer for him to be your number one. I just don't. I really don't.
What is a good enough score? Number one on what though? Number one on a playoff team and number one on a championship team? What are we talking about? He averaged 27 a game this year.
Yeah, and it was
26 a game. I'm sorry, Moss. 26 a game this year.
Yeah,
and not only does he score points, he's one of
Dylan
the better.
Brooks was a better scorer than him in this playoff series.
Okay, in this playoff series,
Well,
against
one guarded 1-on-1 and one didn't. But
on top of that, Moss, it was also against the defending NBA champs who got the best defense in the league without a point guard. Like, when has Devin Booker played his best basketball?
With Chris Paul.
Yeah, when he had a lead guard with him. When he's playing off the basketball. Now, real talk, what you want to do is you want to turn him into something that he's not. And he's not a lead guard.
First year with KD, he was getting.
He plays
the
the best.
2023 playoffs is probably the best I've ever seen Devin Booker, and he had the ball in his hands a lot.
Right.
He was a point guard.
No, he wasn't a point guard. He was a
No,
bucket.
he was a
point
combo
guard in
guard.
23.
He was a combo guard because Chris Paul was there. Then he got hurt.
He got
But
hurt.
they both had the ball a whole lot.
He started a point a lot for them.
And not to say that if he's at point guard, he can still get busy. Like he can still get busy at point guard.
I'm not saying he can't get busy at PG.
Well, no, I know because I'm agreeing with you because you said that you think he's good at point guard, and I'm saying I think he can still. He has chilled. And
But we're talking about in this setting.
We're
talking about in the playoffs, though, Ox.
Right.
Okay, I'm sorry. Keep going, Ox.
In any setting, he can still, because he's that good at basketball, can still get his shit off. But I just think he's much better when he has a point guard that can also, that you can't leave alone. Like to Mars' point, Tyus Jones isn't the right one. But if you have a guy at the point guard who can shoot the ball, can get in the paint, can do other things, but is a pass first type of guy, that's who Devin Booker needs. Because at that point, I got him over here, so you can't leave him. You know what I'm saying? I got other scorers around me to where you can send some help my way, but you can't just lock in all on me. You know what I mean? I think Devin Booker needs that type of situation. And also, I think a lot of us we look at James Harden and we think, well, if James Harden can do it, Anthony Edwards could do it, Devin Booker could do it, Tyler Hero could do it. Everybody can play shooting guard and then play point guard and then play shooting guard and then play point guard. Like I said the other day, you can't beat James Harden. Like Donovan Mitchell, none of these you guys are not James Harden. You can't be James Harden. Like Devin Booker will never be James Harden level.
The problem that we have in the
NBA
is that we're trying to turn these dudes into something that they're not instead of maximizing what they are. Devin Booker is a lead guard. Throughout the course of his career, he has been bad in double team. While you think that when you saw him in that clip about him not getting double team, he's been bad. No, and Ox, statistically, that wasn't just him. That wasn't just him talking. Statistically, throughout the course of his career, he's been at the top of the league in turnovers when getting doubled. Now, when I scheme against the guy like that, I know that he can't play within the double. I know that he can't play within double teams. Now, what I can do is if I got a lead guard and I actually have offense where he can play and get quick hits, where he can't get blitzed, and I can put him in space where he can get buckets, then he can play and look like the actual two guard he is. But you want to put the ball in his hands and you want to make him the lead guard and you want to turn him into the primary ball handler when in reality, he's really just a bucket getter who plays awesome off the basketball. He can create shots for other people. He can get other people involved in the game. But for the most part, 2 down. Double screen, get him open, get him shots. That's his game. And the fact that y'all trying to make him into something else, that's what's making him look washed or overpaid. When in reality, Devin Booker is 29 years old, still super duper athletic, still an awesome 2 guard in terms of
He's
a bucket
not
getter.
super duper athletic. That's not true.
He ever was, but I agree with everything you said up until that point. I agree with everything you said up until that point.
He also has gotten better. He's gotten better as a pick and roll player as well. What I'm saying, if Devin Booker is the best scorer on your roster, you're not winning anything. So
No,
at
no,
this
you
point,
keep saying that, but it depends on who else is on the team.
Yeah, I just
No,
don't agree with that. I just don't agree.
well,
Real
that's
talk, I
not
don't think
me.
you're saying anything wrong,
I
though.
agree with
How?
that.
Wait,
I
what roster?
agree.
What roster
Devin
does he have
Booker
to
is
be
not
on?
You
good
can't
enough
convince me if
anymore
I
to be
put
your
Devin
number
Booker
one
on the
elaborate
Pacers,
on that.
they have no
on
chance of winning.
on
You
the
can't convince me.
championship contending team. He's not.
Who's going to be a better scorer than Devin Booker?
Ox, I want you to. Nah,
I
Ox,
said
I'm sorry.
put him next to like a Kawhi. He has to be.
Okay, so
to
if
me,
we
Devin Booker
magically
now
put
needs
like-
to be
it's like
playing
seven- it's like
with-
seven
If
guys.
we magically put Book on the Clippers and we magically
Oh
put
my
Book on the
goodness.
Pacers, which team is better, in your opinion?
You said what?
The Pacers.
Hey,
We put Book on the Clippers and we put Book on the Pacers. The healthy Pacers. Which team is better?
In a head-to-head or in their
In a
conference?
vacuum.
Hold on,
In a
hold on,
vacuum.
real
Which
talk.
team is
Because
better?
the
Real talk,
way
keep going, real
the
talk.
Pacers, but it's because the rest of their roster is better than the Clippers roster.
But particularly,
And would Devin Booker be the number one scorer on that team?
But even is
Wait a
Pascal
second.
Siakam still there?
Are
Oh,
you
come
dare
on,
you to
bruh.
try and tell me you're
No.
going to tell me Pascal Siakam is either A,
When they go
a
to
better scorer
who's
than
going to
Devin
be a
Booker?
better isolation player?
Devin Booker? What are you doing, real talk?
I'm not
See,
doing this.
real talk. I was with you up until this point,
Devin
but
Booker.
now you're kind of getting nasty. I do
about to
want to say,
convince me.
I do.
He about to
Hey,
convince me that Pascal can be the number one scorer or contender.
No.
Devin Booker can't.
No, but the problem is like I said earlier, when y'all do this about he can't be the best scorer on the championship team or he has to be a second best scorer, y'all aren't talking about who else is on this team. You can absolutely be the best scorer
I
on the
agree with
championship
Ox.
team
It's
if you
all about
have
roster
other
construction.
scorers. You got to talk about who else is on the team. You know what I mean? Like,
That's why I don't
yes,
like
he
saying
can't be
you
the
can't
only
win
scorer.
with this
the
guy as
only
your number
scorer.
one and all that stuff. Like, if you build the team right, you can probably win with a bunch of people. People say you can't.
How
win with.
many teams?
I'm not
How many
saying
teams
he's-
have a roster construction as good as Indiana?
Shit,
or
put him
a
on
point
Charlotte.
guard
He's
as
the best
good as
scorer on that
Indiana
team and they're
has.
contenders. Put him on Charlotte. He's the best
Put him
scorer on
on
that team
put
and
him
they're
on
contenders.
Portland.
Yeah, but okay. Oh, put him in. Okay, put him in Charlotte. Cool. Put him in Charlotte. He's the best scorer. Are they winning anything?
Why not?
They become contenders in the East for sure.
They become
Does
much
that mean I
better
think they're going
as
to
a
win a
unit.
championship?
They
No,
become
not
much better as a
guaranteed.
unit.
Hey,
But
how good are
they're
they if
definitely
you
in the
trade
upper echelon in the East.
if you trade Book for Franz?
That was
Does
actually.
Orlando get better?
I'm good on all that. I'm still good on all that. Shout out to them. We're going to talk about that series. When it comes to
I'm
being
saying, but
content,
you got a great defense. He's the best scorer over there.
I don't want to see Devin Booker in that kind of spacing. I don't
But you
wanna
put
see-
him
But he
over there with
changes
Desmond
the space.
Bain. Him and Desmond Bain together, that opens up the floor.
Yeah, him and Desmond Bain open up the floor for everyone else. They don't open up the floor for
Yes,
floor
but
for him.
now you got Paolo in the middle with no doubles. I like it. Personally,
Yeah,
I
now
like
it's going, and
I
then
like
we're
it.
gonna have people like Real Talk saying Paolo the number one scorer on the team because he playing with no double.
But we know that Devin Booker is the best scorer over.
Do we?
Some
Do
people don't
we?
know that. Some people don't know that.
Some people
Dylan
don't.
Brooks.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Yes, we know.
I do
Dylan
think
Brooks,
that Devin
best scorer on
Booker's
the
a
team. He
better
averaged 26.
scorer. I do think that Devin Booker's a better scorer than Paulo. That's
Get him back. Ox, why'd you do that?
I didn't do that, but what is wrong?
Ron,
with you?
I'm a
Finish what you were saying.
Devin
That
Booker's
was,
a better
that was
scorer.
unnecessary.
Devin Booker,
That was
Devin
so not
Booker is a
necessary.
better scorer than Paulo Banchero. That's not the point. My point is, again, if you want to put him over there in Indiana,
Yep.
number one, I feel like that is such a rare. They play such a rare style of basketball that is different from damn near everybody else in the league besides maybe Charlotte. So if you want to put him in one of the most optimized versions of basketball that we've seen, sure. Also, they don't have Miles Turner over
Yes,
there
that's what
anymore,
we're saying.
though.
Real talk.
We
Okay,
wanna
okay, cool,
optimize
cool,
Devin
cool,
Booker
okay,
to win a
cool, cool. Okay,
championship.
when I say be a number one on a championship contending team, I'm not thinking of teams as good as Indiana as far as roster construction and help offensively. What I'm thinking of is, okay, a number one option who can put the ball in the basket at a very high clip with high efficiency and high volume, not with the circumstances of Indiana, who's been the best offense in the league without him. Yeah, sure. If we put Devin Booker on the best offense in the league, then sure. Yeah, he could be the number one over there. But
Denver's the best offense.
how can you? They've had in the playoffs. They've had the best playoff offenses throughout the
Oh,
years,
okay,
the last
got
2
you.
years. Yes. So if you put him in that circumstance, then sure, yeah, Devin Booker can succeed. But that's not the circumstance that normally happens for a player. We are watching Devin Booker now go into the playoffs, and he struggles against athletic wings. with
If you
size
put
and
him in San
athleticism.
Antonio, who's the
He
number one
does.
scoring option?
It should be Wemby.
You
It'll
believe
be
that?
Wemby.
Why-
You believe that?
Oh,
Why
good
is he-
God.
Yes.
What are you talking about, Ryan? It's
No, I'm
Devin
fine. I'm
Booker.
fine with Ron believing that. I'm not mad at Ron believing that. Real talk, you believe in that situation, Wemby would be the number one scoring option.
We all know what the answer.
I said
actually
he
is.
should be.
Why should he
You
be?
believe? Okay, yeah, you believe Wemby should be the number one option, despite
Yes.
all of your gripes you've had with him, physicality, scoring over smaller wings, isolation troubles, all of those troubles you
He's
pointed.
still
You
better
know,
than Devin
Y'all
Booker.
sleep on Book.
Cool,
Y'all
okay,
sleep
okay,
on Book.
so-
Y'all,
okay,
y'all
so-
are just
so-
y'all
so
just
Nikki,
simply
okay,
just
so
sleep
Nikki.
on Devin Booker.
Yeah, I get it.
Nah, but because I'm with real talk on this to a
Of
certain
course you are,
extent.
'cause it's
like
Wemby. That's
no,
why you
no,
win.
no.
That's
I'm
why.
not talking about that. I'm not talking about that.
sleep
I'm
on
talking about
D-Book.
I'm talking about his initial point, because we've made this point about Donovan Mitchell and people push back. We've made this point about Jalen Brunson and people push back. We've made this point about other stars. It's nothing wrong with playing with a guy that's better than you to maximize who you are. Like we that's what happened with Dwayne Wade.
Kevin Durant had to go do it.
You see it, that's no knock. Or you could say it was Steph. Regardless of what it is, like when you play with somebody that's better than you, they unlock all your tools and you're able to be yourself to the fullest instead of you bottlenecking the offense trying to be the number one option. Like that's the whole point here, is to play with better players. So like I don't think it's anything wrong with Devin Booker playing with a better scorer or a better player or becoming a number one or a number two option to win a championship. Like that. What's wrong with that?
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. The problem is Real Talk hasn't named somewhere where he can go and be the second best scorer. He could be the second best player, but all these places he's the better scorer. In San Antonio, he's the best scorer. Indiana, he's the best scorer.
I
All
said
these-
with the Clippers or somebody like that.
What about the
And then
Knicks?
Leonard.
But then you're not
In
gonna put them
Minnesota with
championship-
Ant or something like that.
He's the number one option in New York. too.
even with the Clippers.
You
Even
can
with
make
the
your
Clippers.
face like that, Ron. Yes, they run in the
Even
offense.
with the
through
Clippers,
him.
Brunson
Booker
has the ball too much.
Devin Booker should be the first one to look to shoot the basketball. Even with the Clippers.
No,
He should be the number one scoring option with the Clippers.
No, he should not.
Okay.
So
Leonard is clearly a better
I just
number
think y'all
one
sleep
than
on
him.
Devin
What are you
Booker. That's
talking
just
about?
my opinion. I think y'all sleep on
Ox, you
Devin
think Devin Booker a better scorer than Leonard today?
If they're playing together, yes.
Right. So Devin Booker is on the Clippers today in April of 2026. You think he a better scorer than Kawhi Leonard today?
Yes.
Why? Why is he
If
a better
they're-
bucket getter than him? What does he do better than Kawhi Leonard today?
He's a better shooter than Kawhi. Now
No,
look,
he's not.
they do.
No, he is not.
He's
Okay, I'm
worse.
sorry.
Hold on,
I'm
hold on.
sorry. I'm
Ox,
sorry.
keep
Okay.
Ox.
No,
I'm
This
sorry.
is
no,
weird
no.
coming from Ox, but I'm gonna let it rock. I'm gonna
Ox
let it
said-
rock.
as you were saying, you think he a better shooter than him? Keep
Devin
going.
Booker is a better shooter than Kawhi. Now
Okay,
I think
keep going.
Kawhi
Literally
is
not.
Okay, Penn, thank you. I think Kawhi is a better ISO scorer. I think Kawhi can navigate better. He's stronger than Devin Booker, bigger than Devin Booker, getting to the bucket. But I think if we're running offense and you got both of these guys on the floor together, I think you look for Devin Booker to shoot to be the and it's a 1A 1B type situation. There is no gap either way you look at it for me. You know what I'm saying? And I think Kawhi Leonard opens up the floor more for Devin Booker. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. And
Does Devin
and
Booker
Kawhi-
open up the floor more for Leonard?
They open up the floor for each other. Yes, I think so because you can't leave either one of them alone.
Right.
You know what I mean? So as long as you got somebody that can move the ball, and it's crazy to me that this is such a hot take. Like
is.
Devin Booker is an incredible shooter.
It sounds to me like what you're saying, Ox. is
No,
that
his
both of them-
shot is
33% from three.
I mean,
this
I-
year he
I-
shot
I-
35%
shots
from
is-
three
is-
over his
is-
career. How is the guy who
He
shoots
hasn't been a
below
good
league
three-point shooter
average?
in years.
He's not okay.
He's
First
not
of
an
all,
elite shooter.
at no point in his career has his trailing average on his career been above league average as a 3-point shooter. Aesthetically, it looks beautiful.
What's a training average?
I
Like,
didn't even
if
say
you consider the
say
average-
anything about shooting 3-pointers.
So-
I said he's a better shooter.
So where is he a better shooter than Kawhi Leonard?
I wanted
the
to get
mid-range?
educated on what a trailing average was. Good damn.
Okay, so the trailing average
what's
here
the trailing
would be,
average?
if you take the league average 3-point shooting every year since he's come into the league, and you take his career average every single year after, he's never been above that mark. Unless
Chill,
he shot blistering
I
hot.
want to explain how I'm
unless he shot blistering hot as a
looking
rookie,
at
I don't know.
basketball. Chill. How I'm looking at basketball is I think
No,
Kawhi's
he's
a
never-
better
Maybe,
Kawhi,
but maybe
I think
year
Kawhi's a
three.
better ISO scorer.
Maybe year
I think Kawhi can get to the cup better. He's stronger, he can get to it. So for those reasons, I'm looking for Devin Booker to shoot the ball first. I'm running stuff to get Devin Booker off. I'm running down picks. I'm running split action for Devin Booker. I'm
So
running
you
that.
know how these things work.
I'm running.
right?
I'm running. I know how my mind works. I
I,
don't.
No, no, no,
I know what you're
you know
getting
what I'm
at. It's
saying?
easy. It's easier for
looking-
Kawhi to manufacture his shot, so you're
Right,
running
I'm looking-
offense for Devin.
we're-
Yeah,
I'm-
that makes sense.
Right. We're talking right now. Right now, we're all talking about it from a coaching point. I know sometimes we talk about it from from a playing aspect, a fan aspect, GM aspect. Right now, we're talking as coaches, right? So, like, to me, I'm looking at it like, okay, if I got Devin Booker and Kawhi, I'm looking for D Book to get open first. He's my first scoring option. He's my first option to score the basketball. And if he's not getting that, there's 10 seconds left on the shot clock. We're going this way to Y. You know what I'm saying?
Shouldn't
That's
your
how I'm
first
looking at it.
scoring option be the guy who defenses respect most as a scorer?
You're going to respect Devin Booker and Kawhi Leonard both on the floor. There's not going to be like, oh, that's just Devin Booker. Or, oh, that's
Well,
just Kawhi.
it
You're
ain't.
respecting both of them.
I mean, one of these guys is going to command a lot more defensive attention for me if I'm coaching against them.
Neither one of these guys is gonna demand much more respect.
Okay, you're
than the other one.
you're
That's
coaching
crazy.
the 2026, 2027 Clippers. Somehow, by divine miracle, they plant some more trees and they get Devin Booker into LA. Okay,
Yeah.
so you're in training camp. You're the coach. You see Kawhi Leonard walk in the gym. You see Devin Booker walk into the gym, and you think somehow everyone in that gym is just going to accept Devin Booker's the man on our team.
I didn't say anybody's the man. I'm saying when we're running our offense, I'm looking for Devin Booker first. We're looking to get him open first because Kawhi needs less as far as running the set. Kawhi can catch the ball on the wing with a defender already in front of him and go to work.
Wouldn't that have been the same case with Kawhi and PG?
Sure.
But Kawhi was still the first option, right?
Or
was
I
PG
understand
the
what
first
Urs is
option and
saying.
I'm stupid?
I don't really know, Penn, as far as who was the first option over there. I think Kawhi was probably the first option. I think Paul George did kind of play second fiddle to Kawhi a little bit, even a little bit more than I think he should have, though. Like that's another situation where I think that should have been a 1A,
Don't you think
1B
personalities kind of
whoever-
lend themselves to like first option, second option debates and stuff? Like, when
that's
two
fine. I'm
very
talking
good
about
scorers,
skill set. I'm
when
not-
two
I'm
very
not-
good
I'm
scorers,
not- I'm not going to get into all that, the personality of this guy, personality of that guy, because I don't know any of these dudes. But I am gonna say, as far as their skill set goes, the way I look at basketball, and that could be right or wrong to either one of y'all. I don't know how y'all feel about it, but for me, if I got a guy like Devin Booker, who I think is a really good shooter coming off of screens, catch and shoot, I'm looking to get him open first and him look for the ball first. Now, if we get down 13, 12, 11 seconds up on the shot clock, all right, D-Book, you ain't got open, we didn't run nothing for you, Kawhi. Like
That sounds like the second.
That just makes sense to me.
Sounds like the second.
Go ahead, Chip.
Sounds like the second dude is more viable than the first dude, because it sounds like the first dude, we need to get him involved in the offense. The second dude, he involves himself in the offense, which means that when we get into the meat and potatoes of the game, I could trust him more than I could trust the second dude.
And even more than that, Chill, if Kawhi
The
catches
first dude, I mean.
if Kawhi catches that ball 13 seconds up on the shot clock and he's going to the rack trying to get something in the mid range or something, and that collapse on him, kick it right back to D Book. Like we're looking back to Book. You know what I'm saying? That's just, for me, that's how my mind works in basketball. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before.
All right, fellas. Well, right or wrong, I know what's right for everybody. And that is Splash Sports and the quick picks contest that they have. This is how you can not only be right, but if you are wrong, this is how you can right your wrongs. As you can see on the screen, and as you do know right now, the NBA playoffs are here. And if you are not playing quick picks on Splash Sports, I don't know what the hell you're doing. All I know is you are leaving money on the table. Now, when you use code CHOICE, you will get a 100% deposit match up to $50. You will get a 100% quick picks boost. And on top of that, you will be playing with the highest multipliers in all of DFS. That's right. When you play a 6-leg entry on Splash Sports, you can get up to 50 times what you put in, and you don't need the perfect lineup to cash out. You just need to beat your opponents. And with that being said, you're playing against real people. You're not playing against the house. You're not playing against AI. You're not playing against a sports book. It is you versus them. And when you beat them out on the number of picks that you get right, you take home the grand prize. But, you know, enough talking. Let me just show you guys exactly how it's done right here, right now. Oh, speaking of Paul George, there he goes. We got some games tonight. Let's go ahead and get it in. Why not? Sixers Celtics. Let's rock with this game.
Close out.
Derek White, more
Less
whatever. Pick one of them. I don't know.
what? No, more
missed shots. More missed shots.
I'm fine with whichever one you pick more for.
Could you please be specific, Mars? I don't.
Because he's gonna score 21 points, so he's gonna hit on all of them.
Okay, so points. So we'll go with points. Then.
7 in his last 5 games. Yeah, law of averages.
I wish this All NBA player would step up and do something.
Yeah.
Once he's on the All NBA ballot, then he'll step up. He needs to see his name there first.
Can you click on Tyrese Maxey?
Is Tyrese Maxey a Lesteron?
No, not at all.
I just want to make sure because the tone of your voice it sounded like you was going that way. That's what it sounded like. It sounded like you was
not in the game. The thing I know I can rely on with Tyrese Maxey is even if he does only score 22 points, he gonna shoot 22 shots. Hey, so I know he gonna get the shots up. So 25 and a half points. Yeah, give me the more on that, Mr. Ox.
all right.
Okay, who's next?
Are we only dealing with this guy? Is Joel Embiid playing tonight?
Probably.
Game time decision.
Game time decision.
He should sit out.
The
They're better
26
without him.
He shouldn't have played the last game.
The 26 and a half, I'm going to take the less on that. But he's a game
you're
time
right,
decision. Yeah,
Good call because he's gonna be out at halftime.
Yeah, the game time decision. Yeah, that's probably not a good thing. So, what does Jason Tatum's line look like?
Okay, yes.
24 and a half. Ron, I love them 9.5 rebounds. I'm going to take the more on that. Yes, I am.
All right, that's how we rock it, y'all. Ox, do we have any available promotions?
Yeah, Yankees versus Rangers. Oh, my bad. NBA,
I'll take the more on everything Rangers. Real talk, that's your squad, right?
Got it.
You want to rock with them? All right, yeah, we got an NBA playoffs boost. We're going to go ahead and use that. Obviously, once again, we are using code CHOICE, and that gets us 100% deposit match for up to $50, and that also gets us 100% quick picks boost. That's how we rocked out today. You guys take our picks, use our picks. Derek White, more than 12.5 points. Tyrese Maxey, more than 25.5 points. And Jason Tatum, more than 9.5 rebounds. We will see you guys in the winner's circle. Scan the QR code and download the app, or just go to your app store and download the app and play with us. We'll see you guys on the flip side. All right, fellas. We obviously have some good super chats, so let's go ahead and dive into these. Everybody that's watching the stream right now, please take a second to stop what you are doing. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, and also become a member for one reason and one reason only. Well, 2 reasons. The first reason is because this Sunday, we will be having our first members only stream at 9 p.m. Eastern time. And we will do that every Sunday and every Thursday following that. But also, the main reason why you need to become a member and join these streams is because you control the show. For an hour specifically, we are going to talk about what the chat wants to talk about. You guys dictate the topics. You guys control the flow of the show. And for once, I don't have to host because y'all hosting. So become a member, host the members only stream, and let's get it in, y'all. We'll see y'all this Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern time. I can't wait. But in the meantime, in between time, we got super chats, a good amount of them. So let's dive into them. The first one is from Teddy Hart, a Hall of Famer. Teddy Hart said, how big is the gap purely as a player between SGA and Kobe at similar points in their career? Not sure if we should use by age or season. Year 8 Kobe is 03-04, and age 27 Kobe is 05-06. Skill set over stats because the league and circumstances are vastly different.
I have this Shea as having a better season than 03-04 Kobe did.
It's the same 03-04 Kobe who was going back and forth to court and averaging 30 a game. Remember that.
He definitely didn't average 30. I know that for a fact.
In 04?
that year.
He averaged like 24.
In 04, he averaged 24.
03 he averaged 30. I apologize.
03
Yeah,
averaged
so,
30.
averaged 30.
so I'm
Yeah.
taking Shea
Yeah,
over
my fault.
03-04
03 he
Kobe.
averaged 30.
Yeah,
In 04.
What about 05-06?
Yeah,
I'm taking
now,
Shea over
that's-
03-04 Kobe, man.
That's it.
That's all I say.
As far as we go.
You can
All
have
right, just make it-
03-04, you
just
can
make it
have
sure.
04-05. You can have 03-04
Just,
and 04-05.
just making sure, man. All right.
Everything else, I'm gonna leave that alone for a while.
24 game that year. I mean,
Yeah.
is it because I mean, why do we equate Shea to Bryant? Like, isn't Shea a lead guard? Like, so is he a 2 guard or what? Which one is it?
He's a
If he
2
played
guard.
20 years ago, he'd be a 2 guard.
Yeah, he definitely played a 2 guard if he played 20 years
He's
ago.
a 2 guard right now.
I mean, yeah, he's a combo
I
guard.
always felt like, to be honest with you,
100%.
real talk,
Yeah,
I
he's
always
a
felt like
combo
that.
guard.
I've
To
always
me,
felt
Shea
like
is just like if Iverson and Kobe
Exactly.
merged.
And
And
got way
Iverson
more.
was
efficient.
Iverson was a 2 guard, Kobe was
I'm
a 2
not mad at
guard,
that.
but both could initiate. Like that to me is what Shea is. So.
But if we're comparing the two players, even if we're comparing the two players, I'm probably in the minority. I think Bryant is. I think it's Bryant, and I think it's him. I don't
You're
think
definitely in the minority.
I'm in the minority.
No, he's definitely not in the
No,
minority.
you're
Yeah.
not
I
in
do.
the
I'm
Yeah,
Sure, he's
minority.
not in the
I think
minority, but
no.
but I disagree. I don't think the gap is that substantial.
The reason why I do, Mars, I think about athletically how much better you
Why does
are.
it matter? Why does the athleticism
explain.
matter?
The reason why the athleticism matters is because it
Yeah,
changes
why does it
shot.
matter?
The reason why is because it changes shot selection. It changes efficiency because Bryant plays above the rim. That's huge as an athletic 2 guard. Not only does it matter in that aspect, as a 2 guard at 6'6", he gets up off the floor higher, which means that he's able to finish over smaller guys. That's not to say
Vince
Shea
gets
doesn't.
higher than him. It doesn't
But-
change that equation.
Well-
Tracy got higher than both. Tracy got higher than him. It doesn't change the
I mean, I
equation.
don't think-
Dwayne Wade got higher than him.
Kobe
It didn't
would be
change
like
the
a
equation.
gap, to be
It
fair.
100% changes.
The
The few of them niggas is better than Shea.
Hold up. No. When Phil Jackson was asked about Michael versus Kobe, what did he say the difference was?
I don't
The
know
hands,
what's
right?
different.
He said the hands. He says the hands that are the difference, right? So when we have this very one
It's
track
also
mind,
the athleticism.
I mean, okay,
To be able to blow a guy's doors off, to be able to get to the rim, throw it over the top of a big man, focus, to be able to throw it over the top of a big man, to be able to have a 1-2 dribble pull up and be able to shoot over the top of guys. Shea creates space with his 1-2 dribble pull up. Kobe's shooting over the top of you with that at 15 feet,
Who's
at
more
17
efficient?
feet, at 13 feet.
Who's more efficient?
The efficiency thing, I do understand.
Differently.
I
Yeah,
think that
because they don't play defense anymore. Real talk.
no,
My
they
bad.
still play. They still play
That-
defense.
that's- who
They
said-
still play defense. But Kobe Bryant, being as cerebral as he was, if he plays in
In the
today's game,
playoffs, Kobe has actually been more efficient.
if Kobe
Like,
Bryant
God
plays,
damn, we have to actually be able to like evaluate players and not just who's plus 8 and who's plus like God
even
damn.
if that's true,
The,
real talk,
the fact that we sit here talking about why does athleticism matter in basketball is ridiculous. That's
But
what
to be
makes
fair,
the eight
I
picks.
get
No, we're
his-
trying
I
to
get his-
redefine athleticism.
If someone's
No, we're not
if
redefining
someone's
athleticism.
athletically superior, but someone's outproducing you.
No,
I
I
understand
get
why
that.
you
I
would say
get that
why does
part. Yeah, but
athleticism matter.
to me, to most sane people, the skill level between SGA and Kobe is not this
I mean,
in
Kobe might
favor
be
of
the most skilled
SGA
player ever.
to where
so, I mean,
They're
people
both
aren't
really
factoring in
skilled.
also his athleticism on top of that. The whole what we're watching, I don't know how people haven't just seen this. Now it's been reconfirmed playoff after playoff. What's winning in the playoffs right now? Size, length, athleticism, physicality. that's winning in the playoffs right now. Athleticism matters. It's always mattered. That's the difference in these
athleticism?
apex characters in the NBA.
Oh,
the
we're gonna do
gap
the soft
between
traits
Kobe
again.
and Michael Jordan
Deceleration.
is the fact that Michael Jordan has arguably the best first step of all time and has a 43-inch vertical. That matters. It
50.
matters.
And
The
on top of
reason
that-
why LeBron James is LeBron James, part of it. He's 6'9",
Why do you fight that, Penn? That 100%
runs faster
matters.
than everybody and
It
jumps higher than
matters,
everybody.
but it's not all that matters. Balance
I didn't
matters.
say it's
Hand-eye
all that
coordination
matters, but it
matters. How
matters.
It's a
quickly
part
you
of
stop.
athleticism.
I mean,
Balance is
Kobe
part
had
of
all of those
athleticism.
things in an abundance.
Hand,
Look on-
the hand size matters.
Kobe's
Ball control
balance, his
matters.
footwork is
Okay,
second to none.
Kenny
Kobe's
Anderson
awesome.
is the before I ran into Kyrie Irving. Kenny Anderson is the best ball handler I ever seen. He had child hands. His hands were very small. So the idea of him having big hands, that doesn't mean anything, because we got plenty of guys in the league who have big hands but can't catch a cold in Antarctica in December. So that
Okay,
happens.
but-
Just because you got big hands, that does not mean that you can catch the basketball. Does that mean that you can't hold on to the basketball? The point that I was making, real talk, when we talked about being efficient, I'm thinking about Bryant today in today's game and how cerebral he is and how much he watches tape, how he attacks angles, the space that we have in today's game, the spaces that he would be in as opposed to the spaces that he was in back then, because there wasn't a lot of room to operate. There's way more room to operate. There's way more spots for him to get to and be more efficient as opposed to what he was back then. There aren't 2 and 3 guys waiting for him in the middle of the paint. There aren't 2 guys hanging on him. He does know how to get angles to get to different spaces where he can be the most productive in today's game. That's what I'm thinking about when it comes to Bryant. When you talk about efficiency, I think he'd be much more efficient today than he was back then.
Chill, but you train your game to work in the era that you play. We're not sitting here criticizing Will Chamberlain and Bill Russell for not shooting threes, because they should have been able to shoot threes because they didn't have to shoot threes. So Kobe trained for a game that was more constrained to the middle, which means that he got stronger and he became really good on the block, really good on the box. And he worked on his mid-range stuff, and he worked on his playmaking, and he worked with the greatest big man that we have seen in the last 25 years.
That's footwork.
And I'm sorry, he worked with the greatest coach we've seen in the last 25 years, 30 years.
That's not true.
And okay, second best coach.
That's probably
am I-
still not true.
No? Okay,
No,
cool. We just
you can move
disrespect
on. You
Phil
can
Jackson.
carry
That's
on.
okay.
I'm sorry, who
That's
are we
okay.
talking about?
Phil Jackson.
Phil Jackson. He's
Phil
talking about
Jackson.
As you were
Never-
saying, Penn. As you were saying, Penn. Keep
never,
going.
Never mind. I forgot about Eric Spoelstra. My bad. Fucking hell. Anyways, my
No,
point
I'm
is
sorry. I thought you were talking about Mark Dagnall. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no. So what I'm saying is, like, what Shea has done, building that culture up in OKC, I feel like because he doesn't get above the rim, like a lot of the prototypical 2 guards that we have seen dominate this sport, people kind of sleep on it, like, because they don't trust it. And when people don't, when you do things in a way that people don't expect you to do things, they always diminish it as being fraudulent because they can't reconcile in their own mind that it's happening. It's kind of like how Nikola Jokic is like so dominant and he's like this unathletic fat guy. Like, people swear this man is obese. He is not.
He's in fantastic shape.
He's in fantastic shape.
he's in
He's playing
great shape.
41 minutes in the playoffs and he's not dying. Like, I would dare anyone up here cannot play 2 minutes in the playoffs right now without their lungs collapsing. I can't. I know I
know
can't.
for a fact I
And I'm
can
in
do it.
pretty good shape. So my point here is, like, Shea does not do it the way Kobe did, Michael did, because he's not an above the rim athlete. But Kobe didn't do it the way Michael did, if we're being honest. Like, there's parts of it that looked a little bit like it, but let's just be real. Like, there's levels to athleticism. The closest in terms of vertical pop that we saw to Michael was actually Vince. And everybody agreed by 2004 that Vince was not on Kobe's level. So we have seen Kraft beat out athleticism before. Why are we
We have.
diminishing? Why are we diminishing what Shea is doing? Shea wins his spots. Shea is doing it with suboptimal spacing. Let's just be honest.
Sure.
He's doing it against triple teams and quadruple teams.
Yep.
He's doing it efficiently. Now he's doing it in the playoffs. He's doing it as the solo star way earlier than Bryant ever had to in a championship setting. He's doing it without Shaq. He's doing it without an all-time head coach.
He's not doing it as a solo star. That's just not true. But keep
Mark
going.
is
Daigneault is
the
going to go
second
down as an
star?
all-time
Yeah,
great
that's
coach
not
if they
true.
keep this pace.
That
He's
Okay,
going to
first
have
of
an
all,
all-time great coach by the time they
Jay Gilgeous
retire.
Alexander has
Mark
never had a
Daigneault will
player
be
as good as
the
Shaquille
all-time
O'Neal.
great
He has
coach.
never
Okay.
had a player anywhere.
That's not what you
I
just
would
said,
argue
Penn.
no
You just-
one's had a teammate.
because
as good as
that's number
Shaquille
one,
O'Neal.
Mars. And number two,
Okay.
you just said a second star. Let's be clear about one thing.
Earlier in
Let-
his career.
let-
He's
There's
also
no
let-
way in
one of
hell
the
he's going
greatest
to say
defense of all
Jay Dillon.
time in a lot of people's
Right.
opinions.
So let's not leave out that he's also playing with one of the best defensive
Why
players in the
do
game who
people
can score. And
diminish-
what I don't
Okay,
want to
look.
really
I-
quickly, Penn, and I want you to
go
get
ahead.
back on your point really quickly, Penn. I want you to get back on your point. The reason why this is the reason why I'm bringing up the athleticism, because you brought up Vince. Vince did not maximize his offensive ability. Bryant did. That's why we're talking about the athleticism. We're talking about the ball handling, his ability to separate, his ability to be physical when he's playing against a smaller league, when he's playing against a smaller guard, or even a guard his size, being able to jump over the top of a guy, being able to create space, being able to face a guy up and just hit a jump shot in your face, being able to take a guy who is my size or even bigger than me to the rim and finish over the top of him, which, by the way, is demoralizing for a defender when I'm going up against a guy who's dunking the ball over the top of me. That's a big deal. Contrary to popular belief, that is a huge deal. On top of that, him being able to score at the volume that he scores, because Kobe Bryant is not one of those bucket getters who scores when he feels like it. He's one of those guys that once he gets going, he pours it on and it doesn't stop. And when it doesn't stop, that's another thing, in addition to the athleticism, that's demoralizing to a defender. That not only am I getting out athlete, and not only am I getting, not athlete ain't the word I'm looking for, I'm sorry. Not only am I getting outplayed as an athlete, I'm also not able to stop this guy as a bucket getter from a skill set. So when I think about SGA, which I can't stand us having this conversation about SGA and Kobe Bryant, I think this is some dumb shit. The reason why is because I just want to marvel at who SGA is in the playoffs. I don't understand why we're comparing him to Kobe Bryant right now. But the reason why I look at Bryant the way I do in terms of his ability to just be awesome is because he did it and completely did. Even when he started to slow down, he changed his game and started playing on the box more. He had that face-up game. And in addition to having that face-up game, he was also an incredible defender. Bryant was never, I don't think that there was ever anybody that I saw that made him the guy who we went after consistently. Now, he has guys, SGA has guys to protect him, but Bryant was the one who took the assignment. I'm going to deal with Rondo. I'm going to deal with Meta. I'm going to deal with these guys. SGA has guys to protect him on the defensive side of the basketball. Bryant was different in that aspect.
I'm sorry. Like, first of all, like, why can't we just respect greatness?
Sure.
I mean, I'm sorry. Like, for most of the
That's
early-
a great question because you disrespected a lot.
Okay, we're not talking to you. We're talking to Cho.
We're
So-
talking to the whole panel.
Could you please
Oh, I
respect
just
real talk
responded to you.
greatness?
I will not.
Mm.
Exactly.
Like, we spent
Much
most
greater than
like
you. Keep going. Fight through the screen. Fight through the screen. Keep going.
you need a gold star. You need a hug. You need a cup of tea.
What is
the
a
fuck
gold
you
star?
need?
Penn,
I don't
there's
even
no
know
way,
what you're
Penn, you're
talking
dying
about.
on the screen, Penn. Get through
Anyway.
the screen.
Exactly.
Penn. Come on,
Go
Go
under the
get through the
screen.
screen.
Go under.
Come on,
I'm
bro.
I
pushing
know
you
Real
up.
talk-
Go
real-
under.
bothers you. That's
Sure.
why I do it. Go
As
through
Real
you
the
talk.
say,
screen.
If you need a
as you
gold
were
star or
saying,
hug,
Penn.
just text me. I could.
Penn,
I
as you were
got
saying,
I have
you.
that. Yeah.
As
Okay.
you were saying, Penn,
Chill.
I'm showing on that
So-
screen, and I'm helping you get over it. Here we go,
Chill.
Penn.
Chill.
I'm showing.
Like,
I'm here.
from the year
Pitt,
1990.
start over
Wait,
again.
Ron.
From the year
Hey,
19
and chill. He dead. We gotta start over again. We gotta give him another life.
No, I'm
As
good.
you- as
Got
you
me
were
out
saying,
here playing
Chill.
drop
From the year
coverage. Get through that.
1997, from the year 1997 till the year about 2011, 2012, I have to say the vast majority of Kobe Bryant coverage was negative. Okay. Like, you were there. I was there.
97 till when? One more time?
2010, 2011.
13 years?
Yes. A lot of it was negative. People talked about what he couldn't do. People talked about what he didn't do as a leader, what he didn't do as a teammate. Oh, he drove Shaq out. Oh, he's a selfish teammate. Oh, he takes too many shots.
Okay.
And meanwhile, we're watching one of the greatest craftsmen in NBA history. We're watching greatness every single night. And people are just talking about how he's not good enough. I'm not waiting until SGA
Because he ain't
retires.
Bryant good? Come on, Penn. Because
What?
he's not Bryant good?
Whoa.
That means he's not good
You are
enough.
watching
Whoa.
one of the greatest guard peaks ever.
100%.
So,
I'm not arguing that.
okay,
understand
hold
that.
up.
I'm not.
Chill. Remember those numbers I brought up to you in terms of paint scoring of Shaq and Jokic the other day?
Yep. I do remember that.
You know who else is in that same 75% from
SGA.
three? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So as much as you want to talk about the lack of explosiveness above the rim, the dude is finishing regardless. And it's not because he has Golden State Warriors spacing. He does not have Kevin Durant. And by the way, chill, I thought we rewarded loyalty up here.
Yes, we did.
This is a dude who's stuck in a small market. He is stuck in a small market. Unlike Kobe, however, and here's where I will say, like let's keep it a spade. This is a dude who at the age of 21, 22 was already leading a team. Okay? This is not something that Kobe picked up until much later. This is a guy who has you say, oh, he has this
24
defense.
wins?
Yes. He was leading that team, Mars. Because
Jalen Green led the Rockets in 2023.
In 2001, Kobe was 100% a leader.
Oh my God,
Kobe was 100% a leader.
Let's just agree to disagree that there's different levels of leadership. But what I'm saying is, what Shea has built in OKC, you say, oh, he has all this defense. Why does he have this defense? Listen to how his teammates talk about him. He is our leader.
So he's making them better defenders.
Yes.
Because all right. So Penn, I'm about to bring this back to center. Just strictly only because we have to move on. But I don't want to necessarily push back on what you're saying. I'm on Chill's side with this. But I do think that we have to. I'm more open to the Shea and Kobe conversations. I don't have Shea by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm open to the conversation because Shea is now sitting at that table with these guys. Hey, there's levels to things. I would say Shea's sitting at the table with other millionaires. Now it's levels to being a millionaire. You could have 5 million, you could have 20 million, you could have 100 million. But Shea is at that table with them scoring goats, with these all-time guard peaks. Shea's at the table.
Was Kobe the best player in the league?
Penn, that is irrelevant to us talking about this guy versus this guy. It's irrelevant.
3 years. To me, he was the best in the league for 3 years.
2006 to 2009?
Till 2008, yeah.
Was it debatable in 2008?
I think it was debatable in like 07. I think you can make the argument, but for me, it was Kobe. And I'm comfortable saying the best player in the league from 06 to 08 was Kobe. I'm comfortable with that. I understand there's arguments to be made for other players.
How many years?
But for me, I'm taking Kobe.
Given the context of increase.
This is going to be a bad argument for Shea, by the way, as the years progress, because there will be people saying that Nikola Jokic was the best player up until this season, and then the next player will be.
Cool. Well, I don't care what people have to say. I care what I have to say, and what I have to say is I've been pretty firm that Shea's the best player on the planet, and I've been saying this since last year.
I do.
And what he's doing right now, given the number of players we have in the league, that
has he been consensus? Because you asked about Kobe, you said Kobe was never that. That would be a consensus opinion.
Well, Kobe was never the consensus best player in the league, except for maybe
Shea's not consensus best player in the league.
Kobe was never consensus best player in the league.
Maybe 1 year. Consensus.
Facts.
2008.
So I'm fairly sure you thought Jokic was better than Shea last year, but I'm fine to just let that slide for the sake of it.
I did not.
We've had many conversations about who the best player in the world is, and last year
I said Shea was MVP.
Okay, those two things aren't the same thing.
Yeah,
those two things aren't the same thing.
You said Shea was the MVP.
Yeah, those two things aren't the same thing. You said he was the best player in the world. Was Shea the best player on the planet on the planet last?
I've heard on multiple occasions you say the best player in the world is Nikola Jokic. This year was the first time I heard you say that it was interchangeable.
Penn in 24-25, which was last season. Penn in 24-25.
I don't even remember you saying Shea was the best player in the world, like over Jokic until like 2 weeks ago.
I have said it.
Even this year, you've been saying it's those two are the best players in the world. That's what you've been saying.
In the 24-25 season, who was the best player on the planet? It's June of 24-25. Who was the best player in the world?
I said SGA was the best player.
Why was he the best player in the world in 24-25?
Someone needs to find some clips because I know I'm not misremembering.
You're not, Mars. You're not.
I know.
Why was he the best player on the planet?
I think his scoring efficiency, combined with just leading that team, like leading a team that's that good, that dominant. I think you have to get credit for the team you lead. I'm sorry.
No, I can get with that.
I am not one of those people that is going to just say, "Oh, your team is on pace for 70 wins by osmosis." No, your leadership matters. I'm watching right now a team in Toronto
You
shoot
said they'd win
33%
55 without him.
So
Penn, when did he pass Joker?
I think I said they win 50 without him, didn't I?
No, you said 55.
You
But
said
anyway,
55, so I said 50.
when did he pass Joker, Penn, in your estimation?
Midway through last year.
So before last season, so in the beginning of last season, in your estimation, Joker was the best player on the planet.
Yep.
You said that,
Mm-hmm.
which means that you thought up until January of last year, maybe January of last year, you thought Joker was the best player on the planet. What flipped in January? Because they hadn't won the NBA championship yet. We ain't there yet. Why is he the best player in the world?
Who walked onto the panel last year in preseason and said this OKC team was going to win the
That
championship?
has nothing to do with
That you did
SGA
say.
being the best player.
All
on
this,
the
you said
planet.
Jokic was Shea was the best player in the world midway through last season. I know this shit is not
100%.
true.
100%.
Like, I know this. I was here. I was on the. Unless you said it on another platform. I don't watch everything you do.
No, we staying right here, Mark.
Unless if you said you said it here, I know
I'm
that's
pretty.
not true.
I'm pretty sure I said it. If I didn't say it, I definitely felt it.
All right, hey, y'all know what to do in the chat.
Fair enough.
Go get them clips.
I can't tell you how you
Go
made it.
get them clips.
Mars, you
I
have
can't
said
say
you
how
have
you
said
made
like
it.
15 different things to 15 different people in the same day. So let's not act like we
You
are
up here have
oblivious
not
to this.
said Shea was the best player in the world over Jokic until like 2 weeks ago.
I have
on this
definitely said it
platform.
before 2 weeks ago.
No, you have said, and you have been saying all year long.
To me,
those
when
two
I
are
say
the best
someone
players
is
in the world.
MVP, when
You
I
have
say
always put them together. You have always
when I
grouped them
say
together
somebody
as
is
the two best players.
MVP, that's
all you've
what
done.
I mean. When I say somebody's MVP, that is best player in the world. Unless, of course, the actual best player in the world is literally on a lottery team.
So Steve Nash was the best player in the world in 2006.
I didn't
Yeah, but you
have
don't
him as
think Steve Nash
MVP.
deserved the MVP, so that's fine.
I am
But
very,
yeah, Steve
very
Nash was the best
publicly.
player in the world. So watch your mouth. But
That is a lie. a
He
lie
was
and a
not the
half.
best player in the world.
No,
No,
it
for
was not.
chill. When I say this dude deserves an MVP, and one guy's on a 65, 68 win team, whatever the fuck OKC was on, and the other guy's 62 win team, and I say this guy's the MVP.
Sure.
That is me saying that is the best player in the world. Now, I am Serbian. I am not going to go out and be like, oh, yeah, Shea clears. Maybe I'm a little bit cagey about saying that. But
Right.
yes, internally, I have felt
who was
that
your
that ship-
MVP in 2017?
I don't remember. LeBron?
Over Russell Westbrook's triple double year and then
100%. Yeah, I wrote an article
LeBron
about
was
why
your
Russell
MVP?
Westbrook
Okay.
sucks. Yes.
Oh yeah, all right. Let's
I
move
just
on.
wanted to know.
He's a
LeBron
hater. He's a
I
pure
have I
hater.
have
Knew
the
this was
article.
gonna happen, Rod.
So
I
you
knew
do
it.
think Steph was the best in the world in 2016? Just to clarify.
2016.
It's
I
real
thought, it
easy
was
to
either,
remember,
I
man.
thought it was either Kawhi or Steph.
Not James.
So three of us think it was Kawhi. Interesting. Guess we'll have to have that conversation again.
I'm not kidding. Like,
Kawhi
most-
was better
most
than
years-
LeBron James in 2016.
Man, respect 2016 Kawhi.
I think Kobe's better than Shea, so we don't get
I do
derailed.
too.
I do think the conversation. I think Shea has put himself in the group where I will have his conversation with any guard who's ever played. I'll have that conversation.
I'm
if
there
someone
too.
tells me he's peaked higher than Magic Johnson, I'll listen. Someone tell me he peaked higher than Steph, I'll listen. Someone tell me he over than MJ. Leave MJ out of this. But everyone else, I'll listen. That's kind of where I'm at.
I think he's grabbed the seat. I think he's grabbed the seat at that table with like the best combo guards like Jerry West and James Harden and those guys. But I think what he's doing right now, I think he's getting up from that table and I think he's moving over to the Oscar Robertson, Magic. I think he's moving over to that table.
He's better than James Harden.
He is.
I don't hate that. I do not hate that at all.
In my opinion. I'm not saying that
I
like,
don't
oh
hate
yeah,
that.
there's no
Mm-mm.
debate.
don't
I
hate
think
that
he's
at
better
all.
than James Harden was.
Nope, I don't hate that at all. Nope. I'm definitely down to have that conversation. That he better than James Harden.
And I'm definitely, I want to make sure I'm clear as well. I'm definitely very high on Shea as well, just by the way. But
I think he's the best player in the league.
exactly, I do as well.
I'm
So
just high on a
it's
lot
not
of
like I'm
guards.
low
It's not
on
even a
Shea.
knock to Shea. I'm just high on. I'm high on Jerry West. I'm high on Oscar Robertson.
Me
I'm
too.
high on Magic Johnson. I'm high on Steph Curry. I'm high on Kobe Bryant. Michael Jordan is in a room by himself. Like I'm high on James Harden. I'm high on Dwayne Wade. I'm high on peak Tracy McGrady. I'm high on like all of these players. So like, yeah, I think Shea can talk to Kobe, but I think peak Dwayne Wade can talk to Kobe. I think peak Tracy McGrady could talk to Kobe. Like, that's what I think. I just think, and that's not a knock, because I think Kobe can talk to Magic Johnson, can talk to Steph Curry. Like, I just think they're closer than
What kind of when you say Mars that
Magic.
would you say that he could talk to him? Because I don't want to go down this rabbit
I
hole.
Euroed earlier. You can Euro that.
Yeah, I when you say talk, like, are we having a cup of coffee or you want to sit down and have some dinner kind of conversation?
It varies for the different players.
Seeing crumpets?
There's some players where it's like, if someone were to say Dwayne Wade peaked higher than Kobe Bryant, depending on what I know about them previously,
Sure,
that will determine the level of listening I'm willing to do to that conversation. If it's someone who I know just be saying stuff, I don't want to listen because their explanation ain't going to make sense to me. But if it's someone who, like, I respect their perspective on basketball and they say D Wade peaked higher than Kobe, or D Wade peaked higher than Steph, or D Wade peaked higher than insert other guards, I'll listen. And will I agree? Probably not. But it's also potentially I could, depending on the day and what things I decide to value. I just think when it comes to these all-time conversations, I don't think these guys are just, the word clear gets used very easily, and I don't like that for me. I do think there are some players who clear. Like, for me, Michael Jordan is in a room separate to all the other guards. But, like, when it comes to everyone else, like, yeah, I'll listen to Steph Curry and James Harden conversation. Like, if someone genuinely believes, based on what James Harden did in the regular seasons and the fact that he was going up against those juggernauts and that you weren't going to win because of that, but they still believe his production and his performance on the court is worthy of being compared to a Steph Curry or a Dwayne Wade, like, I'll listen to that. Will I agree? Probably not. But I'd listen. So that's kind of where I'm at.
So real talk, what I'm going to say to the last thing I'm going to say is maybe I don't know if cleared is what I implied. I am comfortable in saying that Kobe Bryant is a better player than SGA. I'm comfortable in saying that.
But chill. If you feel clears, if you feel clears,
I think he's better than him.
Just say that.
And I think he is better than SGA, and I'm comfortable in saying that. I'm not saying he's better than him, but I'm willing to listen to this, and that. No, I'm comfortable in saying that dude is better than that dude. I'm comfortable in that.
I know one thing because Mars brought up Dwayne Wade. Just right quick, real talk, because Mars brought up Dwayne Wade and saying, that they're in the same tier and that some people may believe that. Real talk, I know you're high on Dwayne Wade. Chill, I know you were there. There was never a point in the league past not even in 2010 where people were saying that Dwayne Wade was better than Kobe. I don't remember those conversations.
We actually had a conversation in 2006 during 2006 during the NBA championship. Like that came up.
Why did time out? Why did we have that conversation?
Because they won the NBA championship and what he did to them to get to the NBA championship. And
okay, so
Kobe
prior to
a private game that year, man. Kobe
it did. And Mars, I wasn't entertaining the conversation, to be honest with you, but it was something that came up. Yes, it did.
And
anytime you watch a game from back then, all the time on commentary, they're calling Kobe the best player in the world. Like, you go watch the 09 Lakers.
Yeah,
that's the best player in the world. They're comparing him to Michael Jordan. Like,
but that's the difference between watching games back and actually being there, Mars. That is the difference.
Well, the commentary is live.
There, Kobe was the best player.
The commentary is live. I'm listening to what they said 17 years ago. Whether or not I was there to listen to it at the time doesn't change that. Mark Jackson is on commentary calling Kobe Bryant the best thing since Michael Jordan. He's on commentary saying that in 2010. Whether or not I watched that in 2026 or 2010 doesn't change that. That's what he said in 2010.
So Pin, I started this by saying I started this by saying
I'm listening to him say it when he's there.
I never heard nobody in all of my years on this grand great earth say during the time where they were playing that Dwayne Wade was better than Kobe. And you know what's funny? They peaked around the same time. You can say Dwayne Wade's peak came a year or two after Kobe's peak, but Kobe was still in his prime. But even at his peak, even with Kobe's drop off, I never heard nobody say that Dwayne Wade was better than Kobe. Not even in 11. Not even in 12. Remember in 12, see, a lot of people forget 2012 Kobe. Kobe was still kicking in 2012. I never heard
until 13.
Hooping.
I will stand on it.
I think he was like noticeably declining by that point.
He was on the other side of who he used to be.
He had the luxury of he's done so much that as long as Kobe's still producing at a high level, you'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Even if there's guys in the regular season who are like outperforming him and whatnot, I'm gonna take Kobe. Like, he's done so much for so long and he's still really good. I'm gonna give Kobe the benefit of the doubt. That's kind of where I think he was post 2010. But he was still like amazing. Like even in 2013, like you could still say he's a top 5 player in the league. Like that's not crazy.
Yeah.
It's probably correct. So like that's how good he still was. And D Wade was already like dealing with what he was dealing with post like 2012. So you can see.
I've always stood on it that the two I equate them to is Drex and Jordan. I had no point. I thought Drex was a fantastic player.
I think
thought
they're
he was
closer
fantastic.
than that.
But I never thought that Drex was ever better than Jordan. On no level did I ever think that. That's how I felt about Brian and James.
I think
Brian,
Dwayne Wade's closer
Brian.
to Kobe than Kobe is to MJ. I don't know if that's a hot take. But...
A little bit, but
I think
a little
both of them
bit.
closer to Jordan than people want to realize at their best. But
Real talk, but not. But I just want to say really quickly, Penn, just to double back to what you got finished talking about. I don't want to derail and get off the fact that Oklahoma City, what they did with Shea in this first round, is nothing short of fantastic as a group. Like we're not screwing around with inferior teams. We need our rest. We have to make sure that everybody knows that we are serious. So a team like Phoenix, 5-6 games, we do not have that kind of time to screw around with them. We got to get rid of these guys and get rid of them now. So I'm all for that. I'm not one of these people that, scoffs at series like this. I enjoy domination. I love it. Get them dudes out of here.
The only issue is J-Dub got hurt. That's the only negative from that series.
That's it.
Big negative, to be fair. But
Absolutely.
that's the only negative.
I mean, but they can still sweep the next team.
They can, but you still want to have that continuity going through the playoffs. You don't want to have to run into San Antonio, Portland, Denver, or Minnesota, having to reacclimate. What's the word?
Yeah, reacclimate.
That's the word.
J-Dub into the lineup. Like you don't want to have to do that.
Integrate, I think the word also too, Mark.
Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely.
I knew that was
but
a word.
real talk, if I'm being honest with you, and this might be also another hot take, I'd be surprised if the Lakers get by Houston, I'd be surprised if they get a game on Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City should smoke them dudes in 4 games. They
are going to smoke us in 4 games.
I think they should sweep whoever comes out.
Whoever comes out. But like the way that they beat us down every time they see us, they take pride in like doing the Lakers like that. I think they do that intentionally. I don't think that's an accident.
So the best teams are player led, not coach led.
Then why bring up Phil Jackson in the argument?
I don't know about that, Penn.
I don't know who leads these teams. I'm not in the locker room. Yeah. I think most teams have multiple leaders. That's my theory.
I just think it's a lot of people.
I just think the best player gets given the credit for leadership, but I'm fairly sure, like unless it's Udonis Haslem, apparently bad players just
Derek Fisher was a leader, Rick Fox was a leader in their own way, in the sense that they might lead something, but like make no mistake, Shaq walks into that, huddle. We're listening to Shaq, right? Like chill. I'm not wrong about that, right? If Shaq is saying something, that has gravity. So if Shaq is not showing up to practice, that has greater gravity than if Derek Fisher doesn't show up to practice. That's what I mean. So when your best player cares about defense, when your best player shows up on time, when your best player is a super hard worker, that carries. That's culture. Okay. So
I agree with that.
I can give it that.
So what I have watched in Toronto from 2013, 2014 with Kyle and DeMar building that culture, and now I'm watching it again with Scotty and guys like Jamal Shed and these guys and how they're building culture. I'm telling you, if your players are boneheads, it doesn't work. Your coach can say whatever the hell they want. If your players don't buy into the right stuff, it doesn't matter. And I'm saying that we will always give this guy credit for having help. This guy has help. This guy has a great defense. The guy has a great defense for a reason, because he cares about defense. He preaches defense. He plays defense. You might not think he's the best defender on his team. Cool. He didn't birth Chet Holmgren in a lab. Okay. He didn't draft Cason Wallace. But believe me, those guys care about defense because their leader cares about defense. And he is an instrumental part of that. What?
No, I can get with that.
You don't
cares about defense because Shea does? When he got drafted as one of the best defensive prospects of the last decade?
Who did?
Cason Wallace cares about defense because of Shea when he got compared to Drew Holiday coming out of college? Huh?
I'm telling you that the top two, Go look at the top 5 defenses. Okay, we're talking Detroit, OKC. What do you see? You're seeing the best player give a shit about defense, right?
Okay.
So
I'm
I'm
about to
telling
tell
you
me
that
Chet
you're-
cares about defense because of Shea. Like I'm not subscribing to that.
Pin,
So why do you
buy-in
care about
does.
I think
Like,
that's part of it, though.
It's
But
very
buy-in
literally-
does matter, but like some of these guys are already just elite defenders. Some of these guys are generational defenders, and
Jalen
like
Suggs is
that-
an elite defender. Franz Wagner is an elite defender. Why are the Orlando Magic not a top 3 defense this year?
Because
They've been one of the
Anthony-
best
Anthony-
defenses
yeah,
in the
they-
league for the past
Anthony
like
Black.
3 years.
Anthony
And
Black
they've been hurt.
is-
yeah, they were injured. They were hurt.
I mean,
They-
what's
they've
more
been-
likely?
No,
What's more likely? Is it more likely that Sam Presti got a bunch of guys together that care about defense, or is it more likely that he grabbed a bunch of guys and then Shea was like, you know what, y'all, we care about defense, and now we all care about defense. Which one's more likely?
I
Shea
think the first
Presti.
one, not the
Do
former
you
one.
think do you think Anthony Edwards this year cared about defense?
Nope.
They were 6th in defense.
Yup, because Rudy Gobert cares about defense.
Who's the best player on the team?
Rudy Gobert. I'm joking. Look, for real, like if you got to go to Draymond and Rudy Gobert, those are defensive anchors. But like my point is the Pistons care about defense in large part, not just because they have Asar Thompson and Ron Holland. It's also because Cade preaches defense. Cade plays defense. It's really difficult to sustain a great defense when your best player doesn't give a shit about defense. And I understand what you're saying. Jalen Brunson sucks at defense. Jalen Brunson still cares about defense, bro. He just can't. He's small. You know, Steph Curry still cares about defense. Steph buys into defense. He's not just rolling his eyes on defense. It's Trae Young who doesn't give a shit about defense. Right?
All right, that's a random Trey stray. But guys, we've been having good conversations, but I got to get back to these super chats. If you haven't sent through a super chat yet, go ahead and send them through. We're gonna run down through a few of these. I got a $20 super chat from DNE MLV, a Hall of Famer, by the way. DNE said, "I'm on a flight from Germany to Detroit as we speak, specifically so I can boo Jalen Duren's sorry ass live and in person for their last game of the season." He let the whole city down.
He's been egregious. It's a shame. It's a shame for the Pistons because their defense has held up their end of the bargain. They're playing good defense. They're meeting everything at the rim. Asar, I think, has had a really good defensive series. Last game was probably his worst game of
Isaiah
the series.
Stewart too.
Isaiah Stewart had like 200 blocks. Paolo is struggling like efficiency wise. I know he struggled last night. Desmond Bain struggled the first 2 games. Like the defense is doing what it's supposed to do. Like anyone who had concerns about the offense. So I know my hand is up. Real Talk's hand is up. Chill's hand is up. I know Ox had his doubts about this team. Anyone who had their doubts about this offense being proven like so clearly right. Like it's just not a
I
good
just
enough
thought that
offense.
I
Like,
just
it's
thought that
bad.
Orlando as much doubt as I had about Detroit's offense, I just thought Orlando's offense was worse considering what I had seen throughout the course of the year. And I didn't think that even though they started to get healthy at the right time, that they were just going to be able to turn it on. So then I got to thinking to myself, and I had this conversation earlier today, do the Orlando Magic just have the better matchup, or is this who they really are? Because I'm thinking that this is just a bad matchup for the Detroit Pistons.
I think this is just an all-time fumble. Also, I'll remind you, 23 years ago, Cho, we were
Sir.
in this
Oh my
exact
God. He gonna bring out a
place.
3-1 comeback. He gonna bring out a 3-1.
We were in the same place. Magic 8 seed, Pistons 1 seed, 3-1 lead. Tracy McGrady steps up to the podium, says it's great to finally get out of the first round. Doc Rivers coaching his team. They fumbled.
They fumbled.
So, you know, like you're gonna have to actually beat this Detroit team. And I don't know, like, okay, like I don't
all
know
the heat's
what
on Detroit. All of it.
I
Not
feel
some of it or most
I
of
feel
it. All of
stupid
it's
both
on
ways
on
because
Detroit.
first of all, like preseason, I picked the Magic to come out of the East, and I felt stupid all year for doing that. And I was like, man, these guys suck. And then prior to the playoffs, I said this Pistons team was real, as y'all were hating on them, and now I feel stupid for that. So I don't really know where I'm at
You
on
were
this.
hating on them?
I was not hating on the Pistons. I was showing the
You said-
Pistons a
you
lot of
said-
love.
you said as
He's
y'all were
saying we
hating.
were hating.
Y'all definitely, and I think most of y'all
No,
didn't
picking,
pick.
picking another team against another team isn't hating. It's just looking at the basketball game and deciding who you think is going to win. I think, Chill, that because I tapped into your live for a few minutes this morning as I was getting my facilities together, and I heard a brother come up there and say exactly what I was thinking. Chill. We haven't even seen the Magic yet. The Magic aren't even playing great yet. They're not even playing great. But I believe the Pistons have to play damn near perfect to beat them.
He did say that.
I agree with that 100%. And when he said it, because when you asked the question, I was like, it's both. Like it's both. It's both of them. And the Magic haven't. We haven't even seen the Magic play great yet. We saw the Pistons play great in that third quarter and go on an incredible run. We haven't seen that from Orlando yet. Orlando hasn't hit that top gear yet.
I just want y'all to know that just very quickly. The Detroit Pistons have the worst half-court offense in the playoffs right now. Yes,
terrible.
That includes the Houston Rockets. They have a 108 offensive rating, I believe.
Shit. Why is that?
What you mean? Why is that? Because they ain't gonna get that boy no help.
For what it's worth,
the
second worst team is also Orlando.
Is Orlando?
This series has been.
But they're still
11 for 41.
They're still 6 points better per 100 possessions than
in the half court or in.
Yes, 106 to 100. They're 6 points.
That's not
worse
the half
than
court.
The
that's not the
worst.
half court. That's overall.
That's what I was just looking at on Clean the Glass.
Yeah, but that's overall. In the half court, it's 81.4 to 84.4. No team has an 106 in the half court, and that's the worst team in the playoffs.
But
I'm looking at half court offense, half court, and putbacks.
Look at points per play. Look at points per play.
Oh, you're doing points per play. I'm doing points.
That's the half court number. Points per possession is their overall offense. I'm just so you know. Points per play in the half court is their half court offensive rating.
I mean, conversation that I had the worst by.
Yeah, it's still the worst. Yeah, it's still the worst.
Yeah. So they're still struggling as an offensive unit, and I think it's clear as day. They need somebody else that can create a shot outside
imagine
of.
Imagine they had Devin Booker. Yeah, imagine they had Devin Booker.
My goodness.
I mean, imagine if they had Scotty Barnes.
Or imagine if they had their second best offensive player. I mean, their second best bucket getter able to get buckets. The problem is when you get to the playoffs, that thing that you're used to doing, the light is going to get shown on it. So, to your point, the conversation we were having this morning, Ron, when your offensive game as a bucket getter is predicated on you being physical. Now you got somebody standing in front of you making it clear that bully shit, no, we're not doing that. So now guess what you now have to do? Now you have to rely on your skill set. Turns out your skill set isn't that good. Turns out your ability to go to your weekend ain't as good as I thought it was. Turns out your ability to knock down a mid-range shot when you got a guy crowding you, nope, not that good neither. The idea of you getting on the box and being able to go to work, nope, he's getting pushed up the lane. Now he's gotten taken completely out of the series. This is your 19 a game guy. When you take that off the floor, that makes your offense way different because, one, Cade has to now make up for that. Number two, the defense, which I thought was going to be the number 3 option because they create a lot of havoc, they're going to make up for that, but they haven't. And on top of that, Cade Cunningham has not taken care of the basketball. When I watched that game yesterday,
he's playing against a good defense, too.
The start, no.
Cade being turnover prone isn't
right.
new.
That's where I'm going, Moss. That's exactly where I'm going. The start of that game yesterday was egregious. Number one, I got Jalen Duren. I got Jalen Duren on the left block. He's asking for the ball. He's getting pushed up the lane, which now with Cade standing there, now the spacing is getting less. With the spacing getting less, what should Cade do? Cade should move away and get a better angle. Instead, what does he do? He tries to drop the ball off him. Turnover. I got a Sore Thompson. Coming off the screen. He's wide open in the mid post. Shoot the basketball. But instead, what does he do? He catches the basketball, and he's trying to drive down the lane. Yeah, Moss, because I actually have seen him throughout the course of this series make a mid-range jump shot and a mid-post jump shot. I know that you don't love him in the mid. Right, and exactly. I've seen him do that. So shoot. We're early in the game. Shoot the basketball. Yeah. It's early.
I mean,
let's see if you hot. Yeah, let's see if you hot.
I do think they need to shoot.
But really quickly, I promise I'm going to let you roll with this. Really quickly, I'm going to let you roll with this. He comes off that screen. Jalen Suggs is basically standing in the paint. So instead of him shooting that shot to get the defense to keep them honest, no, he's going to drive down the lane And now he's going to pass the ball out to Tobias Harris, who's not ready to shoot. Turnover again. Now we're completely off balance as a unit, right? So if you're not going to take care of the basketball, that comes from your lead guard. That's going to throw a monkey wrench in everything that we're doing. So I can honestly say, Ox, I got the games right. I just had the team wrong.
But
Oh,
Pistons
so now
not going to matter
the
on
Pistons
Judgment
are
Day.
never
I don't
going
know
to
what
win
to
another
tell
game
you.
in this series. Chill has this habit of every time a team goes up 3-1, the team down 3-1 is just never going to win again.
Depending on
Like,
wait.
Every time. Once you go down 3-1, it's over. You're never gonna see another victory.
Now wait a minute, Mars. It depends.
You said the
Still, they win
Timberwolves were
5%
gonna
of
win.
the time.
The Nuggets never gonna win again. And you knew Dante had no Achilles and Ant weren't playing, and you was
I
like,
told y'all that
never
wasn't
gonna
finna
win
happen
again.
last
Wait a
night.
minute.
I couldn't
I
believe
said,
that.
The moment they go up 3-1, it's
If
over.
I can explain
Every
myself,
time.
if I can explain myself, really quickly, if I can explain myself, yes, they went down 3-1, and in the matter that they go up 3-1, those two games that they beat Denver, they absolutely obliterated them, smoked them dudes, and I felt like they took Denver's heart, completely took them out the series. I'm thinking this series is over. These guys are done. They can't do anything else. That's what I thought. Watching that, I thought that they were over. Obviously, it's not over. Clearly, it's not over. Now, as far as Detroit,
I mean, it might be over just in 6. So
now,
as
as far
to think it's going to be over in 5. Every
now,
time.
I don't know.
Now, as far as Detroit, I think Detroit can go home and win a game. I think they can go home and win a game. Yes, I do think they can go home and win a game. I don't think that if we go back, if we come to Orlando for Game 6, I think the series is over. I don't think we're coming back home for Game 7.
So
Detroit has to
95%
play
of
so
teams-
great as a defensive unit for them to win games because their offense
Yeah, they
is
do.
that bad, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Asord Thompson can't do anything. Tobias Harris has been like their second best offensive player. They're out there playing. Cade is out there playing in late 90s, 2000 spacing. It's ridiculous to watch. They can't create a shot outside of Cade Cunningham.
Then how
It's
did they go
actually
13
sad.
and 5 without him? How'd they go
That's the
13 and 5?
regular season. This is a whole new season.
Completely
It doesn't
different,
matter
And
what they did in the
You're going
regular
up
season.
against an
Dennis
eight seed.
Jenkins
Real talk, this
was
is
a
what
good
I'm
enough
talking about.
Still
player.
basketball.
Dennis Jenkins
real-
was a good enough player in the regular season. He obviously isn't cutting it in the playoffs. Nobody
This is-
cares
I
about what
think
they
this
were
is a
doing in the
bad
regular
way to look
season.
at
But real talk, this
Actually,
is what
when
I've
you
been
hold
talking
on,
about
hold
right
on,
here.
Ox. When you look at what they are, Cade right now has a 32.5 net swing in the playoffs for this team. They
Yep.
are 20 percentage point or points per possession better with Cade Cunningham on the court than off. They have a 88 offensive rating without Cade Cunningham. They are absolute garbage without that man on the court. Garbage. They can't
Okay.
do anything without Cade. Nothing. And it's
Okay.
clear as day. And some people were up here saying that in real time. Me, Mars, Chill, people that were concerned about this team. Dennis Jenkins wasn't going to be good enough. I know Ron wanted to shout him out and shit like that. Not a good enough player. Not good enough. Not remotely good enough. Not remotely good enough.
Yes, but real talk, this is what I mean when I say for some people, the playoffs are easier. Because I can
Orlando?
find
Okay.
I can expect it's just about certain times, certain matchups. Orlando is going to look better against a team like this than they will having to jump around and play somebody new every day. Sometimes the playoffs are just easier because
That's
I
fair.
got your number. Like I got your number. You can't get with me.
They're
And
bigger
I
than
get to
them.
play you. I'm going to
They
pick
are.
on you. I'm going to pick on you for 10 days straight. I don't gotta go run with Charlotte. I don't gotta go close out on Steph Curry tomorrow. I get to pick on your ass for 10 straight days. That's when you get it
exactly.
like that, that's when it's easier. It's sometimes when the game slows down, it's easier for us. Sometimes when it gets more physical, it's easier for us. When you're so everybody always thinks that physicality means bad. No. I'm a physical person. Physicality, good. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like you know what I'm saying?
Orlando
Like,
wants to
everybody
play like that, Ox.
Everybody now, when you look at this game, and I put this in the Discord yesterday, there was like 3 minutes left in the game, and I think the score was like 85-93 or something like that. You look at that
maybe
score,
92. Yeah.
something like that. I'm not sure. It was close. And then it was halftime of the Phoenix game, and the score was 75 to like 69.
67.
Yeah, 67. Okay, like Mars, how the fuck do you? What? okay.
The one game
60
Phoenix could score, OKC couldn't miss. I was
Right.
livid.
So like if you look at the difference in these games, it's like sometimes and that's all I was trying to say. And you know what I'm saying? I was trying to explain that as best as I could, but now that we're in the playoffs, we can just see it in real time. Like when you get a favorable matchup, or a matchup that they're comfortable with, doesn't have to be favorable, but it's easier for us than it is for me to go get on the plane to play this team, and then play this team, and play this team. It's just how it is. And some people prefer physicality. Some people prefer other things than they do in the regular season. And for certain people, for the big dogs, Wendell.
Oh, Wendell's a big dog now?
I mean, if
Wendell always been a big dog. Wendell was a big dog back when he was a blue devil.
That's college though. This is you gotta re-earn your stripes when you step into this league.
Maybe so, but you remember when Wendell was running with Marvin and they was thugging? You remember that?
I get what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? The teams that have athleticism, size, and can play with physicality definitely are winning in the playoffs. But I just want to go, like, Ox was saying how this Detroit team needed to get Laurie at the trade deadline or something, right? Everybody up here, damn near everybody up here was questioning their offensive ability for times like this. And I think that, again, this is another example of, hey, you're winning these regular season games, so you think you're a better team than you actually are. I have been low on Detroit. Anybody that's been keeping up with me, I've been low on them all season. I didn't give a damn how many games they were winning in the regular season. I didn't care because their offense is Cade or bust. That's not going to work, even with offensive players who are better offensive players than Cade. That wouldn't work. A Shea right now would be struggling with Detroit. And Shea's far better than
real talk.
What?
Ron Holland has played 18 minutes this series.
Shea would not be struggling with Detroit.
Pin, I know you are ready to push back on this because you like Detroit and you want to try to convince us that they're better than what they are. They are down 3-1. And all I'm gonna say is y'all had months to go do something. You guys had months. The Detroit Pistons.
Am I
the Pistons? No. You're not.
To the Pistons.
I'm talking to the Pistons organization, and I'm talking to anybody who is a Pistons fan. And if you feel some type of way about this, then you can lump yourself up into this, and you could be mad. But hey, I'm not the one that sat on my hands and do nothing. We are watching a Minnesota Timberwolves team with Bones Highland and Ayu Dosunmu. Look halfway competent running their point guard.
Ayo could do this with Cade because
check me out. All I'm saying is they would be so much better with Ayo over there. I'm not even saying they would win the series, but just somebody to just be able to just relieve Cade for a second. Somebody to be able to penetrate and make something happen. Somebody to be able to create their own shot. Somebody to be able to get downhill. Somebody to be able to get somebody an open look. Cade has to do everything.
Can I please say something?
Pin, just right quick though, because I'm saying the same thing that is going on with the Pistons is the same thing that's going on with the Rockets. And we sat here for October, November, December, January and said, you guys have to get some guard help. And they let Kobe White go over to Charlotte for nothing. I'm saying I don't feel bad for the Pistons because you guys did this to yourself.
Allowing other players to be themselves is a gift as an offensive player. Some offensive players don't allow other players to be themselves, even if those players are good. There's always a trade-off. We said this with Harden. You can even say this with someone like Nikola Jokic. You can say that a guy like Peyton Watson may not have had the type of offensive explosion that he had Jokic played those minutes. But without Jokic, he was... Okay, can you please
sad,
I want to see where you're.
Yeah. We'll just leave real talk in jail for a second. Go ahead, Pin. Hey, Pin. Also, you're the warden, so you let me know when you want him to be back.
I mean, you can bring him back right now. I really don't give a shit. Okay, so Cho, who have been the three most disappointing teams in the playoffs so far?
The three most disappointing. I'm going to say Detroit has been very disappointing.
Would you say Denver's been really disappointing?
Yes. Denver
Okay.
has been
And
very
would you say New York has
Probably
been a little bit
Houston.
disappointing?
No, I don't think New York has been disappointing at all. I think
Really?
Atlanta.
Houston.
No. Yes. I had Houston beating the
Yeah,
Lakers.
yeah, there
Yeah.
you go. Yeah.
I had Houston beating the Lakers.
So in
Three
terms
teams
of,
whose offensive sucked.
Mm-hmm.
okay, the teams, these are the three players who lead the NBA in touches: Nikola Jokic, Cade Cunningham, Jalen Brunson. To me, these
That's what I
three,
would say next.
these three have been very disappointing in the playoffs so far because I think their offense is very, very predictable. It's very obvious that what you're going to do, and I think that dominates. Now, you counting out teams that are down 3-1 doesn't actually move me because 95% of the teams that go down 3-1 end up losing the series. 4.8% do come back. Do I think Detroit can come back? Yes, potentially. But this idea of Cade not having help has bothered me for 3 years. Number one, I like his teammates. I do. I have a lot more respect for that Pistons roster than this is not the Cade and company show for me. This is a truly gritty, good, defensive-minded, hardworking team. And to
Is
me,
it the brand of basketball that you like more than anything?
Well, I think everyone agrees they're a good
Hold up.
defensive team. I think
And
everyone
that they're
Okay.
gritty.
hold up.
Yeah,
And that
yeah,
they're a
yeah.
good collection of
We have-
guys.
We have
So is
a
Orlando.
5. We have a top 5 MVP.
Yep.
Okay, this year. Cade finished top 5 in MVP. Last year, he finished 7th. So we're going to have to hold Cade Cunningham, first overall pick, to the standard that we hold players on that level too. Here are the numbers over the last 10 games. 23.8% from 3 across 10 games.
It's actually better than last year in the playoffs.
Wait, are we doing the games in which he just came back from a collapse line?
Yes, that's
Because
exactly what we're doing. Yes,
Yes.
that's exactly what we're doing, Mars. Yes.
Playoffs.
Well, you said last 10 games. Last 10 playoff games?
Last 10 playoff games.
Okay, thank you. You didn't say that in
And,
the first
and
one.
6 turnovers a game.
Yes.
Okay.
That's why it's a reoccurring
So-
issue. Yeah, I agree.
So the turnovers are an issue because your ball dominance is an issue, and your ball dominance has been an issue going back to college. This is actually just how you play basketball. And we're always willing to look away, and we're always willing to say it's
Well,
because you don't have
Oklahoma
enough
State
space,
stuck
and you don't have
thinking-
this, and you don't have this. Well, you know what? I'm tired of it always being about somebody else. As a guard who dominates as many
I knew
possessions
he
as
still
you do,
hated Cade.
no, I don't hate Cade. I
Yes,
don't
you
hate
do.
Cade.
And it's
I
okay.
don't
knew
hate
it was
Cade.
just
Obvious.
too
I
good.
don't need-
Live in
It was
that.
just too
Live
good.
in it.
I knew
It's
it.
okay,
Okay,
Ben.
carry
Say
on.
it,
You got
Ben.
it. You can carry on.
It's okay, Ben.
I
And
do
I know
not-
it's
too
and what you're
good.
trying to do,
Now
Ben,
he
is you're
gets to
trying to
get
mask
shot.
it.
Go ahead,
You're trying
go
to
ahead,
mask
go
it by
ahead.
holding him to this standard. That's what you're trying to do.
No,
But in
go
reality,
ahead, go ahead.
you really
I am
can't stand this
sick-
guy. And I get it.
It's what
I
the
get
hell
it.
is there not to stand about? He's a great teammate. He's a great leader. What the hell do I not like about
coughing
Cade?
up that pill? That's what it is. You coughing up the rock.
No,
No, the
He
turnovers
is
have
turning
been a
the ball
problem
over
for-
too
there
much.
is,
I agree
there
with
there
that.
is a
Cade.
I
frustration
do
that I
agree that
have
Cade
with
can
certain
play better,
basketball
but we have to acknowledge his environment in which he's playing. Bringing up Jalen Brunson and Nikola Jokic. First off, Jalen Brunson is in 10 times in a better offensive environment than Cade
That's number
Cunningham.
one.
10
That's
times.
number one.
It has been his whole career.
Who's the second best offensive player on the Pistons? And who's the
Jalen
secondary
Jalen
creator?
Duren. It's
Hold
meant
on,
to be
but
Jalen Duren.
who's the second creator on the team, Ben?
Oh, a second creator.
second
that's
creator on
Dennis
the team.
Jenkins.
Who is he supposed to be sharing the ball with?
They don't have a second creator.
Dennis Jenkins.
It's Kyrie.
No, let him answer the question. Who is
Karis
Cade supposed
LeVert,
to be
Jenkins,
letting
Tobias
handle the ball
Harris,
right now?
Jalen Duren. These are Asar Thompson. These are all guys who you would consider
opposed
to be
to
above
Cat.
average passers for their position.
If K was
That
the
is-
problem, Ben, if K was the problem in the playoffs and the regular season, why do they fall off a cliff offensively when K's not on the court?
Because everything on that roster is designed for him to get touches. So when you get a lot of touches and your teammates don't get a lot of touches, they fall out of rhythm. There's also like you really want to spin this whole like, oh, they're 20 points per possession better without this and whatever. Explain 13-5 without him. Explain why this team went into Toronto.
They're
lost
a
with
good
Cade,
regular
and then-
season team. Do you want me to answer the question? Or you just want to hear yourself talk? You asked the question. I'll answer it. They were 13-5 because, again, we've seen in the regular season now for multiple seasons, if you defend at a high level and you play with energy and you rebound the basketball, you win basketball games in the regular season. That's not nothing new. But clearly, they are a worse team.
You win basketball
They
games?
are clearly a worse team without Cade Cunningham on the court. Clearly.
They had a better win percentage without Cade.
They are clearly a worse basketball team without Cade Cunningham on the court. And you can try to spin that whatever the dumbass way you want to. They're a worse team. They're a worse team without Cade. Clearly. I don't even know what we're doing right now.
Let me call you a dumbass for a second, and let me just.
I
hear
didn't call you
entire
a dumbass.
chat.
I said you made a dumbass point.
But Penn, if we're
You
watching
just
it,
going at it. You just
Penn,
going at it like
Penn,
you
but
really want something, man.
if we're being honest,
You gotta stop letting me bother you so much.
your primary ball handler, right? Your primary ball handler in Cade Cunningham,
Right.
who is your best distributor when he's off the floor. You don't have anything comparable to that, particularly the way your offense is designed. So when he comes off the floor against an Orlando team who's focused solely on him, so when he comes off the floor, now that defense focuses on Dennis Jenkins and Karis LeVert. Because I don't know if you noticed this, but their sharpshooter and Duncan Robinson does not shoot when he ain't open. Like Moss talked about with Luke Kennard, he does not shoot when he ain't open. And you know why he ain't shooting? Because a lot of times he ain't open. So where's the buckets coming from?
Honestly,
Who's creating shots for him?
Chill.
Because he ain't creating shots for himself. I can tell you that right now.
Dennis Jenkins is one of the best passers in the NBA. I don't know what to tell you. He truly is.
That's interesting.
Penn, you don't have to do this.
There's nothing to do.
You don't watch what I'm saying. There's nothing to do.
Even if Dennis Jenkins was one of the best passers in the NBA, today he doesn't create advantages.
Shut up.
He
Hold
doesn't
up.
create
When I
advantages.
came up here and I told y'all,
What I do?
no, not you. When I came up here and I said Colin Murray Boyles is a better defender than Alex Sarr, I was told I was off my fucking rocker.
I thought you were nuts, Penn, when you said that. I was.
Are we watching it now?
I would have agreed with you.
What do that got to do with Dennis Jenkins?
I would have agreed with that. I just wasn't here.
I'm telling you, Dennis Jenkins is
being
like that.
being
He's
right
a
about
really,
being
really
right
good
about one
basketball
thing doesn't
player.
make you right about another thing. Dennis Jenkins isn't one of the best passers
Fuck
in
you,
the
I'm
NBA.
right about everything.
Shut up being right, Penn. I love that. Fuck that. I'm right. Fuck you.
But Penn, and this is why I tried to call. I called this out about 10, 15 minutes ago. I know that you like this group of guys with the Pistons. I like them. This
like
just
how y'all
isn't a
talk about
this
them.
just because they're down 3-1 to an 8 seed.
No,
They are down 3. What do you mean no?
Limited.
They are down 3-1 to an 8 seed.
Your analysis is lazy.
They are. I was saying they are offensively limited, lazy.
That's the analysis. They are a terrible offense, Ben. Everybody sees it.
Your analysis is
They're
on
terrible.
methamphetamines. Okay, let
helps
it
to
go.
watch games, Sox.
Let it
It
go.
really
You're right.
helps
It
to watch
does.
games.
It does
This
help
is
to
a
watch
team
games.
that
You should
even in the
you should
regular
watch
season, they
the
struggled in
game
the
instead
half
of
court.
looking at the box score.
This Pistons offense operates completely differently in games where Cade does not play. They operate.
All right,
a lot,
so should
a lot
Cade sit
more-
out?
No, I'm
So
not
should
saying
Cade sit
that.
out?
I'm saying Cade should fit in.
Which he does.
Fit into what? Who is out there with him to fit into? What is he
does,
fitting
man.
into?
They should have made a trade at the deadline.
Okay.
Simple as that. It's simple as that. They
Here's
should have
my
went. They
beef
should have
going
went. Got.
back
They should have went and got
3
somebody else to help
years.
Cade Cunningham.
Kobe
Dennis
White,
Jenkins can't
Io
do it.
DeSomo.
Because
Dennis don't have
Dennis
enough
Jenkins
help.
ain't
Pistons
thinking.
with Cade
don't
off
have
the
enough
court
help.
this year had a
Every time
bottom
the
5
Pistons
half
struggle,
court
Cade don't have enough help.
Every time they win, he doesn't
How the
have
hell
enough
they
help.
win 60 games? He wins 60 games by himself.
But we were saying this all year. So they were winning 64 games, and
we
me
were
and
saying
Ox
it.
were begging for them to make a trade because we knew even when they were winning that this team was
He's
not good
a
enough.
level
So
of
it's not just because
creator.
they're losing, Cade don't have enough help.
Oh my
when they
God.
were winning
If he had
64
the-
games,
if-
when they were breaking franchise records, we were here saying this team is not good enough. We were saying it then. It's not just because they're losing. We're saying it now. At the trade deadline, me and Ox were begging for them to make a trade because we knew they did not have enough offensively. This is a team that with Cade off the floor has a bottom 5 half-court offense. This is a team over the course of the season had a below average half-court offense. They won 64 games in spite of that. That does not mean that is not a problem. That does not mean that is not something that needed to be addressed. We are now in a postseason series in which their opponent is the second worst offense in the playoffs. And they are still down 3-1 because their offense is the only one worse. They are the only offense worse than Orlando.
Okay, Mars,
That's the problem.
Mars, if you coach this team and you had all the skill sets available to you that are on this team, which includes Jalen Duren
Which team?
as an
The Pistons?
evolving passer, yes, the Pistons, which includes Tobias Harris, who has functioned as part of many functional offenses before, which includes Asar Thompson as a cutter, which includes Isaiah Stewart as a potential spacer, which includes Karis LeVert as a potential secondary creator, which includes Dennis Jenkins as, in my opinion, one of the top 25, 30
Cade would
passers
still
in the
have
NBA.
the ball in his hands.
Okay, Cade would have the ball in his hands, but would he have the ball in his hands exactly in the spots that he does? As long as he does, would he maybe be a little bit more dynamic off the ball? My point is, would you coach this team the way they coach this team? Would you believe that on paper you look at this team with all the talent that they have, with all the players they have?
I know, Quan. I said that, Quan.
And
I
you
feel
would
the same
say
way.
this is a team with Cade Cunningham, as good as he is, that should be a bottom. That should be the worst half court offense in the NBA playoffs. You believe that?
I'm not the biggest fan of JB Bickerstaff offenses. Period.
Okay.
That's the thing. I'm not the highest on JB. Him in Cleveland, I wasn't the highest on. Their offense is stagnated. We saw them against New York. He's the only person I've seen manage to make a James Harden offense look bad. Shout out to him coaching the Rockets 10 years ago. He's the only coach I've ever seen who's managed to have a Houston Rockets offense with James Harden not look good. So I'm not the highest on him. I don't think he's maximizing his resources.
Okay.
Maximizing the resources on this roster is they're a bottom 5 offense in the playoffs instead of the worst.
No, that's the word. That's the result of it. But maximizing it is putting ball in Cade's hands, speeding up the game, generating offense on your defense, letting Cade go one-on-one when you get into the meat and potatoes of the game, creating shots for Jalen Duren, putting him in the mid-post and in the mid-range, getting Duncan Robinson open looks. That's maximizing their offense. Now, Penn, to Mars's point, with all of that being said, when we get into the playoffs, and now we get to zero in on everything that's wrong with you. Wait a minute. That guy, he only plays physical. Like when you match his physicality, the skill set isn't really there. We can deal with that. That guy right there, his jump shot in the playoffs isn't very good. He doesn't shoot the ball from the long ball line very well. That guy right there, he doesn't shoot when he's open. He only shoots when he's open. That guy, Tobias Harris, he's a okay one-on-one player, but he needs people to get involved. So what if we took this guy and we made him their only bucket getter? We're going to slow all of these other guys down. What happens then? You get the worst offense in the playoffs, Penn. That's what happens.
They don't got the person there. They just don't got the
I
person.
don't understand how I can watch a 2-on-1, 3-on-1 fast break or a 3-on-2 fast break where Cade throws the ball at his teammate's elbow and somehow it comes down to Cade doesn't have enough help. I don't understand how a guy comes out
saying
and
every turnover is not on Cade.
23.8% from 3. I'm sorry. At some point, we got to hold you accountable. You have the ball, which means we got to hold you accountable.
Penn. I'm not going to argue that.
But
No, Penn, we do have to. You're right, Penn. We do have to.
4 turnovers in the first 5 possessions yesterday suck,
Cade's
Penn.
turnovers have been a
I
problem.
ain't like that at all. No.
That's not new.
Cade
Cade's turnovers have been a
Cunningham
problem.
what is the stat that Mars brought up last year? Cade Cunningham led the league in lost ball turnovers last year.
That's nuts
Lost
to me.
ball. That's dribbling the shit off your foot. Okay. So this is a guy who's been very loose with the basketball,
Sure.
and the possession
Yes.
game matters a lot. You go
Yes.
back through
They're losing
NBA
this
history.
series because of turnovers.
How
They're losing this
often?
series.
How
He's a huge
often
part of
is
that.
a team that wins
Absolutely.
the possession battle winning a game in the playoffs? I will guarantee you it's over 65%.
Wait.
Guaranteed.
If
And
they're
Houston
losing,
are
if
1-4.
if they're losing this series because of Cade's turnovers, I also want to point out that they're only even close to being in this series because of Cade's everything else Cade does. Okay, if I'm the only person on this team that can successfully control the basketball, distribute the basketball, and score the basketball,
You're not.
Hell yeah! No, hold on.
Yes.
Hold the fuck on.
At the
I
level
am
that they need to win,
I am
he is.
yes, Chill. If I'm the only one that
Yes.
can do this at a high level, I am absolutely gonna have a shit ton of turnovers.
Yes.
Absolutely, yes, I am.
Yes.
Absolutely. So while you think Dennis Jenkins is whoever you think he is, he's not doing it.
Not at
Why
that
you
level.
think Isaiah is some magical floor spacer? He's not. Why you think all this shit that you just ran down about what these guys were in or what they are in the scouting report, what they are on paper, it's not happening.
Who's been their best player so
Why
far?
though? But why? Because Orlando, you know why? Because Orlando's defense is just as good as Detroit's defense. That's what y'all keep ignoring. Y'all keep ignoring the fact that these dudes over here are playing defense and they're hitting them just like Detroit's been doing all season. Orlando can do it too.
Fair enough.
I know it pisses you off. I know you got to breathe about it, but that's just what it is. It helps to watch games, Pin.
I think the thing that helps that will help Cade the most is him addressing his turnover issue, because it's the same thing the Knicks did to him last year. He turned the ball over a bunch and he struggled from three. Orlando began going under his screens and kind of conceding the pull-up three.
Possibly he's just not as good a passer as y'all think he is.
And if I'm not watching the games, how did I tell
by
you
your own
what was
admission, a
going
lot of
on?
his turnovers are him losing the ball. I don't think is an diamond on his
Which
pass.
is not an indication of me being not being
I mean, it depends how good of a passer people say he is. I think he's one of the best passers in the league. I think he's a better passer than Dennis Jenkins.
Don't say that too loud, Mars. You might stir up something.
So I think he's one of the best passers in the league. I don't know where that means he ranks. I'm not saying he's a better passer than Jokic, Luka, Halliburton, James Harden. Like, I'm not saying he's a better passer than those guys. And even James Harden turning the ball over 100 times a game right now. But
I'm with you.
He needs to work on his turnovers and he needs to work on his three-point shot. That's the thing that he needed to work on last year, and it got better in this year's regular season. Now he has to be able to do it against the playoff coverage that he's inevitably going to see because of the flaws also on his roster. The flaws on his roster mean that he has to improve on his flaws to a higher degree than other people would if they were maximized. He's not maximized right now, and that's okay, but he still needs to be better because of the situation he's in. They can't afford 7 turnovers a game. They can't. Even no matter the fact that he keeps their offense afloat, he still hurts them with the 7 turnovers. He still hurts them with his inability to punish teams going under his ball screens. But he needs to be better in that regard. But if I'm looking at anyone for this playoff series, if I have to focus on one man, it's that man in the middle for Detroit. That's the one man I'm going to focus on. I think it's a team effort. It goes to more than one person. But if we're going to single out Cade, there's one person who needs to be singled out. And you know what? Thank God he's single. Because, shit, that might be right. He playing trash right now. You see what he's doing?
Yes.
It's ridiculous. That is Jalen Duren. I agree his skill set is not to the level. That's fine. There's no reason in a series in which no one can shoot the ball, he can't rebound the ball. There's no explanation for that.
Yes, it is, Mark.
This is a series where both teams are struggling to shoot 40% from the field, and he can't rebound the ball.
Mm-hmm.
What's the explanation for that? He's been one of the best rebounders in the league since he joined.
Mm-hmm.
He now gets in a series. Let me see what these teams are both shooting from the field. I want to make sure we get this entire.
It's in the low 40s, high
30s.
30s.
The Magic are
51.7 true shooting for the Pistons.
We don't need true shooting for rebounds because we're only focusing on missed shots.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you, I thank you. But the Magic are shooting 41% from the field in this series. The Pistons are shooting 43% from the field in this series.
Mm-hmm.
So that means on average about 41, 42%. That means 58% of all shots are available to be rebounded. And he's averaging 8 rebounds.
Right now, here's the thing, Mars. Now, if you think about what's going on in Orlando, and I want you to think about what's going on in Detroit, who is their rebounder? Their rebounder is Jalen Duren. Like if you think about the other guys, I think Orlando has made a conscious effort to keep him specifically off the glass. It's like a scorer. So we're going to make other people score. So with us making other people score, I think that now makes it to our advantage. What Orlando has done, we're going to keep him off the glass. It's not just going to be Wendell Carter's responsibility. It's going to be Paolo's responsibility. I got to make sure I get this guy's name right. Is it
Bataze?
That's his name, but Bataze. Basically what we're gonna do with Jalen Duren, Mars, we're gonna jump him on the glass, and we're gonna make these other guys rebound. And when we take away your inability to score, because we already know what your skill set.
One-on-one with Wendell on the boards. I hear you, Chill. I do agree. I do think the Magic have made a conscious effort to try and take Jalen Duren out of the series, and they've succeeded.
Sure.
He's losing one-on-one with Wendell. Wendell has been undeniably better than him in this series.
I think he has been. I'm not going to argue
but that's not fair.
They are physically battling on both sides of the ball, and Wendell is overwhelming him. Wendell is boxing him out on defense, and he's maneuvering around him on offense. Jalen Duren is chasing blocks, getting out of position, and Wendell is cleaning up. Jalen Duren is unable to maneuver through Wendell's box outs on the offensive end. Wendell is just outplaying him. And that's unacceptable for a player who's going to make the All-NBA team.
But Wendell
is going to be on the All-NBA team.
Greatest rebounder in basketball.
This is ridiculous.
And to be, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say in game 3. Either game 3 or game 2. I think he has 16 rebounds.
That's why I was saying it wasn't fair. It was a setup.
I want to. I think it was game.
I mean,
if I'm not
Jalen Duren
mistaken,
got
you
some
can
lessons
fact
too,
check this,
though,
Mars. I might not. I might be
actually.
wrong. I think it's either game 1 or game 2. He has 16 rebounds,
gonna
one of
get
those
some
two.
more, too.
So he is slipping.
Yeah,
So he is slipping rebounds. So he is slipping blockouts. But when he's slipping blockouts,
I'm
we
trying to
have
find
other
those
guys.
stats for class
He's
too,
not
man.
just primarily just one-on-one with Wendell Carter. Now, don't get me wrong. With Wendell Carter, I think Wendell Carter has definitely handled the matchup one-on-one. But when he has slipped him, when he has gotten around him, there are other guys to supplement that, like Bataj, Goga, like him, like
But Duren got beef too, chill.
right. He does have beef too.
He got bullies over there. A sword, all these dudes.
And none of
I'm
them dudes
watching
don't-
these
none of them
possessions
dudes
right now.
rebound.
He is losing. It's Wendell is boxing him out, and he's a mouse. He's a mouse down there right
And I
now.
think
That's what
that-
he is.
I think one of the main problems is that offensively,
He
because
is
he's been taken
22.
out of it. Nope, we ain't doing the young thing.
23.
Nope.
He is
Mm-mm.
young. He is young. That's
The reason why the reason why we're not doing the young thing is because we've seen young players get busy in the playoffs. That's happened.
What is Wendell? 26.
But
Wendell came in
okay.
what 2018 draft.
He
So
came,
about
he came in
20,
with, he came in
26,
with Luka.
27.
Yeah.
Yeah,
20
Duren looks like he needs to get a stronger base.
The reason why we can't do
lower
the young
body.
He's
thing.
too upright. He's just too upright.
Yeah,
when he's
see,
trying to
that's
get
why I'm not
into his
doing the
move,
young
he like
right
this.
now.
He can't
I can do
power
the
through
young
you
thing.
without losing
I
his
don't
balance.
have
Yeah.
a
High
problem
center
doing the
of
young
gravity.
thing,
Well,
but
well, chill. You know, like when you rebounding, you if you work early, you get that position
Yes.
early.
This
is-
If you anticipate when that shot is going up, and I start getting my position. I don't know if you're on to that, but that's just a fact. When
No,
you're
no.
a good rebounder. Okay.
No,
Yeah,
that's not what I'm-
So when you're a good rebounder, you work early. You get lower quick. You get them out the way early. You get in position before the shot even goes up. You know what I mean? And you work. That's just all it is. It's a lot of effort to it. It's a lot of angles. You know, and you got to fight. And I think Wendell came ready to fight. And I think Jalen Duren's always ready to fight. He's just getting outworked by a
I
guy
don't think
that
he's been
maybe-
ready to
Is he
fight in
getting
this series.
outworked
I'm gonna be
or getting
honest.
Yes,
outpositioned?
he is.
I don't think he's
Both.
been ready to fight in this
Getting
series. I just
outpositioned is getting outworked. That's what I was
No.
trying to say.
No,
Yes.
see,
yes.
I can
yes.
work-
No, Pin. I'm not gonna hear that. Yes, that is. If you get outpositioned, you get outworked. Because in order for me to get outpositioned, you can make your eyes big as shit if you want to.
How can
I
you
know what I'm
explain that,
talking
Penn?
about.
Penn, how can you
I
explain
know
that?
what- I
How
know
can
what
you-
I'm
how can
talking
you
about.
explain- how
When
can you
when
explain
we're
that,
on the
Ox? I'm
block,
sorry.
when we're on this block, if I get the position first, that's because I'm working. That's what it is. I'm working early. I'm working early. That's all there is to it.
So Ox, if I work super hard and you work not hard at all, will I ever get a rebound over you?
Sure, because the way the ball bounces, I don't got no control
Man,
over that.
come on.
Sometimes
I am never going to get inside position on you because, quite frankly, I can't.
That
move
does, that's
you.
not. But you see
and
what
this
you
is-
just said. You
need
see what you just
offense.
said.
You don't need-
You
you don't
see,
need
but
inside
you
position
hear
to
what
get
you just said. You said you will never get inside position. Did you hear what I said before that? See if you listen,
Yes.
if you talk,
Yes, I
have a
did.
conversation and just
Yes,
talk.
if it's a long rebound, I can get a rebound. The point
because
is,
you can get a rebound based on how the ball bounces. So yes, me outworking you or working before you puts me in an advantageous position. But we neither one of us have control over how the ball bounces. What I'm saying is, if I work early, like I see Wendell doing. Like I see him getting low, putting butt to thigh, butt to knees, getting you out the way quick. That's outworking you, and that's what's happening. Jalen Duren has been doing this all season, and I just think Wendell, Bataze, I think these dudes came knowing what they were in store for, and I think they hit first, and I think they're hitting hard and hitting often. It really looks that simple to me.
I don't think it's like I understand that it feels like this guy's outworking this guy because he's constantly in a space that the other guy should be occupying. But it's like the Cleveland-Toronto series where Colin Murray-Boyles is just stronger in his hindquarters, as y'all would say, than Evan Mobley and Jared Allen. He's not taller. He definitely not longer. He don't have longer arms, but he is just moving them out of the way. And I think
Outworking them,
so much of how we look at strength is like we're looking at someone's upper body and defined muscles and shit. I don't think that stuff matters very much for rebounds. I think what matters for rebounds is like lower body, Charles Barkley shit. You know what I mean? Kyle Lowry shit.
Absolutely.
Like I think so. The David Robinson build is not going to help you rebound against Shaquille O'Neal. He's just going to move you out of the way. And I think that's what we're seeing with Wendell and Jalen Duren. Is Jalen Duren is very strong. You know, maybe to finish through contact, he's strong, but he's not strong enough to move Wendell at all. right now.
I think Wendell is just really strong too, and it's like I don't, you know what I'm saying. On top of that, if I am stronger in my hindquarters, maybe I've been in the lab outworking you.
True.
You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm thinking about it. But
Jalen Duren has to be better. It's that simple. And his defense chain fake. I realized that when Asar missed some time towards the end of the season, and I watched Jalen Duren play defense.
He's not
he's the improvement I thought he made. Asar's getting that credit. His defensive positioning and awareness is still just egregious. He just so happens to be behind one of the best wing defenders in the sport, but because Desmond Bane hasn't been involved in a bunch of actions, Asar can't hold his hand anymore. And I'm seeing his defense and it's egregious. So yeah, Jalen Duren has been. He's the person who's moved down the lowest in my estimations based on what I've seen in the playoffs.
It's crazy how a team could just completely take a guy out of the series and change your mind about who they are. That's incredible because
I mean, I still think he's really good. It's just.
But to your point, Mars, when you are at an all NBA level, you got to be better. This ain't good enough. No, this is not going to get it done.
You know, and we are in Mars. I heard you say like there are some one-on-one things with Wendell, but from what I'm seeing, all these guys are in there. Like I see a lot of blue jerseys in that paint.
Oh yeah, it's congested down there for sure. Yeah,
I see
but that's also by design because no one on the Pistons is a threat. So, like even on every Duren roll, they're collapsing like every time. So like he has real roll gravity. It just like they're collapsing off Asar Thompson. So it's like you're not really punishing it in the same way. There are a couple plays in the third quarter they got to where K's able to get downhill. Wendell has to step up and then he gets the dump off pass to Jalen Duren. Like you want to see that maybe be a bit more repeatable, but that would revolve on Jalen Duren not being the initial screener. Which I think you can get to more. Maybe it's Asar as the screener, and then you get Asar in the pocket. Like you got to try some new things, but Jalen Duren has just been totally ineffective in this series. And Asar's offense is problematic and not being utilized in a way to maximize his impact. Ron Holland, we haven't really seen him since game one because offensively he's bad.
He's played 18 minutes, I believe, this whole series.
Like I still think he's good enough defensively to where you got to see him more, but like Javonte Green is giving them solid minutes, so I'm not like hating on it. I still think like this series, in my opinion, has been close. Like Orlando also is struggling to score the basketball. Like this is a series where both teams can't score. Both defenses are doing a hell of a job, and both offenses are extremely flawed. Right. So like I do think like the Pistons can still win this series. I don't think it's over just because they're down 3-1. The issue is like I think both teams probably ceiling is the next round. Like maybe they could win whoever comes out of Cleveland, Toronto, but like neither one of these teams are championship contenders. That's all it is. Like regardless of regular season record, this series feels a lot more like a 4-5 matchup than a 1-8. That's it. It just feels like a 4-5 matchup.
That I could get with.
Chill, like over the last 26 games of the regular season, Jalen Duren averaged 23 and 11 on 69% shooting.
Yes. And he
68% shooting.
What is he
averaging more in this series? 12, 11 and 8.
Yeah,
11 points, 8 rebounds. That's a rotation guy. That's who that is. That's a dude coming.
Wendell Carter in a regular season.
No,
like,
that's not gonna get it done.
Yeah, like I think it's kind of
with
sad.
Worse defense.
Like he fumbled first. I mean, this has been a hell of a 20 months for Jalen Duren, right?
Oh, shit.
Fumble Angel Reese, fumble the first round, and now fumble a max contract. It's bad.
Well,
I don't think he was ever really worth a max because of his limitations, but I do still think like he's still on my All NBA
Evan
ballot.
Mobley's worth the max. He's worth the max.
Evan Mobley's a two-way player.
That's fair.
I still think he's worthy of being on the All NBA team. My opinion of his regular season hasn't changed. Even my opinion of like his overall game hasn't changed a whole lot. This is just probably the worst matchup for him. But he can't be your team's second best offensive player.
No.
Like his archetype just can't be your second best offensive player. Like DeAndre Jordan couldn't be your second best offensive player. Like he's better than DeAndre Jordan was. But like offensively, but that can't be.
You don't trust
a
the
play finishing, rim running big. Primarily, can't be your second best offensive player. You need some sort of
Dwight
creation.
Howard.
Dwight Howard ain't know he was a rim running, play finishing big. And every
He
time
did not
Jalen
do
Duren
that.
tries to self-create in this series, like he's driving on Wendell, and Wendell just like he's walling up, and Jalen Duren's limitations are being exposed. Like they need a creator. That's it. Like all this series is showing me is they need a creator. Like Jalen Duren stunk it up, but he's still over leveraged. Tobias Harris, I actually think has been decent, but give them a creator. Like give them Devin Booker, give them that type of player. They're a much better team. Like
Would they
Yeah.
would they benefit from trading Jalen Duren for DeMontis Sabonis?
You're not trading him. No,
You're not
no.
trading. You're not trading
I'm
Jalen
asking.
Duren. That's crazy.
Would they benefit to answer your question, Penn?
Yes.
Like
Would they
you're getting you're getting a better offensive player.
You're getting a better
sure.
shooter.
You're getting a better offensive player overall. Yes, you are. I mean, you're getting a better bucket getter. But I mean, I don't think that they would benefit from
Wait,
trading.
real quick. Jalen Duren hasn't played great this series.
Right.
Jalen Duren's not the problem.
Yes, he is,
problem?
Ox. Yes,
No,
he
he's
is.
not.
in
The
this
front
series, I
office is
think he's been the problem.
Yes, he is, Ox. 100%
Jalen
the
Duren is
problem.
because the front office is the problem for not helping them get some more offense.
Okay, well.
Oh yeah, that's why I just said 3 minutes ago. Should have listened.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
Said that. Yeah.
I didn't hear. Oh, my bad, Mars. Well, look, what I'm saying. I want to just back you up on that. They would be fine in this series if they just would have traded Tobias, traded Ron Holland, whoever the hell they got to trade. If they just would have got Lauri Markkanen, okay. If they would have just went and got Lauri Markkanen, this would be okay. Jalen Duren and Wendell could be down there having a little scrap. Whatever's going on down there, and Detroit would still win the series. That's it. Jalen Duren, your big man can get outplayed by the other big man and still win the series. You know what I'm saying? Like he could have 11 and 8, and they could still win the series. If you get these other dudes out the way, there's no reason to be playing.
Why is
Dennis
Lauri
Jenkins.
Markkanen like? What is Lauri Markkanen shown you to suggest that like he's the difference on this group? I mean, I'm not gonna say that.
Shitting me.
I'm not. Whoa. I just want to make sure that I'm understanding.
If Ox was a doctor, he would walk into the hospital.
You
and
know,
be like,
Lauri Markkanen
Markkanen
averaged
can cure
27 a
cancer.
game this season, right?
and not only did he average 27 a game, he also, I think the year he
Lost
made the
a lot
all,
of games.
the year he made the All-Star team, didn't he average like 24 or 25 a game? Didn't he do that?
Probably
something
about
like that?
26 that year as well.
Yeah, something like that. So, okay, with him being a bucket getter, have we seen Lauri Markkanen in the playoffs?
No, he's never played in the playoffs.
That's
I
my
think
point.
he's
Ox.
one of those players who played like
just
the most
ba-
games.
it's
out
just
there.
No, it's not,
basketball.
Ox. It's obvious that it's not basketball because we're seeing what Jalen Duren is doing. So it ain't just basketball.
Jalen
Lauri
Duren's not
Markkanen
playing
has
like
the
this
ball.
because it's the playoffs. He's playing like this because Wendell got his number.
Really?
It's
Did
not-
Wendell
it's not
have his
like-
number during the regular season? I wonder what his numbers look like against Wendell Carter during the regular
And
season.
Franz would have Lauri's number.
So what are y'all saying? What are y'all
Well,
saying?
Franz has been guarding
There's
Cade,
no
so
way
I don't
that
know
y'all
if that's
really
the case.
believe. There's no way that y'all really believe this shit. That when the playoffs come, it's all of a sudden dudes just are not able to play basketball
Bro, you're
because this
telling me-
game
Look.
is called the playoffs.
You tell
From
it
the
in
X's and O's perspective, the playoffs cannot be like one dimensional. Your offense cannot be one dimensional in the playoffs. You need to have multi-dimensional. You need to have like off-ball actions. You need to have cutters. You need to have proper spacing, or you're gonna have a lot of turnovers. We're watching it with the Cleveland series, watching with Detroit series. When your offense has like one go-to and you pre-script it, which means you're not willing to move off of it, you're going to play into the hands of the defense. Because if the defense is going to take that away, now it just comes down to an adjustment. And there's a couple of teams in the playoffs that refuse to adjust how they're playing basketball, which means if I'm Cade Cunningham and they're blitzing me on the ball, which means I got to make myself more available off the ball. I got to do stuff away from the basketball, which is hard to do when you're shooting
Or I just gotta be
24%
able to
from
pass
three
to
across the
better
last 10
basketball
playoff
players.
games.
You know what I mean? Instead of me passing,
You
to
just don't
Dennis-
have enough counters. The team is going to live with your worst option. So if you're going to have a Star Thompson on
Like
the
Dennis
court,
Jenkins,
because
by the way.
okay, sure,
Exactly.
Dennis
If
Jenkins.
I'm
We are going to
not
live
passing
with
the ball to
Dennis
Dennis
Jenkins.
Jenkins, if I'm passing the ball to MPJ or Lauri Markkanen, it's a completely different situation.
Chill.
Completely different situation.
What are we
Jalen
watching?
Duren
Who is
is
he
not playing
supposed to
his
be
best
getting
basketball.
off ball for? Because Jenkins doesn't even play with him. He's the backup point guard. So who is Cade getting the ball to for him to
Duncan
operate
Robinson.
off ball?
Duncan Robinson and Tobias Harris.
Tobias Harris, Karis LeVert. I'm
Karis
assuming.
LeVert. And y'all know I love Karis, but he ain't the same Karis he was 3-4 years ago. This ain't that same Karis no more. Okay,
But
I
there's
moving.
I mean, if they got the Karras I thought they were getting, that would have
Right.
actually
I was extremely.
solved a lot of
if they
issues.
got that Brooklyn Karras, even Cleveland Karras, but they didn't. They got this Karras. Cade Cunningham is passing the ball to Karis LeVert, Duncan Robinson, Tobias Harris, Kevin Huerter. No, this is not. So that's the problem. This little piggy sucks. This little piggy weak as hell, and this little piggy don't need to play. They should have packaged them little piggies up and went and got Lloyd Martin.
The roster's just not good enough to
He's
contend.
passing to a sword.
Hey, you're right, man.
Hey, nothing. He's
No,
passing
you're
to a
right.
sword.
You're right. But hey, chill out. But
Like,
this
come
roster's
on,
just
yo.
not good enough. This roster's just not good enough to contend. I think it's a good enough roster to beat Orlando. I still think the Pistons should, going into this series, I think the Pistons should have beat Orlando. I think both teams had very similar flaws in terms of half-court creation. The Pistons are meant to have the better defense. The Pistons should win.
But
They're now
Orlando's
down
defense
3-1.
is just as good though, Morris.
How
How do you bring in Desmond Bane and you're still a bad offense?
Because the way the offense is constructed is very basic.
Exactly.
That's the problem.
It's very predictable, and I
Mhm.
think predictability is getting exposed in the playoffs.
Right.
Right?
We do gotta
Yeah,
get the
just-
super
you
chats
can
though.
Yes,
scout.
we do.
Yeah, you
Yes,
can
we
scout.
do.
Yeah, go ahead.
Definitely gotta get the super chats, sir. Let's get.
I didn't even notice Ron left. He was just having a good time.
It was rolling. Matter of fact, Mars, I don't even know why you brought that up. Can we just keep this theme rolling?
Yeah,
How
let's go,
about
let's go.
that?
I got this, y'all.
Yep.
Tupac West Side. Morning, fellas. Time for LA to wrap this series up. Props to Orlando, but disappointed in Detroit. Like Houston, they have a problem that should have been addressed in the offseason or trade deadline. Secondary creator.
Yeah, I could.
We just spoke about that, Tupac.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Real talk. This series has to end tomorrow. Like we can't screw around with these guys. So we clear.
Who are we talking about? Orlando or?
No,
I
we're
think
talking
about the
about
Lakers.
am I
Talking about the
the series
Lakers.
has to end tomorrow.
Oh, that game's tomorrow. I thought it was tonight. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yo,
no,
am
it's
I
tomorrow.
mistaken, or did Nikola Jokic just tie LeBron James in playoff triple doubles yesterday?
Did he?
I don't know. If
was
there's a
that?
super chat that brings it up, we'll get into
That's
that.
pretty impressive, Pen. Yes, sir, it is.
Masinko
Or was it Russell Westbrook? I
G.
can't remember.
We let Jamal Cain go for Drew Smith. That dunk was nasty, but he been playing really well for Orlando.
Yeah, I've been liking
Yeah,
Kane
check
over
out
there.
theirs.
Cool.
Where did they get this
cool
kid Kane
player.
from?
I don't even know. I think
Miami.
I don't know that nigga.
The University of Miami or the
No, he played for the Heat.
Because I don't remember him.
He played for the Heat.
Somebody got a Miami
and
Heat
then-
player that worked.
Mhm.
that
I mean,
played?
he's been in the league for maybe 3 years.
I don't know much
Um,
about him.
Yeah, he's never. This is probably the most productive year of his career.
Mm.
Like he's a athletic wing, energy, can knock down a
Guard.
three.
Sure.
Yeah, but he's not a very robust offensive player. But shout out to him, hell of a dunk yesterday on a fake defender. But hell of a dunk.
Ox, I ain't gonna lie to you, Ox. I might have said something to Jalen about that. After
course.
throwing it,
I
yeah,
apologize, Joe. He is
might have
5
said something.
away from LeBron James.
Okay.
5 triple doubles away.
Teddy Hart. What y'all think about Trey Murphy III as a running mate with secondary scorer for Cade in Detroit? His talent for that cheap of a contract is a steal, in my opinion. Y'all think he's gettable? How you like the fit?
I think y'all, but the problem that I have with these trades is it's so one-sided. Okay, first of all, they
You don't know
trying
what
to
they're
do
giving up.
something. They actually are trying, like
What, in
with this
New
kid,
Orleans.
yeah,
Yeah.
with this kid Queen, with this kid Fears, and the kid Murphy.
Zion.
They're actually trying to do something in terms of building something. Why are they just going to hand it? I mean, what is Detroit going to give Murphy? What is Detroit going to
Where's
give
Zion
Murphy?
in all of
I
this?
got pieces, chill. I got pieces.
Chill, they
Yeah,
got
you
Zion.
you probably trade Ron Hollins in that deal.
Hang on. Why can't they trade for Zion?
Who?
Chill, you told me Zion was better than Scotty Barnes. Zion Williamson
do
can
think
be
he-
a second
I
option to
do think he's better than Scotty Barnes. Yes, I do think that.
keep thinking that.
Yep.
Y'all deserve everything you're getting in that Cleveland series. I just want to say that. But yeah,
I picked the Raptors
it's
in that series. I just want to make sure that's made clear. So
Mars knows ball. But why can't they get Zion?
Job
That's a
not done
negative
yet.
contract. That's an offensive player. That's
They
definitely
got pieces to get Zion.
I mean,
and
it's an
Zion is
offensive
great.
player, but they need some. The Pistons need people who can shoot the basketball.
Stretch the floor. And Zion does not
Zion,
stretch the
Zion
floor.
is
He
the
doesn't.
antithesis of shooting the
He's a
basket.
downhill guy.
Now he's
That's-
but
he's
if you-
relentless downhill. That's valuable, but then he has no one to kick it out to.
Well,
What's-
maybe,
well,
it's
maybe
just
Cade
Mars,
can
if
learn how to
you were to trade for Zion and
That would
just
be nice.
not
Didn't he
put
shoot
and just
38%
not
from
put
three this year?
Duncan, not put
I
Kevin,
don't think so.
or those guys in the trade, you still got some shooters. I mean, yeah, I get you. They probably
Kevin,
need more
Kevin's,
shooters.
Kevin's not a shooter that gets respected. Duncan is, but you're inevitably still going to have a SAR. And in order to make a defense work with Jalen Duren and Zion, you need a SAR on the floor as much as possible. Because Zion's still a bad defender. Or mediocre at best, depending on how you want to look at it.
Who you talking
and-
about, Ben? In terms of shooters?
He said Kevin Herter and Duncan Robinson.
Okay, yeah.
I wasn't.
But I don't think even I agree that they needed to make a move with Detroit, but I did disagree with the archetype of player that y'all were saying, like Lauri Markkanen. I think they need somebody else who can create with the ball. Yeah. Like a Devin Booker archetype isn't bad. A Kyrie Irving is more so the likes of what I'm saying Detroit needs. They don't just need another guy that can't run a secondary pick and roll. Like that. They don't need that, in my opinion.
Lowry doesn't rebound.
They need somebody that can create.
Lowry
offense,
doesn't rebound by
teammates,
design.
and themselves.
I mean, they got Dennis Jenkins.
Lowry Markkanen can rebound the basketball. He just doesn't rebound because they don't ask him to.
Is that right? Because I don't remember him being that good at rebounding when he was in Chicago.
His first year in Utah, he was averaging like 9 rebounds. Like Lowry Markkanen can rebound the ball. It's in their best interest to get him out in transition, so he leaks out.
Yeah. Be True 2310. It's more players in the league that just figured out how to produce offense in the regular season, to the point maybe we misevaluate a player's actual skill set on offense and defense. I agree with Drench before. Bam over Jalen Duren.
Yeah, I was definitely on the wrong side of history on that one for sure.
I still think Jalen Duren had a better year than Bam, and I still think he's better offensively. I don't care about Bam's versatility. Bam's a better player because he's a two-way player.
Defensively,
But Jalen Duren, I still think is a better offensive player than Bam. I don't care about. This series doesn't change my mind on that. The last time I saw Bam in the playoffs, he couldn't score either. So
That's what I wanted to say right there, Mars. Let's please not take this series and just start saying, no, Jalen Duren's weak. Did you see him in the Orlando series? That's what's going to happen this summertime. Jalen Duren's going to be knocked down to somewhere when we do our top 100 list. We're going to have to put Jalen Duren at like 87 because Wendell Carter out rebounded him. It gets sick, y'all. It gets sick.
I do think that players and teams are just figured out the regular season to an extent. I was telling Mars this the other day, I think we're closer to the 60s than people realize. There's a reason why the last MVP race that was so crazy, people was comparing it to 62, when all the players were averaging crazy volume statistics. We're in that time as far as the modern day. There are people putting up 34, 8 and 8, people putting up triple doubles consistently. Austin Reeves averaged 24 on 65. We're in that time where stats are going to be accumulated in the regular season for sure.
Definitely.
yeah, it would be nice if we stopped PRA watching, but even just away from that, because there's some guys who you can just see regardless of what their stats are. It's just that's not going to work in the play. I just think the playoffs is more of a game of weaknesses and the regular season is more of a game of strengths. So your strengths get magnified in the regular season and then your weaknesses get magnified in the playoffs. So if you have glaring holes in your game that can be exploited, that will happen in the playoffs. So looking at a Jalen Johnson and his half-court creation for himself in particular, that gets exploited in the playoffs, and you see what it looks like. Denny Avdia and his ability to go left, that gets exploited in the playoffs as opposed to the regular season. You see the differences. And then there's some guys who have such overwhelming strengths that you actually just can't even exploit their flaws to a high degree. But even those players, Shea's rim frequency goes down in the playoffs. So even he gets dampened. We've spoke about Jokic extensively. We've seen what he looks like in the playoffs. All of these things, I think that's what you see more in the playoffs. So it's not just, these guys average fake numbers or whatever. It's just you got to be able to look at how these numbers are coming, how they're generating them. And see what they're good and bad at. Like,
I can get with
watch
that.
the players. We're going to be back here next season. There's going to be a breakout player in the regular season. And I'm going to be here saying he's probably not that good. I'm going to be called a hater. And then he's going to probably struggle in the playoffs. And then people are going to start switching up on him. And then I'm going to start defending him.
You can tell guys who that doesn't translate to the playoffs. You can watch a guy and you can see his inability to get open looks, but it looks good in the regular season. You could tell a guy who is good around the basket against certain guys, but you know that, that's not going to translate to the playoffs when defenses collapse.
You thought Scotty was going to translate to the playoffs?
And the coaches can see that too, Chill. That's why, like, when it comes time for the playoffs, like, yeah, he was doing that, but we're about to cut that off. Like, we're not gonna just keep letting him do that shit. We know he can't. He's not really built like that. But Spanish Jose TV, the flop, the flailing, the fake, the fog. How you gonna see it if you're living in the fog? Man, shout out to DMX, man.
Yeah, facts. That's what Shea was doing that series. That series don't even count for real. They should replay it when everyone healthy. Suns and 7.
Now that Denver game yesterday was. I already knew they was gonna have either Jay McDaniels or Rudy Gobert in foul trouble early. That was a guarantee.
Of course, they're not going for that.
Guarantee.
Masinko G. You can be the best scorer and not the best offensive player. I'd argue that was the case when Phoenix went to the finals. Book was the best scorer. CP3 was the best offensive player.
Yeah, I can get with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
It's just so rare, though.
Is
typically, your best
Magic,
offensive player
Magic
is
Johnson.
your best scorer.
Patrick Johnson, Steve Nash.
depends.
Typically, yeah. Typically.
Jason
Like,
Kidd.
majority of the time. Yeah, majority of the time, yeah. I'd say so.
Yeah.
Especially
Typically, your best offensive player is also your best playmaker, though.
Correct.
Is Tyrese Halliburton the best playmaker, best offensive player on the on the Pacers? Is he their best scorer?
No.
Okay. Jason Kidd.
That's why we said typically.
Yeah, I think this is something that we don't have to.
I just pointed out to five examples where it wasn't the case.
we all know this.
The NBA's been around for 18
We-
years, right?
Look. We're not going to argue about something like this that is just
NBA's been around
obvious, and we
18
all
years,
know
but
this.
hey, you gave me 5 examples.
Jason 15212. Will there ever be a day where we stop taxing for having Shaq? Kareem and Magic, who most have both of the over Shaq. Oh, most have over Shaq. Okay. Why do we conveniently stop caring about era efficiency when it comes to Kobe? Clown behavior got to stop.
The way people do the Shaq tax, I feel like they have to have Shaq higher on their lists. Like, there's no way you can discredit Kobe Bryant because his teammate was Shaq. And then you're going to be like, I got Shaq at 9 all time.
No. That doesn't work.
Like, nah, that's not adding up to me.
No, because your all-time rankings have a lot to do with peak longevity as well.
Man, one of those, and part of that longevity
You know
was playing with
how
Bryant.
long Shaq was good for?
And part of that was him playing with Shaq.
He was great for 8 years, 7 years.
Shaq entered the league a top 10 player. Shaq was still a top 10 player 13 years later.
Okay, we're talking like peak. We're talking peak. Like, so how close do you map 2000 Shaq to 2003, 2004 Shaq, where there was already a massive regression? How
because he didn't maintain being maybe the best player to ever exist for a very long time. Doesn't mean that he still have a
2000
lead
Shaq
longevity.
wasn't better than 93 Michael or 96 Michael.
You
96.
Yeah, you can believe that. You're entitled to believe that. That's fine. I said maybe. I didn't even say he was. 2000 Shaq, in my humble opinion, is at worst the third best player to ever play this sport. In my opinion, you can disagree. That's fine. I'm not arguing that. In my opinion,
the best.
13 LeBron,
Probably the
91
best.
Jordan above.
LeBron and MJ are the only two people I would listen to. Those are the only two people
I'm not even listening to it.
And that's neither here nor there. Those are the only two people I would listen. Everyone, I'm not listening to Wilt Chamberlain. I'm not listening to Kareem. I'm not listening to anyone. I'm not listening to Kobe. I'm not listening to Bird. I'm not listening to Magic. 2000 Shaq to me is at worst the third best player to ever exist. Him not maintaining that for a handful of years does not mean that his longevity is still not elite, especially better than most people ever. I'm not going to tax you
not
for
about
not
most
being
people,
the
it's most
third
people in
best
the
player
top
ever
10.
for 10 years. I'm not going to tax you for that
But-
because you were still better than damn near everyone else in the years outside of that. 98 Shaq is still better than most people's top 10 players. 2001 Shaq is still better than most people's top 10 players. 96 Shaq is still better than most people's top 10 players. The moment Shaq entered the league, like I said, he was a top 10 player on the planet. He was still a top 10 player on the planet in 2005. That's 13 years of being a top 10 player the whole time, in which he was the best player in the league, in my opinion, for at least 4 years. That's elite longevity to me.
Extremely
So-
elite longevity.
Yeah, there you go. Elite longevity.
Drago FC, pertaining to SGA conversation, let's do so. Kobe isn't always the bar. SGA is on level of Magic and Bird, by the way. Let's try to have this conversation. It also seems like if you think Kobe clears best in the world SGA, if you also think Kobe clears best in the world SGA equals Kobe top 10.
It also seems like if you think Kobe clears best in the world SGA equals
He would have
Kobe
to be
top 10.
all the time. That's what he's saying.
Mhm.
Why would
Yeah.
he have to be top 10 all time? Because he's saying that specifically about me. That's what he's saying. He's saying that specifically about me. So if I think
You
he
don't
cleared,
need to rehash.
we
that.
really don't. We really don't. No, we
It
don't.
is what it is.
No,
at
we
this point.
really don't.
Yeah,
He's such
I
a
would
hater.
have the
He's such
SGA
a-
and Magic and Bird
I'm
conversation.
100% with down. I 100% am down to have that. But I really hate talking basketball with him. And the reason why I hate talking basketball with him because he's so subjective when it comes to older players. He sucks when it comes to older players. I hate
He
talking
remembers his
basketball with him.
Isaiah Thomas talks.
Oh,
That's
I
what he-
fucking hate
yeah.
talking basketball with that dude. He sucks when it comes to older players.
Is Shea better than Isaiah Thomas? Sure.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he is.
Is he better than Stockton?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Is he better than Bird?
No.
Fuck no.
All right.
Teddy Hart
I'll keep
29
my mouth
13.
shut right now.
Despite likely making the All NBA team, how much money has cost himself this offseason by his performance in the first round?
20 million.
I don't think the Pistons should look at Jalen Duren's performance in, let's assume this series goes 6, just for the sake of argument, in 6 games and determine that means he's either not worth X amount. I think they should look at who he is as a player, how they believe he's going to continue to develop, and then pay him accordingly. I think that's what any good GM would do, any good front office would do. You don't just look at a player's best 6 games and then overpay them because of that. And then you don't look at a player's worst 6 games and then underpay them because of that. Although ideally you would underpay him if you're the Pistons.
You
Like,
should
it's
have
not
run
your
the 2000 Knicks.
Like, it's just because someone has a great, like, if someone has a great playoff series and then now you're giving them 35 million, that's bad business. If someone has a bad playoff series and now you're giving them 12 million, that's still good business for you because now you've got someone who's better than 12 million on cheap. But that's not what that player is worth. Jalen Duren, I think, is probably worth. Let me look at what people are making in the NBA so I have a reference point.
He's worth around 40, 30, 35, 32, 35.
I would say Jalen Duren is in the 35 to 42 range.
Ron, I'm comfortable going.
That's where I would say Jalen
I'm
Duren is.
comfortable going 4 years, 160. I'm comfortable doing
About
that.
40, yeah. That's the range I would say Jalen Duren
I'm
is.
comfortable doing that.
Paying him like a
Yeah.
top 30 play. Crazy $40 million is top 30 material at this point.
I'm
Like
comfortable
40
doing
million used to be Supermax. But hey, shout out to the NBA, man. But yeah, that's the range I think he's in, 35 to 42.
W ball out highlights. Shout out to JB shooting 47% from 3 this series. I got the Nuggets winning their series due to injuries with many. Also, how many duos are you taking over JT and JB today?
I got Colin Murray Boyles and Scotty Barnes.
This many. None. Zero.
Yeah, I think I'm at 0 too, though. To be honest with you.
I can tell you where I'm not at. I'm not at Colin Murray Boyles and fucking Scotty Barnes. I'm not doing that. No, I am not doing that.
Yeah, the only one
chill.
that's really a debate. to
Chill,
me
I
would be
appreciate the
probably
fucking
Marcus
Scotty
Allen.
Barnes part, but that is fucking top 5 player in the playoffs, Scotty Barnes, to you, sir.
Hey, you know what, Pig?
Okay, how about this?
You know what,
Name
Pig?
4 players better in the playoffs so far. Go ahead.
You got it pin in this aspect because Scotty Barnes has been balling. Yes, he has. He has 100%.
But you don't trust it.
Yeah, he's been balling.
Yeah, he's probably been top 5. Yeah.
We did the
Well,
math.
I'm taking
the other day.
Jalen and Jason over him.
I would say Shea, Wemby, and Tatum have been better than Scotty Barnes.
That's about it.
3.
And Wemby missed a
maybe
game and a half.
Yeah, but I'm saying when Wemby's played, so the 2 games
Yeah.
he's played, it's better than 20 months.
That's
Yeah,
it.
he might be 4th. Yeah, he might be 4th. Yeah, unless there's someone I'm forgetting, like egregious. If I am, my bad. But yeah, he's been amazing. So yeah,
Playoff riser, man.
Rudy Gobert.
Oh man, he was
Shout out
unplayable
Big
last night.
Rudy. Stifle.
But we don't talk about that.
I know Rudy's had a hell of like a defensive series.
But he was
Please
unplayable
don't,
last
Mars.
night.
Mars, please.
Nah.
He was
please
unplayable
don't.
last night.
LeBron, I'm gonna stay quiet.
Someone said Braun and Bronny. That
Yeah,
duo,
I'm
for sure.
gonna stay quiet. I'm gonna stay quiet.
Mhm.
Shout out to Bron for what he doing at 41.
Jason.
I saw
A1,
Damian had
2,
he
3.
put out his playoff ladder board MVP, and LeBron was at number 1. He really is LeBron.
Yeah, he brought
LeBron,
us. Yeah, he brought.
fan, for real,
Yeah.
bro.
Ooh, Chet's been really good in the playoffs. That's a good name.
Yes, he has been. Yes, he has been. As you were saying, Ox.
Yeah, sorry.
Jason A123. You just use scientific language to describe a hater. They just hate SGA, so don't expect rational analysis.
Who hates him? What are you talking about? I don't know
Everybody
that.
hates him.
He's talking about all you guys who are acting like Kobe and Shay's not a valid conversation.
Okay. That doesn't mean we hate him. This is the kind of shit that get my blood
Do you
pressure
still
up.
think? Do you guys still think Kobe's a better ball handler than Shay? That's mainly for Ox and Show because those are the two who said it.
The more I watch SGA, the closer it's becoming. Shea is nicer with the peel than I gave him credit for. I think Bryant, like with his basic package, I think he was just so elite at being able to get to spots. I feel like with SGA, with the counters that he has, it's pretty obvious that you can't stay in front of him. So it's I still think it's Bryant, but I think it's getting closer. I do.
Okay. I still strongly disagree. But
I didn't hear the question, Mars. My dog tripped.
do you think Kobe has a better handle than Shay?
I think it's about even. I don't know. Close enough.
Moving
I
in the
don't
right
think- I don't-
direction.
Yeah, I don't think you could stop either one of them getting to their spot. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I think that's what you said last time, actually.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
always
I-
what Ox says about
Yeah.
handle. Is if
You
you
said
get
Tim
to a
Duncan
spot,
had a
he'll
better
let
handle
you
than
do it.
Kobe. Yeah, I heard that shit.
No, real talk forced me into a corner to say what I was thinking.
I didn't force you to do nothing.
Hey, did you box him up, real talk? Did you
I
box
ain't
his
forced
ass
him
up?
to do
Absolutely.
nothing.
He
Cut the
tried-
ring
tried-
off,
he-
real talk. Real talk.
He tried
cut
to
the
cook
ring
me,
off.
and I had to keep it real.
Real talk.
You know what
Cut
I'm
the
saying?
ring off.
We talked about because we were talking about where defense, and it was about perimeter defense as opposed to block defense. And so I'm like, okay, well, on the block, his handle is just as good as Kobe's on the perimeter. Like, I'm just, I think it was a fair analysis. He tried to box me up. I jumped out the box.
Real talk. Cut that ring off. Real talk. Cut that ring off real quick. Okay,
I had to get up. I had to get up out of there.
oh my god.
I'll read this last super chat, Ron.
No, you
Where
won't.
do
Ox.
you
You gonna
be
keep
at?
reading the rest
Where
of them.
do you be at?
No, you
Where
no.
No,
Read the
Nah, he
rest
got
of them,
it.
because we rolling. Keep reading the rest of them,
Okay.
because we rolling.
Carmen Bowman 5269. If SGA is so great, excuse me, if you swap him with Houston Harden, does he win anything? And what does Harden look like in this OKC team against this competition? Also, do y'all keep Penn on the show for clickbait?
It's weird because
What is your
I'd be-
problem?
I'd be very interested to see how Shea would look in playing under Daryl Morey and Mike D'Antoni,
Yikes.
because their philosophy is kind of like anti-Shea in a way. So like, I wonder if they would adjust it for him, or they would just be asking.
Mars? Wow.
Yeah, in terms of like, Shea's not shooting 12 threes a game. Like he's just
No, he's not
going
doing
to.
that. No.
And he wants to take the shots that they didn't want people shooting. So I wonder if like they'd force him to shoot more threes, or they would accommodate for like his ability and whatnot. I think their best chance to win if you swap Shea and Harden would probably have been 2015.
Well, really quickly to counter that, Mars. So, one, SGA did become better as a long ball shooter. That's number one. Number two,
You still
I mean,
live with history and threes.
yes, you will. But number two, Steve Nash played a lot in the mid range.
Yeah, that's why I said Daryl Morey. Mike D'Antoni is just he's going to maximize his best player. Daryl Morey and what he was doing in Houston was always about just threes and dunks.
You mean
threes
Mike
and layups?
Daryl Morey?
No, Daryl Morey is the GM of the
The
Rockets.
GM. Okay, all right. I'm following.
Yeah, his like he was doing like if you keep up with what they were doing down in Houston, he had the Rockets G League affiliate shooting 53s a game in like 2010.
Oh no, they were doing this all day long.
Yeah,
they
like
were
if
cracking the
you
long
keep
ball.
up with
That was
if Daryl Morey's history,
Mhm.
he was deep in them spreadsheets 16 years ago. He was there. So then he gets James Harden, and obviously we see what they do, and then he got Mike D'Antoni to like blend it all together. But like his philosophy is all over that Houston team. So his philosophy of threes, layups, free throws, Shea abides by two of those. The third one, not so much. How many mid ranges does he allow him to take? I know they let Chris Paul shoot middies, but now if you have Chris Paul and Shea, where's your 3-point volume coming from? Like there's questions I would have, but 2015 would be the year I would say is probably their best chance because that Rockets team was still really good. That was the year when James Harden still shot mid-range jumpers, and that was a Warriors team in which they lost to in 5 games. But I do think they would have had I think James Harden played well in that series, but they could have had a chance against that Warriors team. I think still probably would have lost, but
yeah.
They make James
Dirty-
Harden a worse basketball player, by the way. Daryl Morey.
I don't agree with you. But
I don't either.
definitely agree with that. He had a mid-range
I
game
think Mike
beforehand.
D'Antoni made him a worse basketball player. Dirty Dad. Whoa.
someone going echo.
Who had echo?
It was Ron.
Ron.
Just kick him out.
It wasn't an echo until this dude
Ron,
showed
man,
up.
it was Ron,
Everything
it
was
was
fine
Ron,
before
it
this
was
dude
Ron.
showed up.
Yeah.
He can come.
Dirty Dev. This version of Karis LeVert is one of the worst players in the league.
That's one play. I was so wrong about what his addition for the Pistons was going to be.
Supercharged when they got him.
Like, bro, I watched him in Atlanta. He was good for the Hawks. I
He's really
don't
good for them.
know what happened, and I'm very upset because I like Karis LeVert. I don't know what happens with him this year. It's very disappointing. Just it is what it is.
I was really high on Karis. Always have been, man. I'm still high on Karis, man. Shit, I believe in you, Karis. You got this. Steven 914. Pencil emoji has had a weird agenda against Cade since Damo talked about him in 2024. Pencil was trying to say Scotty was miles above him because of season record. Cade was a 6th man or a 4th option.
I said his career could potentially go into 6-man territory because of his ball dominance and his lack of shooting. Obviously, I was wrong. I have acknowledged I was wrong about 100 times since then. I keep getting lumped into this. You said Santi Aldama was better bullshit. That's never happened. I didn't say Santi Aldama was better. I said Santi Aldama had a higher value of replacement. That's what I said.
That VORP, we need it. The VORP.
That's all I
said.
said.
That to say what?
We need the VORP.
I said that to say Cade has been remarkably inefficient through his first 2.5 years. And let's not victory lap over those first 2.5 years. They were really
not
bad.
imply that.
Do you know who
Santi was
leads
better
that
than
draft
Cade.
class in Vault?
Al Prince Shingen.
Mm.
Crazy.
Were you
man.
not implying that
Great
Santi
stat.
Aldama was better than Cade?
Sorry, what?
Were you insinuating that Santi Aldama was better than Cade Cunningham?
No. I was insinuating that his impact up until that point was greater on winning. Like right now, I'm not going to insinuate.
Impact is greater on winning. I think if your impact on winning is more than this person's impact on winning, it's easy to say that
That's
you could be a
greater
better player.
term. When I hear that greater
No,
word, that shit-
because Jakob Poeltl's impact on winning in this series has been greater than Brandon Ingram. I'm never going
what
to
does that
argue
mean,
that
greater? Has it been better or has it not been better? Like, what the hell's going on?
it's a greater impact on winning.
What does that mean?
Greater
Greater,
means
better?
bigger. Greater means bigger.
I'm
So
sorry,
someone has a
Ben. Like,
greater-
when I hear
if someone has
stuff like
if someone
that-
has a greater impact, they have a bigger impact.
Okay,
So
so say that.
my thing is this, Chill. If the
Okay.
objective of what we're doing, right?
Right.
The objective is to win the basketball game.
That's what we're trying to do.
Now, Chill. If what you do for us helps us win more than what I do for us,
I'm needed more than you are.
That's just not how that works.
Okay.
Your role obviously is different. comparing players across roles is difficult, right? How do you compare the value of Klay Thompson versus the value of Draymond Green? Completely different roles.
Sure.
And yet there's an entire segment of probably NBA fans that believe Draymond was the second most important player to that title run. Was he better than Klay Thompson? For most people, I don't think they would say he was better, but he was definitely a lot more impactful and he was a lot more important. So to me, like if you are an A+ hustle big, right? If that's your role, fourth option, fifth option, Dennis Rodman, right? Versus a suboptimal first option, it's possible for a fourth option to have a higher impact than a very suboptimal first option. For instance, I would say it's possible for Jalen Duren. Okay, no, Jalen Duren's a bad example. It's possible for a who is a hustle big? Like who am I thinking of? It's possible for Jared Allen to be better than Jalen Green in an impact in an impact perspective. But you could still watch those two players and say Jalen Green's a better basketball player. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I can get with that.
I wasn't expect that to come from you.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Pretty sure you would think Jared Allen's a better player.
No, I think once again, I'm not really one of those people that really values like suboptimal first options, which is why I've never really stood up
So
here.
real talk, can't we use that same logic? Because Scotty is a hustle guy.
Oh
right?
my god,
Scotty Barnes is a hustle guy.
Scotty is an everything guy. That's what.
Yes, but a lot of his game is predicated on motor.
A hustle guy.
If we're being honest about Scotty Barnes, a lot of his game is predicated on motor. Is that not fair?
It was Kevin Garnett's.
Yes.
Oh
but
my god, Joe.
Would we do the same thing with Kevin Garnett in terms of skill set though? Because Kevin Garnett's skill set was a lot better. Like even though Kevin Garnett played,
Chill. I don't know what the hell to tell you, Chill, but it feels like sometimes when you talk about Scotty Barnes, you really describing like Paul Millsap or some shit. Like, come on.
When you talk about Scotty Barnes, you sound like you talking about Scotty Pippen.
Yo, I'm a lot closer than you are. That's what I'm saying.
And when you talk to me about Scotty Barnes, it sounds like you talking about Scotty Pippen.
I mean, by the same definition, Scottie Pippen was a hustle player. By the same definition,
right? But this is the thing though, Chill. So this is what Penn just did, right? With the hustle player or the more impact, the more impact player not being as good as the player that's better. It's one of those situations where, like for instance, like when we talk about, we had a situation in it was about what's his name, the kid that just got cut from the Nets. Thomas. Mm-hmm. Thomas or Thompson? What's his name?
Cam Thomas.
Damn,
he been forgotten like that. We don't even
know. Cam Thomas. So it's like Cam Thomas, right? And then the fact that he's just pretty much just a scorer. And if you were to compare him to a guy like Derek White, I would say Derek White's better because Cam Thomas is just such a scorer. And if I were to make that comparison, Chill, there's one thing I can guarantee you. I can guarantee you that there will be a comment that said, so by that logic, Ox, you must have this player better than Magic Johnson. Because Magic Johnson was just an offensive player, and this player over here went two-way, right? And I hate when people do that. Like I can have this logic for these two guys that doesn't fit these two guys. You know what I mean? Even though they're the same archetype. You know what I mean? So that's why I get what you just said back to that, but it doesn't fit every situation. It doesn't fit every situation. There's plenty of situations where this guy is more impactful on winning, and he's more of a hustle guy. And then you'll have another guy over here who is a hustle guy, but he's not as good as this hustle guy.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Well,
and so
this hustle guy,
his impact is better than the score, but his is not. That's
this hustle guy specifically is averaging more points in the playoffs than Donovan Mitchell, more assists than James Harden, more
who
blocks.
You talking about Scotty Barnes?
Yes,
he is on board with that. I didn't say that shit. Chill said that. Ben, we've had this conversation, and I know how much sometimes between me and you don't want to listen to me because of certain things, whatever. But I'm super high on Scotty Barnes, and I've always been super high on Scotty Barnes.
Dope.
I'm not as high as you are on Scotty Barnes at all.
Yeah, we know that.
I don't think Scotty Barnes is just a hustle guy. Scotty Barnes is nasty. He always has been.
Cool. And I'm just saying that guy, whether he's a hustle guy or a superstar or whatever, because Kevin Garnett called him a superstar. His coach calling him a superstar. I've heard a lot of people call him a superstar over the last week, but some people can just say he's an all-star. That all-star, superstar, hustle guy, whatever the hell he is averaging more assists than James Harden. He's averaging more points than Donovan Mitchell. He's averaging more blocks than Evan Mobley. He's shooting better from 3 in this series than Max Strus, Jalen Tyson. Like, what am I describing here? What am I describing here?
He was doing so well until he brought up the 3 points. I guess
it's true. Fuck you want? It's true. 47%. You want to cook him for his 20%. You don't want to talk about the 47%. I'm telling you, like I told y'all the whole way through, Scotty gonna show up in the playoffs.
And he did.
And he has.
He did. Man, he has.
I will say that I ain't know the boy was a playoff riser. Hey, shout out to the kid, man. I ain't know he was gonna put a whole country on his back. Hey, it's been a while since I seen somebody put the whole country.
We're gonna get to the bottom of them power.
The whole country in Canada.
Series. That's what we're gonna.
First Raptor ever to score 20 points in the first 4 playoff games. Vince didn't do it. Kawhi didn't do it. DeMar didn't do it. He did it.
Yeah. I mean,
that's an indictment for you, Leonard. You can't score.
No, his first playoff game was that game against Orlando where they lost. DJ Augustine game winner.
Mm-hmm. Pina, I really do hope that the Raptors win for you. But
I mean, bro, to me, this season has been a success regardless of what happens the rest of the way through. Because
is that your way of getting ahead of it? Just
I agree. To be fair,
no. Look, it's the same way I was talking about Phoenix. You know, you were projected to win 30 games. You win 45.
Man, y'all sound like Giannis right now up there at the damn.
It steps to success. Yeah, steps to success. Yeah.
Don't worry, Ox. In a game 6, game 7 setting, I trust Scotty a lot more than I trust James Harden. That much I will tell you. Okay. I'm gonna remind you that Brandon Ingram has not shown up in this series yet.
That is very true.
Okay. We are missing.
He showed up in the first half of game 1. He showed up in the first half of game 1.
He showed up in the last 2 minutes of the first half of game 1. Let's just be real about that. Okay. He scored 10.
He showed up in the last 2 minutes of game 4.
All right, what's going on?
Cooked you. Yeah.
No, I'm just saying, like we missing quickly. No one picked us to win this series. No one picked us to be in the playoffs.
Quickly was addition by subtraction.
I think he's addition by subtraction, but he definitely provided a lot of spacing for Brandon Ingram and Jakob Poeltl. And without him on the court, Jakob Poeltl, frankly, has not been very good. So we right now are basically Jacoby Walter shot 0 for 14 in the last 2 games. He's been sick. So we've gotten, I think, 2 points out of Jamal Shed in the last 80 minutes he's played in this series. Like, I'm not even kidding. The fact that we are tied in this series, we the first team since the play-by-play era to win a game shooting that poorly. This is just will. This is just will. They are outwilling this team. They are outwilling this team, and frankly, they are out-harding this team. And when I say chill, when I say that's your team, your best teams are player-led, that's what I mean. Your Donovan Mitchell, James Harden, Evan Mobley. Soft.
I didn't like that performance. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother.
I get what you're saying, Pin. Now it all makes sense.
You watching Jared
player-led
Allen,
teams are definitely better than coach-led teams.
You're watching Jared Allen get top locked by RJ Barrett, and he's not putting up his hand. You watching James Harden get blitzed by Donovan Mitchell, getting blitzed by Jamal Shed
for the series. But okay, we'll see what happens. Like I think,
shout out to Scotty.
If this ends up being one of them series where the home team just wins every game,
like it happened against Orlando, like Cleveland played Orlando.
I'm on record. Yeah. The Raptors got to win Game 5 because you're not winning Game 6 and 7 because the refs are not going to allow it. I'm just a straight up tell you right now, refs ain't allowing that. You sound like Kenny
Atkinson right now. That's what you sound.
No, Kenny Atkinson is a bum. Okay, because Kenny Atkinson fouled down late, had a flagrant foul, and then got to the podium and was like, 36 free throws. Shut your ass up, man. 36 free throws. You fouling intentionally down the stretch and you complain about free throws. How the hell does that make sense? No, I'm just telling you, Scotty ain't losing. He ain't losing 2 in a row. I don't think so.
He already lost 2 in a row to start the series.
He ain't losing 2 in a row again.
There you go.
All right, y'all.
We got 2 in a row again.
Okay. We got to get back to the super chat.
As you were saying, Ron.
Oh, you want me to read the super chats now? Now,
No, I
as you
really
were saying,
don't.
Ron,
I'd much rather Ox.
All right,
do it.
as
So
you
we
were
probably
saying,
would've been out of
Ox.
there already.
get off your phone. Focus. Pay attention.
All right, bro.
Come on, Dennis Jenkins. Get the offense running.
I'll pass way better than Dennis Jenkins. OG team sent a super chat. Jordan was right about Jalen Duren offensive game heading into the playoffs. A few panelists owe him an apology.
My bad,
Sorry,
Jordan.
Jordan. My fault.
I still believe everything I said about Jalen Duren's offensive game.
And you were wrong.
No, I don't think I was wrong.
Yes. You're wrong about Jalen Duren.
I still think he's a better offensive player than Bam. I don't know what to
Wrong.
I still think he's better.
It's okay.
TJ TJ
All Bam would be doing is shooting mid-range jumpers and missing in this series. Like, I guess, cool.
TJ 13. When the Spurs snatched that chain in the Western Conference Finals, every panel episode better be historic glaze. Anyone peeping the Bronny development or this fake hope?
No, it ain't.
I didn't watch that. I didn't watch the garbage time minutes last game, but the fact that he's playing playoff minutes is like very impressive. I know they're short.
He didn't just play garbage minutes.
And he didn't.
Those are the minutes I'm saying I didn't
played
watch.
first
He
half.
comes in at the second quarter of every game. I know that. The garbage minutes he played, I didn't watch them. But it's impressive that he's even in a playoff rotation on a team that's winning a playoff series right now. So that's cool.
Absolutely.
And
Sounds
then
like
the
a
Spurs,
backhanded
I was
compliment.
watching an old PC video yesterday because I wanted to see if I had any documented evidence of me being high on Colin Murray Boyles before he ever played. Turns out I'd already left the stage by the time we got to talking about the Raptors, so I have nothing documented that I can find. But I've been Colin Murray Boyles FC. But yeah, we was talking about the Spurs, and all of us said we would be shocked if they won 50 games, and if they went to the conference finals, and if they ended up in the final. I don't think you were on that episode I was watching.
Because
I did not have
All of
any-
us were talking about how like far-fetched it was basically, and then here they are. They won 60 plus games, looking like they may go to the conference finals, may go to the finals.
When was this episode, Marsh?
they're over under
Right,
for
right
Vegas
after the
40
NBA, right after the NBA draft. So once they got Dylan Harper, I think we were talking about what De'Aaron Fox meant for them. And then it was like Wemby's potential MVP candidacy, because I said I thought he was a top 10 player. This was in June. I was talking about he's a top 10 player. And then I think Chill may have said if he's a top 10 player, we should why shouldn't we expect this team to make the playoffs? And then we all started talking about our expectations for the team, blah blah blah. Long story short, none of us expected them to be this good. In June of last year, who were up there.
Penn, you didn't
shout out
have
to
them
the
winning
Spurs
60
for being
games.
this
No,
good.
you didn't, Penn. You didn't say that.
Okay.
Yeah, either way, they are where they are.
Okay. Whatever you say, Joe.
Jordan,
I had them as one of the top three teams in the Western Conference Finals.
I had them as a playing team.
And we got evidence of you saying this. So Jordak wants to know, Penn, why did you call J-Mac a bitch for scoring a layup?
Yeah, just dribble it out. Have some class.
In the words of my man Ox, you want to stop me from scoring? Stop me from scoring.
Yeah, I never got that whole dribble it out thing. Ever.
Both teams stopped playing. Both teams stopped playing.
Didn't Jamal Murray just shoot the ball right before that? Or
Exactly.
somebody just shot the ball.
No. Wait a second. The Minnesota Timberwolves held it. J-Mac broke free. Mike Conley decided to throw it to him for some reason, which is on him, quite frankly.
When did grown men get so sensitive that a layup hurts their feelings?
I don't know, bro.
When did that happen? When did it happen that grown men were so sensitive that layups hurt their feelings?
On top of that, it's competition.
It's just crazy. You've been a layup line the whole night, and that layup's gonna be the one that bothers you. Are we serious? Oh, the 48 layups I've given up before this, but the 49th one is where I draw the line.
Fuck out of here, man.
And then that fake, it just be that fake tough shit from Jokic. Like, you're not nobody's enforcer, bro. Back your punk ass up somewhere. What are you doing?
I've never agreed with it. I've never understood that mindset, whatever. Like, there's no saying I would take a layup. Shit, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I would. I need every point I can get.
I'm getting my stats up.
That's what I'm saying.
Hell yeah, give me every point I can get.
When did this unwritten rule start? Like, and who wrote this unwritten rule?
The most notable one I can remember is it was a Raptors game. It was Raptors Pacers, and Lance Stevenson went and took a layup.
Mars, this has been a thing for a long time.
Yeah, but that's like
DeMar. That was DeMar, right?
Yeah, that's the most
Yeah.
memorable one that comes to my mind. In terms of like people breaking the unwritten rule.
Talking like, why should I respect you and you ain't have enough respect for yourself? You should have respected your damn
Blur it
I
self.
don't know
out,
what
man.
he's showing us, but I
It's
blurry,
too, it's
man.
too blurry. Spurs finals winner 83.5 to 1 odds.
nice.
Fire.
I also have
So you
them
did.
as-
So let's have that documented. That means he didn't have OKC winning the chip.
no, I have OKC and Spurs. Those are my two. I hedged.
Chopper stands. Mobley is the girl that keeps leading me on, and I'm done with the propaganda. I've been done for almost 2 seasons. Penn Station was just early, I guess.
I just don't think he's ever going to be the offensive player that people.
So by the way, that was last summer.
envisioned. Yeah, I just don't think he's ever going to get to that level offensively. Now, I don't understand how his jump shot just regressed in the way it did. That doesn't make any sense to me. But his overall offensive game, I just don't think is ever going to get to the level that people kind of hoped for.
Been saying this for years.
I think Chet's showing that he's a better offensive player than you give him credit for.
He is a better offensive player.
I mean, he's a better offensive player than Evan Mobley, yeah.
Mhm.
But he's still not like he ain't all that on that.
He's not 7-1 Kevin Durant. I'm not going to show you that.
Yeah. Drew knows ball. If each team could bring back one franchise legend in these playoffs to help them go on a title run, which team wins it? By the way, Luke has a chance to do the funniest thing next round.
What's the
Lakers.
funniest thing?
What, if the
Give me
Lakers
Kobe.
added Shaq?
No, Kobe. Give me Kobe.
You'd
No,
add
I mean
Kobe
Shaq.
to
You
this?
mean Kareem?
Yeah.
No,
Why
I mean
would you-
Shaq.
Just out of
Abdul-Jabbar?
why would you not just add Shaq?
That's what I was thinking.
Because you could have Kareem.
Because you can beat OKC
I'm
with
adding
Shaq.
Kobe. You can beat
The
OKC
Le-
with Kobe.
I'd add Kobe just to make it interesting and see what happens. But
I
if
mean,
I
to
want to
bring him
win the
back to life.
championship, I'm going to add Shaq.
Imagine what this Phoenix Suns team look like with Steve Nash.
Oh, they're not doing shit.
Yeah, we losing 5. Yeah. What the hell?
That'd be-
Now,
I would
if
love
you
Steve
had
Nash on this team.
If you
All
had
right,
93 Charles Barkley,
all right.
Colin Gillespie with
hold on,
longer
Ron,
hair.
because
okay.
Amari,
Yeah.
don't play with Amari.
There's nothing. There's nothing. the Suns
Amari
could
be
add.
all
There's
over,
nothing
all
the
over
Suns-
shit
that-
ass like, ah.
Yeah, he'll be billion.
Respectfully, it would probably
He absolutely would. Like, Chet
there's nothing the Suns
Chet
could- there's nothing
can't
the
do
Suns
shit
could
with
add.
Amari. They could add
a sleeper
Charles
one.
Barkley.
If the Timberwolves were healthy and added Kevin Garnett,
That would be
No,
insane.
no.
Would that be
no.
more? Would that
That's
be?
a serious
Would that?
team.
No,
Yeah,
because
that's a
if you ask Chill, Jokic is gonna eat KG's lunch.
When I ever said that?
You
Probably
said
when
he
you go
said
out.
you said he
Whoa,
would
whoa,
eat
whoa, whoa,
KG's
whoa.
lunch.
Probably when you
said
say
he'd
that
eat lunch.
Jokic will dominate all these bigs.
No, chill. You said that he would eat KG's lunch, Rasheed's lunch, Alonzo Mourning's lunch,
Mutombo.
Patrick Ewing's lunch,
Mutombo.
all these dudes.
Mutombo.
Mutombo.
I don't ever remember saying. I didn't say anything.
Well-
I didn't say anything about KG. I'm 100%
See,
confident.
OKC
you
could
said
add
all
Kevin
these
Durant.
guys. You said
No,
all
I
these
said-
guys.
but-
KG,
But actually,
Mike
it wouldn't
Conley got
matter
retired.
because Rudy Gobert would be guarding him anyways. It wouldn't matter.
OKC
Yeah,
could
but
add
KG
Kevin
Roman?
Durant. OKC could add Kevin Durant.
My exact word.
The
My
Spurs
exact
could
word.
add Tim Duncan. Just a reminder.
How
So
about the
you're
Cavs could
61
add
Tim
James?
Duncan, the
How about
only
that?
player we've named who gets added to that
Oh,
team and is the
shit.
second best
I
player.
forgot
How about that,
LeBron and the
Mars?
Cavs.
Oh, I'm sorry. How about the
Keep
Cavs
going,
could add
Mars.
James?
Woo, shit.
I'm
that shit
not
got
trying
me
to add
sweating.
current players so that we have 2 LeBrons in the playoffs. That's kind of weird.
Wait a second, but
So-
can't the Raptors just add Kawhi?
Yeah.
Shit,
We
the Spurs
could.
need to add Kawhi too.
Nice.
I mean,
Absolutely.
Yeah, at this point, the Rockets just add Fred VanVleet. Shit, please. Someone
Back.
I mean,
help this team.
come on, the Rockets.
I'm still adding Hakeem. Like, fuck that.
Yeah, but I get Hakeem's defensive IQ plus a point guard.
Right,
So-
right. Hey, look, I don't give a shit.
Right, you-
you could add James Harden.
He did play for the Rockets.
That would kind of be.
I would
nasty.
take Chris Paul. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh yeah, they have Chris Paul. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so I'm still
Give me a
adding
two-
Hakeem.
give me a
Hey,
give me a two-way
franchise.
Then go
Charles.
Hakeem and then go T Mac.
You would add
franchise.
James Harden. You're heading into game 5, 6, and 7 right now. Why would you add James Harden in this situation?
If Denver had
who
Melo,
does Philly add? Who does Philly add?
That's easy.
Embiid.
Yeah, a healthy Embiid. Shit, a healthy Embiid, please.
Moses Malone,
No.
and that's that. Moses Malone, then it's really Philly in 6.
Wilt was right there. You talking about something?
That's who I said. I
Nah.
said
Kareem was right there. Y'all talked about Shaq. Give me
Dr.
Moses
Shaq.
Shaq's
Malone.
better than Lakers Kareem. Shaq's better than Bucks Kareem. But,
Yeah, Shaq's better than Kareem.
I mean, I just said it earlier. 2000 Shaq to me is only Bron and MJ, so that means by definition he better than Kareem.
You know who it is for Kareem? Not Bron or MJ.
I got
Next
hey,
super
you,
chat,
y'all, I
man.
got peak Shaq over everybody.
You know what?
Which means
Screw it.
including
I'm
Kareem.
adding,
No,
you think
I'm
Shaq
adding
better than Kareem?
2001 Vince Carter to the Raptors right now.
The Raptors are trying to win, Pin.
Yes, 2001 Vince Carter was winning.
You wouldn't
Yeah,
just add Kyle Lowry?
No. Scotty Barnes my point guard. I got to get him like proper 3-point shooting
Okay.
and like
Kyle Lowry.
an electrifying dunker in Vince Carter. That would be
So
unstoppable.
to this current Laker roster, so we get James, we're gonna get Luka back, we get Austin Reeves, we're gonna add 2000 Shaq. Matter of fact, Ron,
Can you imagine what Shaq would do to OKC?
I
that's,
gotta
that's spacing going to be really
Oh, I
weird.
guess
All
I
right,
got
Jim.
bounce too. My new rule is I leave when Cho does. So yeah, Merry Christmas.
Oh, no.
All right. The next super chat I got is from
I'm
Kenny
still here, Ron.
Powers.
I'll be right back.
Kenny Powers said, admits he doesn't watch and then has opinions. Let the adults talk and just sit there. Also, who is this
I'll
dirty
wait,
to?
because I think he's talking about me.
He was
So-
talking about you.
Actually, I really don't got nothing to say to that. Fuck Kenny. Go ahead, keep going. I thought I had something to say about it, and I realized, nigga, fuck you. I don't say what I want.
All right.
I'll be
Be
right-
True 23 said also shout out Real Talk because he made the point that I think I agree with. Maybe today's NBA is more 60s-ish when it comes to regular season production than we think.
It's really not.
I mean, it is though.
I mean,
Everything's
but
going
it's
together.
not. But okay.
But it is though. So thank you for your super chat and acknowledging what I said. Thank you.
Yeah, but it's really not though. But we just got to move on. So
No,
Kenny
facts.
Powers 89
Players are just way more skilled. Like,
way
No
more
facts.
skilled.
Not facts.
Yeah, it's just kind of not really correlating. But anyways,
Yeah.
Kenny Powers sent through another super chat and said SGA gave Brooks his flowers as well. Superstars should try it instead of bitching. Class doesn't hit everyone, I guess. Damn. Superstars are bitches?
I mean, somebody up here thinks so.
Damn.
who?
You.
What superstar did I think was a bitch?
Didn't you hear? They got Kevin Durant. We got Jaden McDaniels.
All right. Ghost Killer 250 said, nah, there is no way the title of this stream is Thunder Sweep when the Pistons are down 3-1. Ron be dragging it when it comes to the Knicks. Are the Pistons the Knicks?
I don't. I'm a little lost. I ain't gonna lie.
Are the Pistons the Knicks? Which team holds
No.
more weight?
The Knicks. Yeah, the Knicks.
Don't let the seeding fool you.
Facts.
Teddy Hart said, Teddy Hart says, shout out Mars for just using archetypically. Laughing my
He
ass
did
off.
use that today. Yeah. It's a good word.
Archetypically. Yeah, I like it. I
Mhm.
like it. Average Joe said, where was this great players make other players great when they got KD then Bill? Fit matters more than name recognition.
True.
Am I noticing that like when Nikola Jokic loses games, there's like a lot of this bullshit going on, but then when he wins games, everyone just shuts up. We don't talk about it. The Nuggets played basketball yesterday. Looked good.
So, you want us to talk about him being down 3-2?
I mean, shit.
Yeah, talk
they might
about it then.
They might come back.
Nobody asks you to bring up Scotty Barnes. You do it. Bring up the Denver Nuggets.
I actually low-key do have the Nuggets coming back. They're just a better team.
If Minnesota doesn't
flat
win
out.
Game 6, they're gonna win. Yeah, I agree. Actually,
But I was saying that yesterday, though, for everybody to just act like it's just far-fetched for literally the better team that now is the more healthier team to win and has the best player, the best two players. Like, I don't.
But my question to you is, if the Nuggets lose yesterday, that's the title of the show, right?
Well, yeah, because a 3 seed lost to a 6 seed 4-1.
So you
Yes.
don't get credit for doing what you're supposed to do. You only get slander for not doing what you're supposed to do. I get it. I'm
Okay,
learning. I'm learning the rules.
Okay, so you got credit
of the
for what they
internet,
were
man.
supposed to do. Okay,
I
so you
mean,
got credit for
from
what they were supposed to do.
From you, and literally we spent for the first 7 minutes of the show talking about whether we even get to talk about it. So I'm trying to understand.
Pin, I'm starting to learn these rules too, I guess. But Average Joe sent through another super chat and said, Book and the Suns need competent play at the 4 and 5 before they need a PG. That would unlock more than a PG would. This is not a Houston situation. Y'all agree?
I think they're building something good there. I like how they play.
I'm not too mad at it.
I mean, they didn't have Mark Williams. Kaman Malowich was 18, 19 years old for most of this year. So they're building something, and D-Book has said he wants to be patient with it. I don't know if they're going to be patient with him, but, if he wants to be patient with it, then maybe next year we move up to like 50 wins.
Devin Booker needs to be a second option.
But I just heard on this show that he would be the first option over Cade. So does Cade need to be a second option?
Possibly.
Okay,
Maybe.
cool. So everyone should be a second option.
Once again, though, and I'm going to make this clear, and this is just the way I feel. I think every team should be trying to make their first option a number 2 option, because that would mean that you're bringing in a better player, and that would mean more than likely you're making your team better. If I have Dwayne Wade as my first option and LeBron comes knocking,
so you're saying
we're going to do it.
Kevin Durant wasn't a snake. He was right for what he did. Because that's basically what he did. He went
from a number 1 option to a number 2 option.
No, he went from a number 1 option to a number 1 option.
So he really went from a number 2 option to a number 2 option, thinking he was going to be the number 1 option because he couldn't be the number 1 option where he was at. But I don't got time to get into this. I got to shout out our members. We got new members. Kenny Powers just sent through a bunch of super chats. Shout out to Kenny. And Kenny, I appreciate you for being somebody who enjoyed the title of the show. Shout out to Kenny Powers. And Kenny Powers, it's not fuck you. It's fuck Ox. The next super chat is from Two Clutch Corey became a member. Shout out to Two Clutch Corey. Appreciate you for joining up. And Vision Z?
Sure.
Vision Z. Yeah, Vision Z became a YouTube member as well. Shout out to Vision Z. Shout out to Kenny Powers. Shout out to Two Clutch Corey. Shout out to Spanish Jose TV2 for sending through a super sticker. Appreciate the sticker, brother.
Salute.
LFC sent through a super chat and said, I'm putting Shea only behind MJ. How do we feel about the alcohol this man's drinking?
Feeling great.
Good stuff. That's the purest of moonshine right there. That's,
boy, you're drowning in it.
Young ass, boy.
Or talking out your ass. One of the two. Maybe both. On your ass, talking out your ass. Auburn fans since 2010. I feel it, man. Auburn is better than Bama. Auburn clears Bama every day of the week. But Auburn fans since 2010 said, Chilltown doesn't know a lick of basketball. He's always pushing Team X is going to smoke Team Y propaganda. Chilltown, what's up with Detroit?
That's not even a question you need to ask. You need to ask Chilltown, what's up with Cleveland?
Mm. Or you can ask him what's up with the Lakers or with the Rockets.
Mm.
Damn, Chill.
Nah, but shout out to Chill, man. Chill
Or
knows
what's up with the Nuggets?
Chill knows basketball.
Hey, Chill, what's up with the Pistons? All right, keeping it pushing. A Tribe Called Lynn said, I got hurt on company time. I'll heal on company time. Shaq as the leader of 2003. Fuck out of here, Penn.
Yeah, that's when he started seeing the wheels turning towards Kobe. And also, I am never going to be someone who's going to come up here and tell you that Shaq took care of his body or that he, approached things most professionally. I think that's my biggest gripe with him, that he probably could have had a much better career.
Penn,
and that is not something that I'm going to have to say about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, because he's going to extract every ounce of what he can out of his God-given ability. And I think that there's something really good about that.
Like Kobe.
Yes, like Kobe. Absolutely like Kobe.
Stained Hearts on all plats said, not even being sarcastic, I love how every time a team loses in the playoffs, there's a stat that they're last at or there's a stat that they're last at in the league.
That's kind of funny, actually.
It's a stat for everything, man. Shout out 2026.
Facts.
OG Team said, I've seen Brunson solo Embiid and Maxey in the first round when his second best offensive help was Dante. Don't make excuses for Cade.
Yeah, I think Jalen Brunson suffers from very similar things as Cade. I just think
Still had Julius though.
Yeah.
For better or for worse, he still had Julius.
I just think if you're gonna handle Luka usage, you better be very, very, very special as a creator and a scorer. It's not for everybody.
But he probably has Luka usage due to circumstance and not just some people have that kind of usage because of that.
Not necessarily. He's played that way. I mean, you can keep saying yup in your little one-word sarcastic responses, but there's nothing that necessitates Cade has to play that way. You think Cade has to play that way on Detroit. Yeah, that's your opinion. That's like your opinion, man.
Yeah, that's like everybody's opinion except yours because you have an agenda against Cade, so it's fine.
I don't have an agenda against Cade.
No, facts.
No, facts.
All right.
Yeah, you got
clownish behavior, bro.
Franz Wagner. Franz Wagner.
Thank you. Because he's losing it. He's losing it, Ron.
Franz Wagner's been ruled as uncertain for the next 3 games or for Game 5. So we'll see how that looks with the right calf strain.
He needs to chill. Man. Franz needs to sit for the rest of the series. If they can't win one game, without Franz, then that's a them issue. Franz needs to sit down and get ready for either Cleveland or Toronto, whoever they're going to face next. He needs to chill. Franz doesn't need to try to play. He doesn't need to even consider playing anymore in this series. He needs to rest right now.
It's not over until it's over, man.
Absolutely. That's why I said if they can't win one without him, then that's just whatever. He doesn't need to try to play at all. Because I understand it's not over till it's over. But they only have to win 1 game, and Detroit has to win 3 games. I just think that they should be able to win 1 game before Detroit wins 3 games without Franz Wagner.
Jeez, what's up with everybody's attitude today? Did something happen when I left?
This shit is sick.
Oh, I mean,
what happened?
Ox, don't you believe sometimes you just need to win 1? You heard what Amen Thompson said with the Lakers, right? He said, "Don't let us get 1," right? Momentum can shift in a series.
But just let us get 1. That's just him just talking. Them getting 1 ain't gonna do shit for him. That series is over. But I do. But I also have the ability to look ahead. Like, okay, we should have this series in the bag. I think it's more important for them to, even if it means winning in 6. If they lose in Detroit and go back and they win in Orlando, even if it takes 6 games, I think it's more important for them to win and rest Franz so that he could be better in the next series. I think you take that chance. I think, and on top of that, I think they can win without Franz. I think they're perfectly fine. They don't need to, if they lose game 5, they don't need to panic. They just be smart about it. Rest Franz. Let him try to get ready for the next series. They're gonna win the series. Okay, the series is done.
No, I mean the series not done until it's done. But I do get your point though.
Yeah,
I
that's
would
what Penn
say-
just told y'all.
Yeah, I understand
And
that.
now
and
you
I
wanna
understand
agree
that
with
very
him?
well. It makes sense. It makes sense.
I don't
to
have
me.
a problem with agreeing with him.
It
when
makes
he's
sense.
right.
It
It's
makes
just
sense
so
to me
seldom.
to try to get Franz healthy. That's what makes sense.
Yo, Tim Jenkins sent you $5 and said replace Cade with Luka and the Pistons are walking the East. Does anybody disagree with this?
Luka's
Yeah,
better than
I
Cade,
disagree.
Yeah, I don't think that means
I don't know.
that they walk the East. Even Luka
Give
needs
Luka a
help,
defense like this? I don't know.
I mean,
I'm just
still
the
struggles
reason.
with like
No, for sure.
shooters and stuff. And so, like,
Nah, definitely. The scoring gap between Luka and Cade, I think it's
for
tier
yeah,
maybe 2. So
Yeah.
I just like, okay, walking the East might be crazy, but like they are. I could see. I'm more so. I could see a route where they come out the East. I'll just put it that way.
their chances definitely go. Yeah, I mean, Luka's a better player than Cade. So.
Ron, didn't you see a route where they come out the East?
Did you need to say that?
before Orlando starts spanking them?
I'm waiting for you to say something insightful. You can win 3 hours.
All right, y'all. It's been fun. It's been real. We'll catch you guys at the same time.